You ever play blackjack?
Yeah, I love blackjack. Love it quite a bit actually.
Are you going to stream it in Discord too so they can be caught up?
No, are you just gonna watch it on the stream?
Uh, yeah.
Okay. I was just say because you can also pull it up on YouTube if you want. Oh, I can't because it's not a game. Is there a share your screen? Oh, there is.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I haven't
yeah.
got to watch any of the CoD League yet.
We watched a lot of it yesterday. A whole lot.
Any good games?
Yeah, there's a lot of really good ones. Seattle Surge and LA Gorillas had a fantastic close game.
Mm.
We'll tag him. Maybe he'll see it and get on with us.
He was on his phone early. I don't know when, but it was earlier before I left, I think.
Was it? Okay. I didn't know. I've not talked to him today.
Yeah, I didn't text him or nothing, but I just seen that he was on.
Yeah. I was watching before this. I was watching Connor talk about the loss. He said his leg is it was dead.
Yeah, you
Uh,
could tell he was.
yeah, so Dustin Poirier, he's really good at leg kicks, and he doesn't kick in the thigh like how they used to do it. They now kick on the lower calf, like on the back of it and the side of it,
Yeah.
and that's what he lit up Connor with. Apparently, that's what Connor said. I've not watched the full fight though, and I do plan to, but he messed him up pretty good apparently.
I've already seen people making fun of it.
Yeah, dude, it was a rough one. It was a rough one. I'm gonna actually watch while waiting on this to start, but not on that screen. The other fight that happened that night, they had an ex Bellator lightweight champion come in too, same weight class as Connor and Dustin. He fought on the
Yeah.
co-main event and apparently destroyed his opponent. And it was one of the top five guys.
Dang.
Okay, I just watched the highlight of it. Yeah, he fucked him up fast in like 3 minutes and it hit him with his offhand. Damn, that dude's insane. That was a good one. Esther said that was a really good one too. Oh, Mutineers beat FaZe 3-2.
Dang.
Oh man.
Oh,
Oh, I have no audio. Again. Ah, it's annoying.
That's weird.
What are you seeing so far from day one, the teams that you did see in this exhibition? How do you feel about the kind of roles and what they're playing into?
Yeah, well, this is traditional Call of Duty, right? Like back to the roots in 4v4, obviously boots on the ground, and the smart play reigns supreme most of the time, right? Like you have to know when to value your life, when to play slow, and
Jade, do you
to
have it pulled up
execute
on
big
YouTube?
team pushes, right? We saw traditional COD yesterday,
Yeah,
amazing
I had it
start,
for the audio.
and it's a lot easier to follow. So we'll be able to break it
Check
down
and
and get
see
better
if
insights,
the audio's
and
coming
so
through
you
pretty
guys can
good.
get a better understanding of what's going through these pros' minds.
In
What do you
Discord?
think?
Oh, or in
We love a bit
your
of
stream?
YouTube.
4v4.
Yeah.
I know you guys do in chat as well. Let us know what you think. One's in the chat. We love 4v4. But you know what? Something else
It's
we
a
love
little
to see
quiet.
is old faces, but in new places, folks. We have plenty of vets,
How about
of
now?
course, this season coming back season 2, and plenty of them showed up yesterday. Mr. X, what did you make of some of our vets and how they're
Yeah,
playing
it's
and
better.
how they're fitting into our
Okay.
teams?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of strong performances across the board. You kind of hit on an apathy, kind of channeling that dad strength into his controller, with the 1.21 at the top. But for me, I look at Gunless. I think Gunless having a really strong performance yesterday is huge for Seattle. If they're going to kind of achieve like their potential as a team, he needs to kind of put up numbers like this. And you have him with Octane, and then you really kind of have something you think you can make with the Seattle Surge. I also thought Slacked was really good yesterday as well for the Mutineers.
Yeah, Slack had an incredible day. He's a guy who had a lot of pressure last year. Everybody was roasting him, saying like maybe he didn't even deserve a spot on a starting roster. But if you look at him in the history of his career, he's one of the winningest Call of Duty players that we have, right? A true veteran, and for him to be surrounded by guys on that Florida team that are putting him in the position to succeed, I thought he had a fantastic debut.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more there, Namus. Honestly, it just shows you how much placement, where you are, the role in your team, the chemistry plays into a player and how they actually work. So really excited for him, excited for Gunners, excited for everybody this season. It's going to be epic. But you know what? We do have a schedule for you today. We have a jam-packed day as we did yesterday, but we have a little extra spice in there. I'll talk you through it. First up, we got London Royal Ravens versus Paris Legion. Europe is on the table once again, folks. Second up today, we've got Toronto Ultra taking on Minnesota Rocker, the true battle of the North, some may say. And then we do have a lovely little group
So
selection
that's
show.
I messed up on the time earlier. So
Just
it's
a
Pacific
second.
time, not
And then
Eastern.
rounding things off, we have Optic
Oh.
Chicago versus Los
Yeah.
Angeles Thieves. Really excited for that one. Now, selection show. You might be wondering what that is. Don't worry, I'll let you know what it is right now.
I can't wait for that Optic game.
Show that determines the groups and match schedule for stage 1 of the regular season. During the group selection show, teams in Group A will select the teams in Group B via a reverse snake draft process. That is going to happen bang smack in the middle of a highly anticipated match to end the day. Really exciting, actually. I'm very excited for these two teams. And talking of those two teams, why not discuss it? Seems like a great opportunity to do so. These two teams, I feel like, have been the talk of the town coming into the season. We've had some shocking news with both of them. The return of Optic, obviously massive Hex taking reign back again. And I feel like a lot of those players in their rightful place where they grew up in the scene. And then we have Thieves coming back, Nadeshot being back where he belongs. What is more shocking to you, Mr. X? Which team is kind of like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this has actually happened?
I feel like they're both pretty shocking in the sense that like I don't think one happens really without the other, right? To see Optic kind of get like Scump and Hex back. I mean, you see the clip like with Scump with the Optic hoodie, it just looks right. You know what I mean? Like it just feels like they're back at home, and then have Nadeshot back in the Call of Duty scene with the LA Thieves. It's kind of odd, right? Like, they weren't in the first year, but everybody knows how much Nade loves COD, how much, the Thieves mean to Call of Duty. So to have them back in combination with Optic Chicago, it's just awesome for the scene.
Yeah, it is. What about you, Namus? Are you feeling kind of the same way, or is there one taking your fantasy a little bit more?
Yeah, I feel the same way that X said. Sort of equal to me. I think a lot of people, after the season that the Thieves had in Black Ops 4, they thought that they would be in the inaugural season. And, Nadeshot obviously didn't get in right away. And I think he saw from the sidelines how amazing it was. He's like, I got to get a team back in COD. I got to get back to my roots. So that was a massive shock for me, without having the expansion, him actually just getting a spot. I thought that was amazing. And then Optic being back under Hex and back in its rightful owner with, the players that helped build that dynasty. It's just an amazing storyline on both sides. I can't really say which one is bigger than the other. They were both extremely shocking, and this season's going to be great.
You know, I gotta agree with you guys. I think they are both shocking, but for me, there is one that takes kind of precedence over the other, and that for me is Optic. I, at one point, really didn't think we'd see Optic back to its full form. And really now, I feel like Hex taking the reins once again, it's actually made it a little bit bigger, a little bit kind of extra, which I'm really looking forward to having that kind of vibe this season. And especially for the fans, we know what Optic fans are like. They love stuff like this, and a comeback story, not just for a team, because, I mean, it wasn't fantastic for them last season, but for a whole org. I'm really excited to see what these guys are going to do, and with the confidence boost coming forward, I think LA Thieves, it is fantastic to see them back where they belong once again. Nadeshot, born in Call of Duty, that's really where his roots are from, and to have them back in, for me, isn't that shocking, because I kind of could have seen it coming. I was expecting it at some point or another. Very happy it's this season.
Sure.
So love that. Love to see both of these teams, and can't wait to see them face off a bit later on today. It's going to be absolutely epic. Now, talking about things that are epic, we did see an epic duo last season with our twins from the London Royal Ravens. They were formidable, especially as a duo. These two were almost inseparable on and off the sticks. And now they've been separated, guys. It's devastating to see. It's breaking my heart, to be honest. And Wuskin is also a free agent. So Scraps kind of doing his own thing, going it alone. Mr. X, do you think that is going to kind of put a little bit more pressure on his shoulders, knowing he hasn't got that crutch of his twin brother to kind of fall back on and kind of feed off of that energy from one another?
I think it'll be a little bit of an adjustment, right? You know, when you're used to playing with somebody for a while. I mean, even somebody who's not your brother, it's a little bit of an adjustment. But your brother, I mean, it's a different whole ball game. So there will be an adjustment.
For all those stats, his brother was better than him.
I think you know.
Yeah, I know.
Before, right? Like, it's kind of hard to dedicate literally half of your roster, your starting roster potentially, to to two players right away. So I think that's kind of what you see in result of, like, if they're gonna try and like be a duo like long term and play on the same team, it's gonna be difficult. They're gonna have a lot of trust from like an organization to put that much power on them to really kind of get things done. So I think they'll probably have to learn to play without each other in the long run. And I think Scraps will be fine.
Yeah, I mean, Scraps has taken Brexit very seriously. He's gone over to Paris. And fair enough, I love his placement. He's still, staying strong to Europe roots. But Wuskin, free agent, nameless. I mean, a phenomenal player, somebody we really saw come into their own last season. Do you think teams are kind of missing out? They're sleeping on a player right now that they could pick up?
Yeah, I think Wuskin last year was the best year of Call of Duty he's ever played. I think he ascended to another level. He really learned how to be that main AR that can take over games, and I think a lot of main ARs know that he's out there, right? So if these guys start to struggle, that Wuskin can come in and take your spot, right? And he's already stated that he's super hungry, not going to ask for a ton of cash. He just wants to compete. So you got this hungry AR out there who's tried last season, who's ready to come in. Yeah, that's going to light a fire under some of these guys.
It is, and I'm ready to light that match right now, guys, because we have a game to get into. We're going to head to a quick break right now, but when we come back, you're going to see two lovely faces here, two lovely voices of Miles and Chance as we head into this Paris Legion versus London Royal Ravens starter match for day 2 of the Kickoff Classic.
Right, I'll be right back while this loads up.
Alright.
All right, Vex, if you're still here, I gotta get out of here too. Bye. I'll see you later.
I'm back.
You cannot let that happen! Oh my god, he gets it off. Can he get away with his life? Oh no, no, no! And Scum finds another one. He's still going! What a round! It's madness around the point. The regular season MVP gets it done. LaRue with a knife, he gets it! Wow! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League Kickoff Classic, and we are kicking off Sunday with a humdinger. The London Royal Ravens going up against Paris Legion. This should be a ton of fun. We're trying to get 2020 started right. You know what I mean? It was a rocky beginning, but I think we're in a good place now, Chance. Let's get into this one. We've got a fantastic series ahead of you. Actually got great games all day long. We're glad for you to be joining us here on this marvelous Sunday. We know it's snowing in the United Kingdom. It was raining in LA, and wherever the weather is, wherever you are, we hope it's fantastic. Chance, I'm ready to rock and roll, mate. I'm excited to get into this one. There's a lot of history between these two teams. Let's be honest. This is the battle for Europe.
Yeah, dude, it gets me so excited too. I cannot get my head past, like, one, just how strange the Paris roster is from the outset, and two, Scraps, one of the most passionate players in the league by quite a big margin. Like, the man bleeds for Call of Duty. He didn't get picked up by the Ravens again for this year. He is now going against his old teammates, going against his old organization. He's upset that his brother is not in the league with him. So this is a man that I know is as hungry as anyone else is going to be, and he wants blood straight out of the game.
100%. I mean, hundreds of years of conflict between the two nations, and now you take Scraps to the other side. Whoa, things getting spicy. But Paris Legion, a brand new look for this roster. I mean, from the ground up, we have seen a complete change. Aqua, Classic, Fire, and Scraps. Interesting to see Fire and Aqua on the same team. There could have been a bit of a rebrand there, you know, Fire and Water, who knows. But man, what a roster. This is an interesting one. Again, Fire 40 on Twitter, I believe. He's come out of the amateur scene and he's trying to make a big splash here. And let's face it, mate, there's been a lot of talk around his talent and his skill, and he's got some good teammates surrounding him. I mean, Classic is a staple of the Call of Duty world, as is Aqua, and we've already touched on Scraps truly being a deeply passionate player, and that passion is certainly going to come through in this matchup. But the Royal Ravens, Chance. London have had a bit of a change here as well. Of course, Alex coming in from Rocker. We're still seeing Dylan and Shawnee there. Zero, I believe, is actually playing from the United Kingdom right now. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, so any like hot takes about Zero, you definitely need to make a couple adjustments.
Hey, good
for him.
timing.
Again,
Let's go.
his ping check is going to be like the most brutal we're going to see in the entire league. So send him a little bit of love and hope that he can pull this off. I know he's been scrimming on a ton of North American hosts as of recent, so he's a little bit used to it, but not a fun experience. And of course, that means for the rest of them, they're going to have to pick up a little bit of slack. That's just the way it's going to be, at least for this opening weekend. And in my mind, it puts the pressure on the sub-duo of Alex.
We are maps and nodes for this upcoming series. Garrison Hardpoint, Checkmate S&D. Then we go back to Garrison and Checkmate for our Control and Hardpoint. And Miami Search and Destroy for Game 5. And that we have
that's
yet to
interesting.
see here in our Kickoff Classic. Still a bit of a chance later on today, but I'm excited to see how that goes, Chance. I mean, of course, we're not seeing snipers right now in Search and Destroy, so a very, very large and open map like Miami with no snipes and smokes could be fascinating. But before we get into that, for those viewers who are not so familiar with the way the CDL works, our first game mode of a series is Hardpoint. hardpoint location changes every 60 seconds to a predetermined location on the map within a rotation, and the first team to score
No
250
Estes yet? No?
points will win.
Mm-mm.
Score
I'm sure
points
he's
by
watching it,
standing
he's just
in the
not in
hill
here.
uncontested, and when
Hopefully
the
he gets in
timer,
here
when
soon,
Bear's
though.
standing in the hill, the
Hey,
game
thank you for
timer
ever liking
will
my stream if
stop.
that's one of
When
you guys.
score, you stop the clock. Very,
It
very
was me.
important to note.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Somebody else liked it too, though.
Fantastic hard points
Did they?
yesterday.
Yeah, there's like 2 of them on there.
Control seems to be stealing the show right now for the CDL. I've seen a huge amount of
Hey, I'll take it.
enjoyment and love on the competitive Reddit. Everyone was talking about how great Control was. Between FaZe and Mutineers yesterday.
Trev left. I don't even know where he went.
Did he
In
log
all the
out?
languages. But here we go,
I guess, yeah. I went to go grab something from the kitchen. When I came back, he was gone.
Well, that's actually the issue, right? Like, we just have basically no information on really either of these.
I gotta get another head face cam set up so we can actually make this podcast style.
Watching them just from whoever streams perspective. So, like, I've seen a little bit of Ravens from when they played against Optic, but maybe just like a handful of maps in Paris. Literally not seeing these guys play. Like, this is probably the most like under the wraps, kept in the dark team we have in the league right now. So everything we're learning about these guys, we're doing it on the fly.
I love that. It's a trial by fire. Get it? Because his name's
Ooh,
Fire.
a little laggy on the
Let's rock
game.
and roll, boys and girls, as we go. I'll stop those maybe at some point. But
Yeah, I see that.
into this one, starting to move things forward. I think there may be a slight technical issue, as I'm sure you can see. And
Yeah.
Dylan's having a go at Alex right now. They're obviously exchanging words, and let's face it, this is why we do these sort of things. This is why we have the Kickoff Classic, so that we can iron out these creases. As I do believe there is a technical issue going into this first map, but that's absolutely fine.
Crash right off the rip.
And we
I
will
like it.
restart this one
They did
in
not
due
have this
course.
issue
But
yesterday.
Chance, you're absolutely right, mate. I mean, what do we know about these two teams? Very, very little, realistically. I mean, London's got a bit more of the existing DNA there, of course, of Shawnee and Dylan. Alex, we know what he can really do coming in on that rocker lineup. Very fast machine gun player, able to keep up with Dylan. So that is something that I'm excited to see. I mean, it's going to be cool, man. It's going to be cool. It's a new look. It's a new year for everyone. But the Paris roster is, I think, for a lot of people, it's question marks. And I think, how did this, combination of players come together? Obviously, Paris on their roster quite late, but a lot of the big heads in the scene. I mean, I know Pac-Man was saying, like, in our DM group, he was like, don't sleep on this team whatsoever. And I think he's right. I think there is a lot of potential here of a more clear-cut team who know their roles. And, again, with enough practice, anyone can be a standout squad.
Absolutely. And I think if anything, what we learned yesterday is like last year is not entirely the best year to judge as like your metrics of success for what a player is going to bring to the table. Because like Apple, for example, struggled all of last year. Seattle Surge did not have a ton of success. But he comes out yesterday, plays out of his mind, making crazy plays in Search and Destroy, very consistent stuff, and throws up like a 1.21 KD. So this is just a style of game, and especially because it's 4v4, that for some of the newer guys like Fire, we've never seen him in conditions like these before. And almost in that regard for like Paris, well, I have higher expectations for guys like Classic now. Like he is such a veteran in the Call of Duty scene. He has a ton of that 4v4 experience. Even Scraps, if you think back to World War II, the last time we had a 4v4 game, he was able to throw up a couple second places throughout the year. He was dominant when he was at his best. So you can definitely see things working out in that regard. And on the flip side for the Ravens, like, yeah, we saw Alex quite a bit in World War II. We can have high expectations for him. But for a guy like Dylan, he had a blistering year in Black Ops 4. And then I'd say a respectable to strong year last year, but it wasn't quite the same. This is just a new kind of environment that for quite a few of these players, we really just don't know what to expect.
A very, very good call. I didn't want to forget about Dylan on BO4, but like, I mean, again, it's a three-out game. You've already seen how like tidy the shot punch looks up close. Well, we'll see. Guys, while we take care of this technical issue and get ourselves back into the game, I'm going to throw a quick video just explaining what the entire league and season will look like here in the 2021 season. The 2020 CDL season was a hell of a way to kick things off. But the 2021 season is set to prove what's old is new again. We go in our time machine, taking a step out of Modern Warfare.
So, Jaden, we've got
into 1984, and the
a little less than 2 years until you are officially able to go for Call of Duty Pro. You grind
I'm
it like
trying.
hell, man, with that controller. You already got a PC, you'll be good, dude. You just gotta watch more COD games, watch how they play, learn, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's all you gotta do, man.
I've been watching those scrims a lot.
Good, do it. Watch the scrims. Hell, watch definitely these COD League games, dude. Because I plan, as long as I'm able to, I'm going to stream every one of these games. I'm not gonna miss a single one.
shrunk rosters, Rostermania was sure to be wild, and it did not disappoint. Our 2020 champs, the Dallas Empire, bid farewell to their veteran leader Clayster, now on the New York Subliners, who, in turn, said goodbye to the duo of attach and accuracy. FaZe added fan favorite Arcity to rejoin the Tiny Terrors. Rocker and Legion went full sail and changed 100% of their roster, while the Surge and Gorillas, looking to reverse their fortunes, kept only one player from last year's squad. And that's just a small taste of the new faces in new places. Chicago welcomed back an old pal in Dashi. Speaking of old friends, Scump and the boys are back to sitting atop the green wall as Chicago completed their rebrand, taking back the Optic name, whilst last year's Optic LA saw Nadeshot come back into the fold, bringing the Thieves brand back to competitive.
That's gonna be weird seeing Nightshot in here.
He won't be playing.
I know, I'm just like...
Just his group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can't wait to get it started. Matt, I don't know who edits those videos, but that soundtrack got me going, mate. I'm ready to rock and roll. What a season this will be. We're getting ready to get back into this one. Legion versus the Royal Ravens. We did have a slight hiccup just getting us into that first map. Servers have been switched up. Someone's turned something on and off again. You know how it goes. Make this one work. In the meantime, Scrap's vibing like ever. I'm also loving, if Matty can one day hear this, loving he's growing out the hair. He's looking good and he's looking trim. We know Woo's watching from back home. We hope he's absolutely slaying it with the dance. Lots of fun to be had here still today. Chance, we're almost there. We're getting ready. We hope you're very comfortable. We're going to throw to a very, very quick break, friends. When we come back, it is game time here. The first match of Sunday. The London Royal Ravens going against the Paris Legion. We'll be right back.
Man, I'm ready for this. I'm so ready.
I am too.
Set of games. God, Hearthstone, I bet. There were so many ads for Hearthstone yesterday. I think that's what they're gonna do.
I've never seen this before.
I don't know if I seen this exact ad yesterday, but they've had a lot of these ads.
Sim backs up to help him. But they have 30 seconds, maybe they have to go.
Everywhere you look, you just see Empire players. Time ticking, second by second. FaZe's dream of a championship is disappearing. Every window, every door, there's somebody. It's a ludicrous gunfight win for Sim, but will it be enough? Just 12 seconds to go. Seemingly nothing that he can do, and there's the final kill.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Kickoff Classic. We're looking at the prizing so far. The game is ready to rock and roll, but before we get into that one, we want to look at the major prizing once more. For those of you who are wondering what's going on this year, first place, $200,000. Second, walking away with $120,000, so on and so forth. Again, we'll be running multiple majors this year. The home series feeding into that one. We have tons and tons of Call of Duty to play for this year, and Chance, it's a sweet amount of cash, especially those payoff, the playoffs. The payoff of the playoffs, 1.2 million and league champion. Who knows what you'll get this year? Last year they got the shoes, the crazy throne. I'm sure there was like some kind of glasses situation that I was just wearing that maybe said champs on it. I don't know, man, but that's a lot of cheddar, brother. That's a lot of cheddar.
No, I mean, that is maybe not the primary motivation for all these players, but that is always going to be at least top 3 reason. Makes just everything a little bit sweeter towards the end, especially when you got guys like Tracer who are like tweeting out when the paycheck hits the bank, just how good of a feeling that's going to be. But that is the long-term plan for those guys. Still looking for a fit, and honestly, for a few of these guys, at least in this game, some of them have had success in one tournament before, but quite a few are still looking for that first one.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I mean, what a way to get it done, though. You know, a year of hard work finally comes to a close, and for a lot of these players, that coveted championship is really what everyone's gunning for. Cash is nice. It's one thing to be called the greatest Call of Duty player in the world. Here we go. Back into Garrison we go for another attempt at this one, and so far things are looking much smoother and slicker than they were a minute ago. So let's get into this one, Chance. Garrison hardpoint, and right off the rip, going over to P1.
This is just almost like not even trying to get in the hill right off the rip. They're just trying to get that mid-map control and work their way around the back. Aqua, though, from the back end, able to pick up 3 along the way. One of the better opening breaks you're really going to have from this side. Aqua putting in work. Now he can rack up some hill time for his team as well. As you can see just how far pushed up everybody is. Scraps is out here spawn killing and cautious. These players even trying to come out of you. They're just going to get shot in the back. Perfect opening break right now from the Legion.
Yep, Legion do a lovely job to start off. A nice 25-point lead to get things started. Classic now making his way back in towards the hard point. A few more players here, but again, got to look at that long line of sight there. There's going to be Dylan trying to deal those shots, and Zero once again playing for the United Kingdom. Cut him some slack, but he's doing what he can so far. Legion still with a decent lead here, and it's only growing longer. And that's going to be what we see now as we make a next rotation over, and it's going to be Scraps leading the charge. Takes down former teammate Shawnee. Classic finds Alex in the back end as well, and as you can see, that rotation got down. Map control firmly in the hands of Paris Legion.
And this is super efficient stuff. I think you got Classic right now sitting under the event, so he's going to be able to either hear people on the cross or just get hunted down. You see how many arrows went to circle in on him. That's actually going to leave Scraps in the hill by himself. Repositions up top to make sure he waits for the teammates to come. Dylan, though, just eviscerates him in the gunfight, and what I thought was a great setup from the Paris Legion. The Royal Ravens break it incredibly quickly. Nice little bounce back they were going to need.
Wonderful bounce back. Shawnee, though, can't watch every single angle at once. Again, it's a concerted effort and a wonderful bit of timing there to take care of that one. So we flip back over. Paris Legion still commanding lead right now. London not 9 seconds, not much. Really garnered from that one. Shawnee now spawning from the back, trying to make his way forward as well. Classic, he's made a way in, but again, look at that minimap. It's going to be Alex, number 4. He's managed to slip into the very rear of the next hardpoint, and if Classic checks his corners, brilliant game sense, wonderful awareness, takes care of Alex, and it was a hard-fought battle. But the spawns will be going to
Paris Legion ain't no joke.
Posted up here by the back of the generators, and it's going to be Classic and Scraps. Once again, leading from the front with those AK-74Us, dealing a tremendous...
Kind of surprised to see somebody use an XM4.
9 and 2.
A lot of them have been.
Wonderful start here from Paris Legion.
Especially over the Krieg.
Yeah, dude, a whole lot of them have been. And it's been working.
Checking corners like that, that means the communication from the rest of the team is on point to know that they're missing one player. He has gotten through. We don't know exactly where it is. We have to clear out everything. And of course, that rotation results in, well, so far the first 30 seconds going their way. Inside the actual point, easy gunfights, I would say, for the Paris players. You get posted up on head glitches. You got all the teammates supporting the ward for the hill. That means they should be good for effectively a full 60. You can see Raven giving up.
Oh, I thought he got stuck.
Yeah, I did too.
Feel the pressure. They're backing off. They're just now looking to trap Paris in. But if Fire has anything to say about it, he's already pushed on through.
Trying to make his way through. Classic finally goes down to a nice nade there from Shawnee. Minimap up. It's going to be London Royal Ravens in the red. You can see they've got a decent bit of mid-map control, but they are going to have to contend with the push now. Classic leading the charge there on your screen. Dylan soaking up that hard point time. Nice covering fire from above him, that green tower position. See Dylan down low in the hard point, and it's going to be a nice couple of wins there from the assault rifles of the London Royal Ravens. Zero, Shawnee, Dylan, Alex. It's one for all of them. and they are going to get a solid chunk of time here. So the spawn's there for Paris, a little bit further out, and here comes the run across map.
This is a fairly distant setup as well, right? You got Zero posted all the way up towards Lies. They're very spread out across the map, but the power position's covered. Shawnee up top has a lot of responsibility. Saw 2 players out in vents. Meanwhile, Killslayer is coming off the spawn. Give him the second as well. That is a force free for him once he gets up top. And frankly, he is
he is popping off.
I know.
That effectively near fully 60 seconds on. Of course, I say trash hill because that's the call out around the point. Now,
they got
done a poor job by any means, but you got the Royal Ravens down by a ton.
Royal's coming back though.
Yeah, we do call it trash because of the actual physical trash that's there, not because of the nature of play. But Dylan, 15 and 9. London starting to bounce back into this one, and I'm sure we'll find a hard hat or two around here somewhere where Shawnee can find a brand new construction spot. Still on his screen there, a nice concerted push there from Paris Legion, cuts him down. Shawnee just about from Classic. Wonderful work with the AK there up close. Over to Zero now, trying to get involved in these fights, and again, 35 seconds remaining on this hard point. Dylan battling for control, trying to create an angle now to hit from the side. But again, London Royal Ravens are struggling basically to get onto it. However, they have managed to kill that player from Paris Legion who was on the point. So no points garnered for now. Now we see Paris get back onto it. With 20 seconds remaining, we're going to see Dylan try to find a few more in this 3 streak. That's 18 kills overall. Now the angle opens up. It may be able to get scraps. No, the timing was just off a little bit. Shawnee there pushes from the front. Takes care of that one. A quick stick, but it's back and forth chance as this hard point has been a bloodbath.
It has been a very scrappy hill, but as it comes up, you see just the amount of map control that, honestly, at this point, neither team has a great advantage of. Dylan responsible for keeping 2 players at bay and, of course, around the actual point. Ravens are here first. Fire, maybe just looking for a contest or just to challenge, even with players in caution. He's feeling a little bit confident, but as he gets dealt with, you see the plan right now from Paris, trying to push over through green and see if they can make something happen. It's going to be Scraps' responsibility, but either way, even on this P1 hill, Ravens doing a very nice job, nice little stagnant control. Of course, if they're thinking about the split, they don't have a ton of progress in that regard. Nice time.
Yeah, Dylan starting to look a little bit dangerous here, trying to keep the pressure off of it. Aqua, nice shots, a little bit of back and forth. Did really not want to put a few there through Shawnee, so nice trigger discipline there from Dylan, but he will bring him down nonetheless. Aqua with a wonderful run, 17 and 12, 3 kills in a row for him. We're on board with Classic now. He tries to get the flank here on the point. Final few moments as he battles for scrap, but he's not just looking for the scrap, he's trying to stop those players making it into the top side of the map. That's going to be the radar tank. That's where the next hard point will be, and again, a difficult hard point to break. We touched upon this quite a lot yesterday. You get basically one good wave at it, and then after that, it's scrap central. But we'll see how we go here. Fire on your screen, 15 and 13 overall, looking towards a minute of hard point time. What's he got in the tank?
Oh, the spawn out's actually coming in for Paris as well, so you got Dylan who was able to push out through bricks, and this is big. Now you got Fire, last one in the hill, XM4, not good enough to get the job done. And that is 2 times around on this hill where Paris effectively have plenty of time to get somewhat of a full setup, but the Ravens deal with it expertly. Now they got the hold themselves. Aqua with the XM4. Hit Fire, not too shabby, able to lock down that hill, but you can see the rotations coming through. Paris know they need to chalk it up. And important for these players now, death is not potentially ideal because you might be a little bit worried about spawning. Good news is the Ravens right now,
man, they're popping it off.
Pushed out towards actually, there you go. Number 7 on the map. Died just a little bit too late. Aqua now has to go on a hike, and this is the opportunity for the Ravens to push forward.
Let's see if Shawnee can find any more. There was a lovely bit of teamwork from the entirety of the Ravens squad there. Shawnee does eventually go down. The spree comes to an end. Aqua finally managed to make his way across map, and the spawns have flipped once again. Now you're going to see Paris spawning on the close right-hand side. They've managed to push out the attacking members of London Royal Ravens, and it's going to be a close-knit fight now for Dylan, trying to lead the charge. Scraps to the other side of the wall. Up over the top goes Dylan. Finds himself the first. There's a few more to be had here, but he does need the support of his teammates. Alex now trying to open up the flank. He finds it as well. Alex gets the second. It's a lovely opening break here from the London Royal Ravens, and the break is on. The spawns have flipped. Paris are now coming from the center of the map. There's a decent amount of time to be had. You have to look to Scraps. He's still in from behind. It's on Dylan. He has to win the engagement, and he doesn't. Hard point has now been made. Safe Zero answers back, and the spawns are flipped again. Pandemonium chance.
And it's an interesting play from Scraps. He doesn't challenge the hill to try to keep his team to back spawn just a little bit, but you can see it doesn't amount to much because Zero on the ping is frying right now. He's on a 4 spree, but now they're effectively just trapped with those back spawns. This is not what you want for the hill. Aqua try to play his life to make things interesting. Alex hunts him down, and this is the hill that we just saw Ravens last time around get the full 60 on. They're attempting to do the same thing once again. Aqua wins a massive one-on-one. This opens up the vent side of the map. As you can see, Shawnee not in the same power position this time around, so Paris, much better job organizing themselves, working their way through vents, and eventually through there, you can go and get that hill control. Things could have gotten dicey. They made the improvements from the first time out.
Very, very nice adaptation here. I saw the 5 spree there. What an angle that is from Fire. He does manage to get one just before going down there, but the damage is already dealt. Aquador with Aqua continuing the streak. 5 kills in a row for him. That's going to be number 6. Alex going to take an early shower. Nades are coming through. Time still being accumulated there. 200 points now passed for Paris Legion. It's a wonderful start for them. Shorty can't quite get away in time. The spawn should be on the right-hand side of the map, far, far away. Shorty's play, admirable at best, but he's not going to make it work out. Now you're seeing that spawns for London too far on the right-hand side. A long journey to make their way across, but Zero. He's going to be the first into the fray. What could he find here? In he goes, finds himself a Fire. Straight on the classic, can't quite get it done. But again, trying to alleviate that pressure. And you're going to see the foot race now from both teams on the minimap, circling in on that central point.
And you see the way that Paris are playing this right now. Aqua is effectively an insurance policy over towards green. If Ravens ever get to the hill, he's just going to come out towards bricks and just shoot these players in the back. And you can see, not needed. Classic and Fire inside the actual hill, getting more time. And this is a very important position for Paris. They can still win this game here, but of course that's not likely. But as long as they keep these Ravens players trapped in the back of the map, they will be able to win this first game. And Ravens, you can see that kill feed. They are getting decimated along the way. And frankly, they might just have to win right here, right? They have to contest for at least a second, I do believe.
Might be the case. Can anyone get there in time? Alex trying to make his way forward now. Fire's going to be the player on the point. Shawnee goes down, and there's 1 kill from Alex. That's going to stop the clock for now. It's 5 seconds for the win, though. Still, all Paris have to do is just sit on this one and soak up a few more moments. Zero trying to make a desperate run for it, but it is not enough. Paris Legion, they will take map number 1 against the Ravens.
They kept it close. They liked it. That was a good game.
And great job, of course, towards the end. They had the rotation and kept those
Paris is a good team.
Yeah, I'm noticing. Yeah. They were very secretive with a lot of their stuff.
But it seems like it's a different now. Aqua had a very strong performance overall. Was on a 7 or 8 or 9 spree.
Heck yeah, we'll see how they can do on Search and Destroy.
But Paris, I think to an extent, looked pretty good, man. Outside of maybe some holds on P2 that could have gone a little bit better. Anytime they were dealt a bad situation, they always able to make the best of it. And there you go, Aqua, 33 kills to his name. An 11 spree is either what he finished on or was his peak. Very strong performance.
Honestly, all across the board, Paris looking very, very good. Again, for those in the chat, they were like, yeah, but Zero's playing from London. All things considered, very, very solid gameplay coming out of Paris Legion. Like what we're seeing here again for the newfound Paris fans, we welcome you. But mate, that's not a bad start whatsoever. Checkmate, Search and Destroy coming after this one. And I mean, Chance, aside from that, I mean, what would you take away from London there? Obviously, we saw Paris with decent rotations, slaying very, very well. I mean, London, for me, it was the breaks. They had a couple of very, very clean breaks, which I thought were nicely put together. And that, I think, was one of their greatest strengths there on Garrison.
Honestly, I think the rotations is what seemed to get him the most, right? I think you lose both P2 hills, at least the rotation battle over that area. Like, the breaks are nice to get, but you want to win those rotations at some point. The final hill that we saw in the game, they just ended up getting trapped in the back spawns, and they never got any sort of map control. Even over towards the green hill, good old P3, I think we had, maybe Alex one time laying in the back, trying to make the hero play to get spawned for his team, but he's just going to get sniffed out by teams that are on the ball, which Paris was. So Ravens were just never able to get a setup outside of really one hill that entire game. So I think the rotations were impacting them more than anything else. Of course, having Zero, maybe below 150 ping certainly would have been nice for them. But either way, that's where they need to look to make those improvements.
Well, we hope that all the visas and the airfares and whatever it needs to sort out to get Zero over to the United States. But before we get into that, this is where the CDL point structure will work this season. First place, 75 points per each home, or 10 extra points awarded for each home series match win, but as you can see, those points cascading down, slight change from last season. And again, these points will be setting you up for your position at playoffs later in the year. And again, this will accumulate through majors, through those home series. You're going to see a lot of points going through a lot of these teams. And again, Chance, I'm loving the new format. I'm loving the fact that we're going to see every single team at every single tournament, bar playoffs. Of course, we put 8 teams there. But mate, one of the sort of the nice changes we had in the league season last year was, of course, it was going to be the home series format. It was going to be basically different teams, different events, and it was offering something a little different. But the world's changed quite a lot, and now we can basically have everyone at every event. It's like the good old days, baby. It's very exciting.
And I could see a world, by the way, like just to emphasize how important the start of the year is going to be. If you end up in like that, 11th, 12th place spot, like right off the bat, that means you're going to get constantly fed into like some of the toughest rack ups and matchups, and you're going to have to go farther in all these tournaments. So like there might be a team or two that gets caught in the blender right off the rip. So you got to make sure that like even a show match like this or an exhibition match, it does matter. Like, yes, it doesn't impact the points, but this is the opportunity to figure out how your comms are going to be in a more intense setting than scrims. This is where you can start to figure out where the little kinks in your gameplay are, because every team is going to be going just a little bit harder than they usually do on a random Tuesday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Indeed, they will. Of course, we're almost getting ready to dive into that Checkmate Search and Destroy in just a moment. We'll have a look at today's schedule, of course. London Royal Ravens versus Paris, our first match up. Straight after this, though, we have Toronto Ultra versus Minnesota Rocker for a real battle of the North. We'll see who the true king is. We have our group selection show after that one, and the Stage 1 schedule reveal. Then our main event, 3 p.m. Pacific. That's going to be Chicago Optic going up against the Los Angeles Thieves. It's going to be a lot of fun. 45,000 of you, crazy fans, voted for that game. Very, very excited to see who wins that one. And again, a welcome return for the Thieves here in Call of Duty. And of course, Optic, brick by brick, put right back together with Hex atop that one. Love to see it. The storylines keep on flowing. Still, Legion versus Royal Ravens now. Still an exciting matchup. Just sort of a little bit of spice going into the season. A little bit of retribution for Scraps. It's got a little bit personal in this one. And the Ravens looking to cement themselves truly as the kings of Europe. We'll see how they go. Checkmate Search coming up in just a brief moment. As you can see, everyone getting rocking and rolling into this one. From what I understand, I believe the London Royal Ravens playing out of North Carolina, Chance. Is that true? Aside from Zero.
To the best of my knowledge, yeah. I think quite a few players are going to be in good old Charlotte, my hometown, actually. So I don't know exactly how good the internet is there nowadays, but I definitely made a lot of excuses for myself back when I was playing with it. But I'm sure that the facilities there are much nicer than what I ever had. But either way, Checkmate SMD. If we learned anything about this map yesterday with no smokes and no snipes, be controlled about everything. Very few A push is going to happen right off the rip, and Zero under the plane, able to find that first blood. Force Aqua there for the trade.
And throws a shoulder too far and does take a single shot there from Aqua, so the trade's nice. Now, Classic with that bomb making his way atop the wing, on the A wing, as you can see, neatly sprayed across it there. Eyes on at least Shawnee. Might have just seen the tip of the builder's hat there. Dylan at the far end of the plane there. Nice tags at long range. Aqua lands it there. Classic with a nice bit of crossfire as well. So a wonderful kill. Shawnee seemingly did not need to die in that situation. Could have possibly saved himself. But on the flank already, it is going to be Alex. Dylan goes down to the top. Scraps just taken out in time there. And Alex looking to find himself a second, but it's not going to be easy to do from this situation. It's a 1v2. Just over 30 seconds remaining here in the round. And he has quite a bit of work to do. The bomb's transitioned over quickly towards A. Alex is on the read. He's got a flash to work with just to make this fight that bit easier for himself. But check those corners indeed. Classic's up first. Alex, a bit of a spray. Must be windy by that side of the bomb site. Finds one. And oh my word, he made it exciting.
That was close.
But that's going to be Paris for the first round.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get it.
A very good slippery movement right there from Classic, just to be able to affect that back alley. And I think the issue here for Shawnee is not expecting 2 AR to be up top. I think he just was expecting maybe Classic to be up there with the XM4. You feel a little bit safer to jump up and check.
Whenever
moment, but we got two guys
restrictions are lifted and we can start doing stuff again.
Very quick work. Aqua, by the way.
I would like to do a podcast in a setting like we're all together, at least a couple times. Just sitting there talking while we watch the game, I feel like would be a lot better. So it'd probably have to be over towards where Estes is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, Shawnee, airborne for a brief moment there, goes down. Scraps big tags into Alex there, is going to just about get away with it. There's Aqua once again with the angles. Perfect timing from him. Fire finds another one, and it's a beautiful round from Paris Legion. All now down to
1v3
0.
again.
Can't make it interesting.
Oh, he got destroyed, yep.
Good game. Up top. Paris Legion.
Dude, Paris is no joke, man. They're coming in hard.
I know.
They basically had no top lane pressure at all, but you see both the ARs covering either side. I think it was just Scraps that played solo in the top of the plane, but even he just jumps out of the left wing to hunt the players down that were underneath. So just good map coverage, good trades, and good gunfight wins for off the opening rip. Again, first bloods are absolutely going to be a pretty big difference maker, especially without those snipes. And either way, Paris, again, full steam ahead. 2 rounds in a row. Aqua with the AK-74U this time, and he's just doing that to make sure he can get there nice and early as he switches over towards the crib.
Good class up. Fire finds the first, an immediate trade out from Dylan. Nice position, but Aqua once again, patience pays off as another member of the Royal Raven just flocks into his line. Alex
that was his first death.
From that angle. 2v2. Zero and Alex now going up against Classic and Scraps. Classic will get the bomb down there in top B.
Hello.
Zero holding the backside of the plane.
Hello.
Hey man, dude, this game's good. Dude, Paris is legit.
The Royal Ravens now make
Yeah.
wonderful shots.
Oh, it's a whole new team.
Yeah, and they're not doing too bad.
Alex now trying to reposition. Great timing. Nice
I do think
moving in towards the bomb.
London's got this one.
Classic knows the play's coming, and he could be in position to maybe make something work here. He's got to be fast.
Yeah.
He doesn't quite check it in time, and the kill comes
Hey, London took it. That's good though. That's good. Make it a little more competitive, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It was 2-0 for a minute, and then they won the first hard point round, and which, that being said, London started coming back on them, but they never could fully do it.
Yeah, but it started out 90 something to like 10.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
It's been going good though, man. I'm telling you, that's gonna be a tough team this year, I think.
Well, the other thing is Scraps is playing with a lot of emotion right now too.
Because he's not got his brother with him.
No, because London was his team last year.
Oh, him and his brother were both on London last year, weren't they?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. His brother's a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
His brother's had better stats than him last year.
Yeah, but he
not falling for this one again. The trades are there. The bomb does go down, but it's going to be a 2 versus 1 situation.
he's also an AR player.
Shawnee once again from up high, tagged up heavily. A massive win from Aqua. Now it's a 1v1.
1v1, and he knows where he is.
No.
Whoa!
Cleans it up. It's 2 straight.
Dude, Aqua's good too, dude. I've been watching him pop off.
He went 33 and 18 in that hard point.
Yeah, I believe it. He's only died like twice so far in this.
Either way, it's a nice little attempt from Aqua, right? He makes the read. Strong gunfight win against Zero, who again, I'm sure is going through it right now. But either way, a couple back-to-back rounds. I think the important part of that last one was just the opening break.
7-2.
He's 7 and yeah.
Too aggressive underneath the wings, and he had like 2-3 players in Ravens out towards A Street. Not a common thing to expect at all. It was good enough for the first blood, and then he wrapped.
They had to scrap the initial first game.
Creative stuff we're seeing.
Yeah. I think that.
Yeah, it was so laggy.
Straight up and towards the B site. Exchange of utilities there. They do have a trophy down for London right on top of the bomb site, and with that, a little bit safer. Classic's going to get that first blood though. Another beautiful exchange of gunfire.
I'm not gonna lie. My second team last year was London.
At least make a decision here. Shawnee's been pushed back for now.
Like that was the
That is going to give him some degree of clearance.
like my underdog team that I like cheering for. But it was because I really like Weskins and Scraps. And then they did them wrong. They did them dirty. I honestly couldn't believe they got rid of that roster like they did after finishing 4th in the tournament. I think London's going to win this one too.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And here it is.
That's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Another good round for the London Royal Ravens. A chance to right.
They went 3-0 on this.
Winning big gunfight. Classic again. Play the game, of course. It was a valiant effort. Finds himself 1 more kill just before being taken out. A good comms all round. Great awareness. This is a nice search.
And I will say I do like the setup that Zero is putting himself in as well, right? Like, I don't know how confident he's feeling playing from the UK, but if I was a little bit more concerned, I would absolutely just try to be that information man. Try to play in like the tower positions and just call it for my teammates.
Why my headset kicking?
Towards the end,
I don't know. Is that your headset squeaking like that?
Yeah.
That's
I don't
terrible.
know why.
How old's that? Is that old Y headset?
Mm-hmm.
Might be time to get rid of it, buddy.
I haven't had it that long.
I know.
I don't know what's squeaking though.
Quick replacement of the trophy there from Aqua. Oh, Dylan's on him. He's going for it. Aqua finds one with an aid. Classic another shot there. So he's going down in the center of the play right now. One knocking on the window.
You like the squeakies?
No.
Yes.
We are going to see Paris.
So on the Rust base, the northern
Mhm.
base, there is now electricity. You have lots. You have a tier 1 and 2 workbench.
Release one player, and it goes up and out. Shawnee finds another, trying to catch the kill.
Nice.
Now it's a 2v2, 25 seconds left on the clock.
I don't know if I did anything else. I brought some more guns, brought some shotguns up.
Covering that bomb site like his life depends on it. Oh, and here's the fight against Shawnee. Teammate on teammate, who will come out on top, and it's going to be Shawnee with a sneak peek around the side. 13 seconds remaining. Fire's got to get on the bomb, and he will. He finds the kill. 10 seconds remaining now. It's going to be a 1v1 for the win, and sadly, Zero
Paris
can't
Legion
quite
got
get it done. Fire with the ice.
3-all. Dude, they're having a good game.
Solid stuff coming in.
It was a good little two-piece there at the end to win it.
He was around the bomb, whether or not he's going for the plant. Pre-fires the challenge, sees him through the window, and plays it perfectly towards the end. So nice job done there. I'd say from both teams, you saw the idea from the Ravens at least, right? Shawnee going for the wall bangs on scraps, get a couple tags in. That's when you send in your teammates through the top of the plane to try to go on the approach. But I believe it was a well-timed nade from Aqua and a gunfight from Classic Wing that gave them that initial advantage. Somewhat of a chess match we have on checkmate right now.
Truly feels like surviving is the most essential skill right now for either of these players. You get that first kill.
Oh, the next match should be pretty good too.
Who's the next one? I don't remember.
Ultra and Minnesota.
That's right. Yeah, Toronto. Yeah, that'll be a good one.
Where it came from. Classic atop the wing again, just repositioning.
So very slow play this one is.
Dylan, they're in on the cabin. Not to had it. But Dylan's nade's going to get it done. We like to see that. Wonderful bit of work early on in these picks.
Dylan got scraps. He's out.
The nade on the cleanup. Now Fire repositioning. Try to find more of these angles. Does manage to catch a wild Alex. With that, Shawnee now going to reposition. Here comes the trade, but Fire in a solid spot to maybe find a kill him. But oh, Shawnee wait on the quick reposition. Can't get the second. Here comes the trades though, and Dylan is there. Great place.
Good one.
Time, good comms. London get another round.
And honestly, I think almost all of these rounds, it really seems like the first blood has been the most important factor, because that's a moment where I'm thinking of like, well, Alex, that's kind of a mistake, right? Like, you know that if you don't have the underneath side of the plane covered, you really have to hug that bump. You can't leave that wall too far. Obviously, you're going to get shot in the back like that, and then for Fire to go and pick up the second one as well. You think that'd be the opening of the round, but of course, Dylan, again, just hunting people down from up top of that plane. Make sure to keep the round nice and secure. So first blood's ever important. Get to see who the first one to strike is least amount of A pressure. I think the Ravens have really shown off the rip at least. They got two in the top of the plane, or actually two on the right side wing. Classic just being aggressive in the plane. Talk about the Ravens slowing the pace down. Ballsy call from him, and it pays dividends. Bomb down back to the plane. Now you're going to have Aqua pushed away all the way up towards the full flank down that A street. Of course, top plane control and left side wing control in the hands of Paris.
Paris have got a lot of space to work with now. They can set themselves up to just win on trades here. Shawnee's trying to find a pick. A single kill here without being traded out would be great, but oh, sneaky Aqua from behind. Shawnee just about wins it. That's devastating. Scraps though immediately pushing forward, a bit too greedy. He finds a kill as well, and just like
now
that,
it's 1v3.
It's all onto Fire.
Jesus Christ!
Now to push him back. Try to hunt him down. Zero tagged up. Positions given away for sure now, but Fire. He's got to defuse the bomb and kill 3 members of the Royal Ravens. I mean, this has gone from bad to worse. What can he do from this spot? 35 seconds to work with. You can see the Ravens now just starting to move him around him. They are circling him, not vultures, truly ravens, and that was a brilliant execution there. What a turn of events. 5-3 map point.
Oh, man. And by the way, towards the end in that 3v1, they were not messing around, right? Affording no mistakes to give away. In that moment right there, by the way, the setup, everything from Paris was perfect and clean. I don't know if Shawnee's teammate, whoever was next to him, had the information on Aqua or if he heard him move or whatever it was going to be, but Aqua literally put himself in the perfect spot. And then just as unfortunate of timing as you're going to get to not find a kill. But either way, great 3v round coming in for the Ravens. And again, the shoulder peeks they're throwing, not taking those gunfights in the 3v1, not giving Fire anything to work with. They are not messing around.
An aggressive play straight to the top of the plane, though. Trades up and early. Dylan takes down Scraps. It's going to be Shawnee who falls beneath the plane. Dylan just about managing to stay alive there. Aqua tagged up heavily on the push through. Just over a minute remaining. Fire has a degree of control up top there with Classic and on the bomb site. Alex, though, with the angles. Once again, the angles here on Checkmate. It's another 1v3 for Fire. It's just a house of cards. It falls apart so quickly for Paris. The good news is, though, is Fire's position is seemingly unknown right now, but the Ravens 0 wins a big one from across the pond. And with that, it's a 6-3 finish here on
1-1. All right, so they're not a
S&D
not an S&D team.
They were solid for 3 rounds. After that, they fell apart hard.
What happens this time? Johnny takes out a sub. He's underneath the plane. You get the kill, and you're like, wait a minute, this is different. I don't know what's
Scraps didn't play that good that game though, too.
No, he didn't.
He was like what, 1-7?
Won like 8 or 9.
Oh, yeah.
Brutal. 1-8. Oh.
Yeah. He only did 500 damage.
Mm-hmm.
I think they lost the first 2 rounds in a row. 6-1 after that.
It was rough.
Wonderful stuff there.
Good stuff by the Royal Ravens, though.
A bit of a shaky map after their victory there on the hard point. You go to control after this, I should say. We're going back to Garrison. Very fun stuff so far.
Garrison Control. That'll be interesting.
Sunday,
that's a hard one to take A on, though.
And after the break, I'm actually going to have a quick chat with Vicstar of the London Royal Ravens.
This A outside.
Yeah,
outside of green.
A's outside on the right. Yeah.
Don't go anywhere, friends. We'll be right back.
It's hard to take out.
Very. Didn't see a lot of teams do it. It was the first team on defense was the team that won yesterday.
Huh? No. So, are you talking about whoever gets to round 5 defense?
Mm-hmm.
So, whoever has the most kills.
Does it get my kills at that point?
Yeah, gets defense on round 5.
Gotcha. I like it. Well, while this is on a commercial break, I will be right back as well.
Wait, so he's the only one streaming, right?
Yeah, I'm not streaming this.
Oh, so we can say poggers.
I got to drive my truck today.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
How was it?
Good. It drives really smooth.
Yeah.
It drives as smooth as our car.
Want to fuel up like the pros? Get fuel today at GameFuel.com. Tournament audio and team listen-ins are powered by Astro Gaming, the official headset and mix amp of the Call of Duty League.
I told Jaden earlier that SSU here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the CoD
What?
League.
I told Jaden before you got on that I'd like to do this, like do one in person eventually. All of us get together, watch the games.
I think it was yesterday. Feels like yesterday. Might have been
Well, I thought you meant. Oh, okay. I thought. I thought you meant like going to a LAN.
That absolutely as well, and definitely when they open that up.
Oh God. I do not like him.
Thank you so
Star?
much. It's very
Yeah.
exciting to be involved in.
Like with my whole entire heart, I do not like him.
I was going to say, we first saw you really dip into the league. It was you streamed champs for the Modern Warfare season. What was the journey like in sort of getting involved in the CDL?
Oh, it's been amazing. It was really, really fun for me to become involved in competitive Call of Duty and actually bring it to my audience. As we all know, last year Warzone became huge and really boosted the player base of Call of Duty. And I've been playing Call of Duty since Call of Duty 4, so I've always understood the pro scene. But it was really great to jump back in on my content, expose it to a huge audience, and then introduce them to competitive Call of Duty. And I remember when I first did some of the co-streams during the season and during Champs Finals, so much of my audience saw it and they'd never seen it before, and they were like, this is so awesome. This is so cool to see these players playing at this high level competitively with the casting, with the spectating, and they just wanted to see more of it. So that's what really pushed me to get involved.
That sounds fantastic. Yeah, I do remember jumping in the chat and seeing a lot of people like, what's this? Why are they using these guns? These guys are really good. How can I learn more? So that was wonderful to see. Obviously, the London Royal Ravens, I mean, it was a bit of a no-brainer for you to get involved in that org. But as co-owner now, I mean, you're part of what I would say is probably one of the most wild fan bases in all of esports. I mean, I'm not sure if you've been at those London events, but they are like no other. And obviously, when the world changes, we can get back to that. But what's it been like? What's the journey been like for you getting into the London Royal Ravens world?
Oh no, it's been really exciting. You're definitely right. No one does it like the UK in terms of just levels of support and noise and excitement. And it is a real shame that we don't have those events in person. But yeah, I've lived in London for 7-8 years now, and it made so much sense to me to be involved in London. So becoming a co-owner with the guys at Rec Global, Dave, Amish, they do a great job, and they're really serious about it. They talk the talk and they walk the walk. So I'm really excited to see how the team does this season. They came fourth last year, but this year, hopefully even better. I'm very excited to see how it goes down and how the matches play out.
Mate, we can't wait. It was a wonderful surprise to see that fourth place finish last year. Mate, as far as the league goes, I mean, are there any dark horse teams that you're looking forward to? Obviously, there's a bit of a rivalry maybe developing with Paris, but who are your sort of dark horse teams going into this year?
So yeah, I would say definitely there's that European rivalry, which we love. We would love to beat the French team. And I'd say another kind of dark horse one that's out there is one city I would always parallel to London is actually Toronto. I feel like the cultures are very similar, and the ways that act are very similar. So I
Such a great game.
And I want to see the London boys come out on top.
Oh, we love that. I mean, obviously, we saw a lot of content
Modern
this year from the
Warfare
London
was
squad. Everyone's got their own sort of
awesome.
flavour coming into the league. All the teams are like characters themselves. What do you think of the London squad? I mean, how would you describe their character if you had to?
The London squad this year.
Modern Warfare was not awesome. You
I was
stop.
actually lucky enough to play in
It was amazing,
Royal
really.
Ravens Coliseum Cold War tournament, and one of the players was the captain of each team. I was with Dylan. He did insane.
Hey, guys, no one cares about Warzone anymore because it's on a different engine.
And a lot of the time, I can't even touch them.
That game sucks. Well, I haven't played it since the new version came out, but the old
Yeah,
version
but here's
sucks.
the thing: like, if you get used to the movement in Cold War, like it's different than the movement in
Warzone.
Warzone.
Love it. Well, Vic,
Yep,
thank you so much
it
for
sure
chatting.
is.
Yeah, 'cause
Wish you the best
it's a
of luck
whole
throughout the
different
season.
gaming
Any
engine.
final parting words you want to give to the fan base?
The only thing I have to say is the Ravens are coming. Get ready for it.
Mate, we love it. Thank you so much again.
What the heck did he just do with his hands?
Something I'm gonna like for him to never do again.
Covered in snow.
What did he do? I missed it.
He did like, I don't even know.
Was it like a Naruto thing?
No, he put his. It's like it was more like a. Let's see. Well, let's see. Cross your hands, Estes, and make your thumbs touch. And flap your hands like you're flying, like you're a bird.
Oh, like a bird.
Yeah, that's what he did.
Yeah.
So he made a raven.
That's not funny. It's stupid.
Specifically for the map, I think it's going to turn into a situation where
He made a
every single
raven with
team
his
is going for the uplift,
hand.
and you're just looking for those opportunities.
Aha,
You might only
aha,
get one
aha.
or two good
Oh,
opportunities
God.
per round to work yourself over towards that 8
That
point.
was
So it's really about
cool.
maximizing
No,
those
don't lie to
moments,
me.
making sure you get the full
Oh,
control,
Shut
oh,
up,
man.
shut up, shut up, shut up,
when you
shut up,
just sit in
shut up,
corners and
shut
wait
up.
for kills or
Shut
whatever
up.
it's going to be. So
Keith,
there's
did
a
you
few
hear
teams
that?
yesterday that were
You
able
know,
to
I try not to
very
judge.
advantage and get some offensive round wins. But obviously,
I do.
that is the focal point. That is the difficulty.
And now it's on stream. Now it's all over the internet.
These teams.
And it will be there
Or,
forever.
on defense, just stuff them completely. and
Delete
they
the pod.
give you.
Well, let's see what happens. I'd love to have the comms played back to us now as these opening gambits unfold. It's time for an Astro Gaming listen in with the London Royal Ravens.
So there you have B. I don't know. You know, I don't like how far B goes into that room.
Oh, yeah.
I know, right?
Like, I don't feel like from lots that they should be able to, I don't feel as if they should be able to, contest from right there on the edge. That makes sense.
Yeah, it is pretty far.
Relatively calm. Everyone sounds in control.
Ooh.
I'll take your word for it. Just in case is the resident translator. But yeah, comms sounded absolutely great.
He says that every single time.
Getting mentioned quite a bit.
What?
Players calling out when they're making sure
Miles.
towards A, but
Every single
those
time
are
that they do a listening with either London or Paris. Because a lot of them are foreign. Like, from Europe area. He's like, we need to always bring in a translator. Like, it wasn't funny the first time you said it. Not going to be funny the second time you say it.
Aqua's going to fall. Scraps now the last man left. He gets dealt with, and that is a phenomenal job on defense, knowing exactly when the players on the 8 point can wrap back for the Ravens. Very well done.
Yeah, great recovery. That could have got ugly fast, but at this point in time, both teams very
Dang,
even in the response.
rough. He got him to 12 HP.
After a couple of kills go the way of Paris Legion sitting at 11. Alex back onto the point. 50 seconds remaining here.
Imagine if they got to use stems.
It'd be a lot different if they did.
Two of them making the
Right.
right side of the map. That's going to be Shawnee on the defense there. Dylan trying to watch towards the arches, the brick side of the map. And it's a four-man stack up. You can see on that mini-map it's starting to get a bit close there for Paris. But they're opening now. Through brick side, and in London have moved over. They've jumped over the top of the map. They're trying to catch these players out. All four dead there for Paris Legion with 20
I think that'll be it for offense on Paris.
Yeah. They're so held back. I mean, there's no way.
You got to make it all the way across in 10 seconds. And kill everybody in your way.
Now it's a matter of just finding these kills again. Trying to see who can get that potential round 5 in the end, but the Ravens will
Did that pistol just one tap him?
Yeah.
Towards the end as well. Stays alive all one.
I think he was already a little bit weak, though.
At that point, as soon as
Because he just got out of the
for the Ravens, they're just looking for as many kills as possible just to run that life count up. Because obviously, you want defense for the round number 5. Should you get
So I'm pretty sure in the GAs, they have it in the GAs that they're not allowed to blow up that barrel in certain game modes.
Really?
Yeah.
Said, all right, so the players that were on the 8 point rotated out through green, shot those players in the back, get the clean white. And that is
I'm pretty sure S&D is one of them. Like in the S&D, you can't use that barrel as a...
Too passive, not allowing too many opportunities, and making sure they take the fight towards Paris.
a way to kill.
We gave London the listening on the defensive round. First time round, it's only fair that we give Paris a shot now. So,
Shawnee got ripped off that heady fast.
Mm-hmm.
Scraps just isn't playing well at
Yeah.
all.
I was about to say the same thing. Aqua isn't playing great this game. I mean, it's 5-7, but
Dead. Recon heard it. I needed him. On the boxes. Nice. Two guys. Nice. You looking for? He's on point. He's on point.
Where's my bow right now?
Shiny dead.
Nice.
I'm in red. I'm one shot.
Yo, casters in top box. I got needed. Yo, there's so many.
Oh.
Casters. Nice.
Gonna move.
Two casters now.
Right, cut stairs, zero.
Behind us, man. Triple box at me.
Dead.
Nice.
Smoke him.
Someone was vent. In
He's
vent.
outside the hill.
Good, good.
One's there, trip. One's below 14. He's going towards green.
Yeah, I'm going. I stuck on my B.
Nice. Good kill.
Ronnie went green.
Keep pulling green.
I'm on green. On B again.
Push down mid.
At the top cat.
Top green.
Linking cat.
Ronnie shot. Shawnee
Low
was
mid
green.
square. Low mid square.
No
dead.
trophies
No trophies on B.
Mini top green with you. Mini
Top
top green
green.
with you.
Top green.
I don't think any fears not speaking French at this point in time. Paris is sounding very calm. I mean, all things considered, London have had a fantastic run here in this offensive round. They managed to get 2 ticks at B, incredibly close to finishing B there, but sadly things will be stopped for them. Classic now on the offensive, trying to make something happen to push these players back. A with a single tick as well, so it's been a very solid start for London, let's say, in the offense.
Yeah, and I will say it's a very sort of standard sort of set of plays that Paris have been running for. It is just constantly flooding that pressure up through the middle of the tanks, flanking these guys when they're trying to capture B, but they've had a great deal of success with it so far. 2 life advantage and not a ton of tick progression as well on the hill. Alex clearing everything out. Those command is in lights.
I got a weird setup right now.
What's your setup?
I've moved my computer screen over because I hopped on Rust. I was gonna go over and collect some stuff. I'll sit here and watch. So I have my computer screen angled and.
London with 6 lives left. Better make it 5.
Yeah.
Starting to get towards the business end of this game.
Oh, so we don't need these fireplaces anymore either.
To be made right now.
No, you can get rid of the fireplaces. I need to buy a switch though, so your small batteries will charge.
50 seconds now.
I need to make a switch, I should say.
Starting to run out of opportunities here. Good trades coming through. So what you want to see, but Paris holding the line as admirably as they possibly can.
Dog outside of him.
Spread right now for Paris. They're doing what they can.
I about got killed by a bear earlier.
If London do manage to get in, that's where things get a little bit dangerous. But for right now, Paris on the defense has held. 20 seconds have passed since that last check-in on the clock, and it's started to get red. Dealing with a nice positioning though chance. Oh boy, it's 3 kills. Aqua's going to hold the line for now, but this is an opportunity for London to get on the point, but they've got to go fast. There's the stop clock. 18.8.
Actually, I think somebody's here.
That front line forward was 0 captures.
This is a 4v4 private team. No respawns remaining.
Are they?
To the middle, Matt, Dylan, and Alex able to find a kill apiece. Aqua and Fire able to get
no.
two.
I'm loading my game up right now.
I can't, so it's on you guys.
Aqua there for the trades. And still on the point. Only half the progression's gone through. Aqua has a moment to breathe.
Oh, looks like London's gonna win that.
Go for the contest. Zero's got no idea where he's going to come.
Oh, it's a 1v1.
That's all it come down to.
Ah.
Zero! He slip slides out and guns him. Oh, we love us some control. 2-0.
EU ping. That was pretty good. EU ping though, not a problem for Zero. That is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure somebody was here though.
Towards the end as well. Nice
Our boat despawned, so I had to get a new one.
Where'd you go to get a new one?
There's one that spawned down at the beach.
Towards the end, but there was moments where they just leave one player top green and have everyone else just watching the middle of the map, or even making those commitments to jump out of green, try to shoot these players in the back. We saw the Ravens do it successfully, but it seemed like when the Ravens made that,
Put all your stuff in one of the chests and run outside, see if somebody's up there.
4 players are there. You can shoot them all in the back. And there was a bit more of a spread when Paris tried to try it on defense. Either way, offensive round wins. Ravens have to be feeling pretty good.
It was a tight one as well. I mean, you can't have it work out like that every.
Oh, that's mana.
Wow, a lot of fun. Laser up already. 0. 13-11 overall. He's starting to feel himself now. He's starting to get a little bit warmed, you know, letting the latency kick in and truly try to understand how the game feels at that pace. Shawnee finding a nice 2-piece out there, and the Ravens are already on the offense now. They're trying to draw a sort of a line in the map. Keep the members of Paris Legion as tucked in that corner as possible. Zero can't quite get it all done himself, and after once again with the XM4, now starting to make a little bit of clearance, a little bit of groundwork.
Imagine they bot me
back to those B points, 50 meters
before I get the door shut.
And this is going to be a tough.
That's why you got the 2 doors.
Ravens in a very, very strong spot now.
single nade from every single player. It certainly seems like
Seeing
a
you,
little
right?
bit of clearance towards his actual B point.
Also
Two
starting to get
lives
dark,
on
and
it right now for
holy
Paris.
shit, do
Couple
we have
trades
enough
coming
pumpkins
through.
for
Keep in mind the lives, yes, are even,
day?
but only
Hey,
30
there's already
seconds
metal
left
ore
in
here
the
next to the
game.
base,
Yeah,
there.
you get that additional time, but still a lot of time
Like
has been
spawned
wasted
in.
by the Ravens just because
Yeah.
of their
Well,
shooting.
Jaden had like
Now, though, trying to
almost
force their way
4,000.
through life. Easy gunfight wins for Fire. Of course, though, making sure you keep
What
We'll
else
have
do we
them.
need metal for?
surely is going
Aren't
to
we gonna make a metal base?
Scraps
I mean,
potentially
yeah, but
is in a
do we
nice
need it for
spot
anything
as
else
a
other than that?
square, maybe an opportunity for him to make a play. As you can see, Ravens swarming.
Because if not, I'll go ahead and start upgrading it.
He's gone. Towards A we go, Fire.
I'm guessing these lots don't come on, huh?
Finally puts him down. We extinguish the flames.
Well,
That
that's-
run was getting to go, and Alex finds himself 2 more. So London now have got to slow this down. Try to deal with these attackers one by one. Paris.
Are they in the base?
One solid push once again to break through. Same rules apply for
What?
hard points.
Are they in the base?
Just lock. You know, this is not
Yeah.
an easy position to break.
They're supposed to, but I don't have a switch yet. I have to plug in everything into a switch to turn the lights off during the daytime. That way, we'll have lights at night.
All members now. It's going to take one push. Scraps from up high here. This is a great spot to be in for now. They have to overwhelm the remaining members of the Ravens. Slow and steady. Once again.
I'm not gonna go out there. I'm just gonna wait until it's daylight.
As we PIP, we're also seeing these players hit that other angle of attack. Shorty's going to find one in the back end, and here we go. Any moment now, these players are gearing up to just take that wind-up punch.
Do we need metal frags for anything else other than the base?
Gentlemen, you got
Building stuff you do.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
And they just can't get anything. Scraps has been waiting up top for so long. He's hoping his teammates can do something around back for him to make a move and maybe somewhat of an opening, but they have not enough pressure towards the back of the map. So Shawnee's going to be here for the fights, and they're not even getting him on the back end. Classic have gotten through. They pushed the back. You can see Shawnee's there waiting. Aqua able to
You gotta move
kills,
fast,
trying to do
though.
it himself. He's on a 3 spree in the approaches.
Wow.
Seconds. Someone got on the point. Someone's going to contest. Jump on the point. Someone. Anyone.
No, I was talking about Paris.
Oh.
Paris had the
It's done.
3A.
like they were making a good like move with that flank, but
Near that one, the kills came through in the end. And oh boy, chance it's a 3-0 on control. London, for me, frankly, a shock. Very, very surprised. Not because of the 1v1 victory from Zero in the second round there, but just, you know, offensive rounds and one offensive, 2 defensive wins. All in all, impressive stuff.
They're not much of
I mean, it's great. That's about as much as a dominant Garrison performance you're going to see on defense. Pretty clean the entire time. They had an
They're not
opportunity
much
to
of
set
a
for
control
couple
team
strong
either,
kills and
apparently.
Maybe didn't make great progress in that regard, but still able to stuff them out on defense. I don't know if really anyone ever touched the A point outside of a couple seconds from the side of Paris. And of course, the round they had on offense, again, clean work. Maybe to
Scraps
punish the
is struggling.
mistakes that Paris was going to make over towards theirs.
Yeah.
2-1 lead.
Aqua
Their
did-
S&D looked incredibly.
He came
clean
back
on
up a little
checkmate.
bit.
The Garrison control looked on point.
Aqua
as well,
did the most
but
damage in the
Paris
lobby.
able to take a
I
hard
know.
going down against
I was
the
talking about
Rematch.
Katie though,
You know what?
Oh.
I kind of don't want that. I want a game 5. I want to go.
because like the first, like the second round, I think he was negative.
I'm very, very impressed with what we've seen so far. Ton of
Yeah, he was.
Dylan, hey? Dylan was alright at MW. He's looking pretty good at Cold War. Oh, is this a return to form? We'll find out soon, though. We're going to take a very, very quick break. When we come back, it's another hard point. We get a game 5? Maybe. Don't go anywhere.
It's almost daytime.
I'll be right back.
I'm putting.
You're what?
Hmm?
You said you're something. I thought. What's where you step up there is a barbed wired.
I know. I seen that.
Yeah, I want a bunch of them to put all around the base, but I don't know. I think it's a tier 3. I mean, that's back at the main house. I think Paris will win this hard point.
Hmm?
So I think Paris is gonna win this next hard point.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if London don't win
You're
it.
actually gonna do this.
What?
He put Canadian syrup over it.
It tastes like squirrel pee. Why do you know it's squirrel pee tastes like?
Nathan's so dumb.
I love Nathan.
Welcome to the brand new Call of Duty League.
I like watching him play Warzone with Sydney.
Ravens just putting them down. Florida gets the W. Pristini wins the battle versus brother.
There's no time. There's no time at all left for Florida. And Atlanta FaZe defend their city.
This global pandemic and COVID blows up. It leads to this new online format. Second team all year to win their home series event. Congratulations, Subliners. Envoy going big for the squad.
And that is a massive hole in Paris Legion's armor. I can't believe it. Envoy with 5. Simp does it again. Breaks another record.
It's Awakening's debut, and they go through FaZe, Empire, and Huntsman. One of the greatest debuts in the history of Call of Duty.
I need 265 scrap.
Congratulations to the Florida Mutineers. Not
For
only
what?
do you win your third home series,
So I can
you
get down to the
back-to-back
barbed wooden
this championship
barricades.
weekend.
1v1, and Huntsman win it. Let's go, let's go.
Your 2020 Call of Duty League MVP is going to Shotzi.
Yeah, I mean, this was crazy looking back at it.
Do we need any more stone?
Time for the CDL championship. Seemingly nothing that he can do.
No, we have a lot. I need to make a walkthrough for
The
this
inaugural season of the CoD League was wonderful. It was a roller coaster.
thing. I'm gonna go get the metal fragments to make it. I think TJ has some on his body. He does.
Incredible to think that the league started
There's 1,000 or something in the thing.
Unbelievable. Well, there's some information for you. The opening weekend will be the Atlanta FaZe home series, February 11th to 14th. Get it in your calendars, friends. That's when we really kick things off. The season format again will be 5 major tournaments, capping each stage. Playoffs will have 8 teams qualified based on their total CDL points, and that prize pool is $5 million in total, with $500,000 for each major. Unbelievable stuff. Quick look at our schedule for today. Once again, London is up 2-1 so far against Paris Legion. We've still got the Battle of the North coming up after this one. Our group selection show. Still very, very excited.
What the crap? It was daylight 2 seconds ago.
Just before the much anticipated Chicago Optic versus Los Angeles.
I think that was the sun going down.
In terms of the group, the match schedule for stage 1 of the regular season. During the group selection show, teams in Group A
Okay, I came out here anyway.
B via a
Nice,
reverse
Kurt.
snake draft process. And as
I
you
mean,
can
I am
see
a
on
little.
screen,
I've been kind of
there's
crap
a lot
walking.
of fun characters in there, some fantastic
Sounds alright.
personalities, and you know there's going to be some fun times in there.
I was thinking maybe if they seen a bot craft walking, they wouldn't kill me as fast.
Coming up just before Optic and
I don't think I care that much.
Cannot wait. What a rivalry that could be. What a blowout. Who knows, man? I mean, it's not, if we get to script this, it'd be a game 5, round 11, even the kickoff. But in the real world, chance, nothing is quite as dramatic. So we'll see what the players can do for us. We are very close to our checkmate hardpoint, I think, mate. Can I get some vibes on the series so far?
Our boat
So,
sank.
like, look, all of this is
Did it
just
really?
to give the indication, right? You
Yeah.
said the first home series.
I need to get a new one.
11th, whatever.
I
it was.
mean,
It's like
not right
3
now.
weeks away from
Oh,
right now.
shit.
That means whatever we
Is that
see
you?
from these teams, that's how
Yeah.
long they have to either
Oh,
figure things
no,
out,
I
make
mean, we
these
have,
tough picks, or make these
I
major
misclicked.
decisions that need to be
Now I'm
had.
scared.
I would say like Paris on the side of control didn't really look that
Man,
great.
misclick now, he ain't
Seemed to be
moving.
getting caught out quite a bit, over aggressive in a couple moments.
Yeah,
I'm not.
that must-
Did not have the best
I'm
game.
not
sprinting.
The hard point looked fantastic.
I don't know
I think
how
the
it
search and destroy
sank.
ball make the fewest reads on anything.
I think they
but
just do after
it seems
time.
The Ravens seem to have a
Oh,
very
that
strong
sucks.
idea of what they wanted to do. So
Hey, Vex.
I'd say fairly
Mhm.
high on the Ravens right now. They were what?
There a
top
horse
four
now,
this
babe?
past year. They have 3 of the 4
I don't
same
know.
players on their roster. Alex, that new addition. This is a team that is very worth being excited for.
God, living north of that
That's-
server makes you heartless, doesn't it? You're ready to shoot everything.
You're wrapped up nice and
Estes is ready for a fight at any second.
But here we go.
There's a deer.
Maybe that's what I heard.
Right off the rip. That's first kills from Dylan. Quick contest. We're going to see a lot of contests.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Alex can't quite find any more from there.
I need to go back to the mainland at some point.
It's
Yes.
going to be great on search and destroy. Well, it's going to be
That's
fun.
Fine,
Yeah,
I'm getting out of order to take back.
Byron Classic.
Okay.
Trying to just push this one back.
There's a bunch in here. There's still like 2,000.
Again, not a lot
Well,
of
there's
I know.
fire
1,300.
from
And I got 1600 on me.
Oh, dang.
Again, still looking towards
Dude, we are gonna have metal for our
Yeah, I need to go back and research all the way down to the. Hold on a second. I'm taking down to the barbed wooden barricades.
That has been beautiful work by Dylan. In all honesty, he was playing in the back of the map. That's what Classic was trying to hunt him down.
Is that you?
And he repositioned.
Where?
Effectively gave up those spawns just for a moment, and that's to let Shawnee come and help him out.
I'm not at our base.
Clean and efficient work coming out from the Ravens, and again, that is just an indication of how good their communication must
I'm
be
on
in
those.
those moments. Either way, obviously down by about 20
A
points.
deer took off running that way.
No, I heard like
on that back corner,
builds
Scraps with
break.
the aggression, just trying to flood him through back orange. Ends up just getting pieced out as he's gonna fall.
Like it sounded like somebody demolished wood.
Very scattered approach, in all honesty. I'd say right there from Paris. You got Classic under Finn. You got what? Scraps trying to flood in through back orange, and his teammate
I don't see
6
anything.
seconds behind him. So maybe not the best coordinated push, and the Ravens will be happy for it. They're going to be poised up to get those final 25 seconds. Not a problem. And a nice little lead as they attempt to start rotating around the map to see if they can get any sort of control.
Control.
Oh, I need to upgrade that tank up there.
Seconds, there's no doubt about it, but will they
It's a
really
stone.
do too much about the next hard point? Directly underneath the plane now will be Alex. The Alex managed to win a couple of good ones. And
What thing?
hard fought
That
fire.
roof right there.
Trades once again. Is Classic going to kill Dylan? It could be the case. There it is. Trades once again, back and forth. Difficult to string them
I don't
together.
have a hammer.
Zero wins a big one there against Classic. Aqua trades.
Huh?
Now who's going to trade out Aqua? It's back
I
and
need a
forth.
hammer.
It truly is a game of ping pong right
And a
now.
nail.
But all things considered,
Yes.
they kicked everyone off the hard point.
Are you gonna be stacking them bales?
Really nice, get a bit of work done. Scrap
All of them.
to the hard point. Dylan from way up high manages to cut him down. Ravens
Are you gonna be working
being
hard all week?
ish remaining on this one. Will they be able to garner too much?
Not Saturday.
Feathers have been plucked for now.
What?
What did you just say?
Finds one more.
Said not Saturday.
Saturday.
You could just see how difficult it is on this hill just to stay alive, man. Like it is every single quadrant of the map you can get picked apart from. You got angles of
Dude, Aqua is showing out.
There's so much that goes on, and
Dude, he's good, man.
that you can never truly get.
He's really good on this map too.
The correct angles pushed out. It is not easy.
I think he's been really good this whole series.
Yeah.
The A Street Hill. Also not the easiest one in the world to lock down. You see the point that Alex has set up. He's underneath the plane. Hopefully he can just.
Oh, yeah, I want to see something before we leave.
Yeah, Shawnee doing the same thing from over top. And this plane control. This is the power position from Shawnee, right? Check the middle of the plane, check the left alley, come back out, and then help your teammates inside the actual point. I think unfortunate timing for him. He doesn't quite check it. So
I pretty much have 3,000 metal ore key.
See the benefits of it. He was able to
See?
pick up 2.
3,000? My God, you got like 8,000 at the base. It's so much better there. Oh God, we need to build a refinery.
Get it done with a solid 20 seconds remaining. They're going to be very.
Or no, you need a large furnace.
Just a bit of timing.
You know, I could. No, never mind. That's not worth it.
But isn't it down on the list?
Possibly. Whenever Trev gets back on, he can make you one.
Wide open space.
I could make metal barricades, but they're 200 metal fragments and 2 metal blades.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't make metal barricades. You don't need barricades.
Oh, I'm making the barbed wooden barricades and putting them around the house.
That's fine, but I'd say metal ones are not needed, not necessary, really.
In there as quick as they can. It is going to be Aqua there in the point. Classic now trying to just create some kind of disturbance, slow the push down, trying to sow some discord if he possibly can. But for now, Paris Legion still soaking up the hard point time. Good work from them. London still on the offensive.
Alright, you ready?
One job in that situation, and it is to not die.
Yeah, hold on.
Trophies, though, it is incredible.
Hey,
you'll find a boat.
I need you guys to do me a solid when you get there.
You are almost unkillable.
Take a hammer
for the kills. Nice recognition by
and see if you can just pick up one of our large furnaces.
He was trying to play in the back and well get that hard point control once again. And I will say
yeah, it's fully gone now.
It's worth
oh, it's 3 days.
Right?
If you guys can pick up one of our large furnaces, then you'd already have one at your base, and you can just start using it there. Block it in up there, though. We don't have to block it in the village, in town. But like out there in the wilds, block that shit up.
Ravens just have their work cut out for them yet. Seems across the board, not a single player really able to turn up and go crazy in the kills column. Just getting picked apart on a couple of weeks.
You're talking about the kills
column.
Scraps just popped off on that one. Yeah, that was nice.
Statement there in the kills column almost gets still in there.
Oh, he's made it. I'm pretty sure he was double negative. Like, I'm pretty sure he was at like 3-10 at one point.
He's doing good. Classic's popping off pretty good.
Their respawn's not bad.
No. And the Aqua, of course, is just...
Aqua's nasty.
He's really good.
Here, I'm gonna give you a little bit of fuel, Estes. And I'm gonna go this way, and whoever finds one, just come to the other
Well, if
person.
you get enough pressure on the right side of the map, eventually you're going to be blocking those spawns once you cross about that front NASA tail portion of the map. And well, with enough time on
The Aqua's nasty.
Spawn out, and now Ravens,
Just
because
KD right now. He's 17-4,
they
yeah.
17-14.
side of the map. You do have fire, it looks like potentially going.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure Scraps was like 3-10 at one point.
This is where you need to take your time, or just get the back spawns and play nice and aggressive. As soon as the Ravens start spawning out on the top left, they know that the bottom right
I found one.
There's a lot of corners you have
Alright,
to be
I'll
concerned
start heading
about.
back towards that direction.
Knows the deal, able to
You know that Fire Kid's not bad either.
No, he's not. And I think both of them are newer to the league, so.
More breathing room for Paris with that 70-point lead.
Man, what a brawl that was.
So, Jen, you're going to be competing with these kids in a couple of years with me and Estes guiding you, okay?
I can teach you spawns.
Well, this is here, Estes, but it has 7 health.
Turn back around. Actually, get in it and bring it over here. Come pick me up, see if we can go find another one.
Well, it's broke.
Already?
Yeah, I hit it with the pickaxe.
You did it.
Huh?
Said, why would you do that?
So that nobody else could use it.
It's not bad, but again, you
Could have used it.
trying to lock it down for a substantial
On a 7 health, we could have.
a nice one underneath the hill, but even look at the spawns, right? Like you just have number 4 Fire, he spawns top left, his teammates are spawning.
Dang, I thought Aqua just turned on him.
To their credit, doing a great job of being very aware of every single situation that can occur, but it is difficult to manage. 15 seconds left on this hill, 0. He just
They have made a good comeback though.
Yeah.
The rest of the Ravens starting to work their way towards this
I
next.
found another one.
Not say any early advantage on
I'm not coming back. You can come pick me up.
Alright, kill this thing.
Because I'm pretty much at our equivalent to our base. I still love our base location.
It's perfect. Literally, you can't have a better location on that map. On the map.
Oh shit.
What?
Here.
There's one near me too.
They cut that player down easy as fire. Now Scrap's trying to hit the flank, slow these players down off spawn. It's going to be 0 at first. Gets the kill, nicely done. He's going to look for a few more from that back.
I found some metal ore and I was going to destroy it.
I'm all the way over here at the dang fishing village.
Who just about comes out on top, finds himself a second on a wounded 0. And
Fire just popped off again.
Point still lies in the hands of Paris.
And you can see Paris, by the way, while Scraps is in the back, he gets tucked down, but still Aqua is working his way in the back. Gets the kill on Dylan, and the spawn flip is in. Shout out to Scraps for
Hood killed Hood using their satchel charge.
The Ravens trying to stay alive, but now this is it, right? You got 24 minutes to win the game. This is a hill you can get a full 60 on. I don't see or hear any trophies, so that might be delicate for Aqua, but you see where they're landing those nades. They don't think he's going to be in this corner, but Shawnee snips him out, gets the kill, and they've saved the game for just a moment. But Shawnee by himself, the trophy, really his only friend.
Well, his friend's gone, and with that, he's all alone. A nice bit of a rebuttal there from Fire, finds himself 2 more, and that's it. 2 members now of Paris Legion in the hard point. The final 10 seconds here for the win. Classic looking down the left flank. He gets picked up. There's an opening. Alex finds himself 2. 0's there as well. 1 second remains. There's the quick contest. Fire will go down.
Oh, they only need 1 second.
49. It's not over just yet. London have got the hard
I think they've won this.
give or take.
Yeah, you gotta play perfect at that point.
I figured that they would win this.
Here, but it's got to be absolutely perfect. Alex now atop plane control. We go back to the very center of the plane. Aqua now line up on the right-hand side. Classic on the left. There's a big shot from Alex. Over them quickly in the fire we go, and London have burst into life. They have to hold this hard point absolutely perfectly, and there's been a split spawn. Aqua's on the left-hand side. A pinch now developing.
Like, you have to play perfect.
The nades are there. They've had to to leave the hard point for a brief moment.
And that's
Still
just.
contesting this one, and it is as close as it could possibly come. There's the final bullets.
I was gonna say playing perfect for. I think they were down by what 60 at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, this is about exactly how the first hardpoint game went.
And I will say,
So, they kept making a comeback, and then
again getting those spawns.
I'm telling you, those guys, they are really good at hardpoint.
Right? We watched him go on the flank, pick up the kill on zero, and he's hiding in back green, and he at least gets
just not as good at S&D.
Able to come through, clean him up, flip the map on its head, and
Which is what is bad for him.
Doing a very nice job.
We'll do a fifth game though.
Trimmed that quite a bit, potentially in comparison to the control.
Yeah, control's a little bit iffy, but
you
know, Paris is their hard points look pretty good. I mean, checkmate's a tough one. That's a wild map. Quick look at the stats here. Again, that was quite the
shooting.
battle. What a,
yeah, that you shooting.
Yeah.
Waves there.
Oh, okay.
And again, as far as the kills department go, Fire going very big there with 31-26, 29-23 there for.
I'm here. I'm at the beach.
20 very influential plays across the board there, but lovely, lovely stuff all round. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves another game. Game 5, we will be descending upon Miami, South Beach, which apparently is under some kind of like maybe a terrorist attack, some kind of prison break. There's like these trucks turned over that.
Oh, let me get this metal ore that's up here.
Oh yeah, their last game, by the way, S&D Miami.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's about the only competitive Miami thing on like they'll play.
I'm right back. Big games.
I don't think it's even in rotations for.
Oh, Riker Rinson changed his name.
Did he?
Yes, it doesn't have the .com after it or whatever it was.
You driving or am I?
I don't care.
I got 18 bear meat, 8 pork chops, 5. Oh no, I have 38 bear meat.
I have 19 bear meat and 5 raw wolf meat.
Yeah. You don't want to know how much metal ore I have.
Enough to be over there for an hour and a half.
I'm not doing it. It's too much. I'm not doing it.
Do you want to hear how much, Key?
6,000.
5,000. I mean, it's 4,800, but.
At the rate, and plus what Jaden has, you guys almost have 10k fucking metal. You know that, right?
Yeah, we need a lot of it anyways.
Guns up, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Call of Duty League is presented by Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty.
I want a Scuff controller, but those are so expensive.
I was gonna say, just for kind of a basic ones, like 130 some bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Sure is.
If I'm gonna get one, I'm gonna get a good one too. That'll has like 2 paddles. Scump controllers are like 180.
Is that with his discount?
Probably not with his discount. No.
I think he offers a discount on the Scuff
I
controllers.
think so.
I know him, Nick Merckx both do.
The thing with like, but does Scumps have paddles?
Yeah.
Because he don't play with paddles.
The league will be switching from console to PC.
So he plays co-op.
With control as the third game mode and switching the league format so that every team will be at every event. But the biggest change of all might be going back in time yet again. The CDL is switching
You like
from
it?
starters to 4v4, promising
I don't know. I haven't even been looking.
space for miraculous plays and oh so much more.
This guy right here in the wooden base right here, he has a big boat, like a speedboat.
Really big boat.
Really?
Yeah.
Now on the New York Subliners, who in turn said
I'm lagging too much.
accuracy. FaZe added fan favorite R-City to rejoin the Tiny Terrors.
How do you get that?
Full sail and changed
I don't know.
100% of their roster, while the surging Gorillas, looking to reverse their fortunes, kept only one player from last year's squad. And that's just a small taste of the new faces.
Holy cow, dude.
Also, watch out up here because there's guns at my
Speaking of old friends,
Wow.
Scump and the boys
because the mayor put them up there.
as Chicago completed their rebrand, taking back the Optic name.
Also, turn our boat off.
Dude, I'm like,
I'm running at 30 FPS right now. This server is being laggy.
wait, how do you get your FPS counter up?
You have to do a command, or you can just press F8 and bring up a big one. I have the small one though.
I'm getting down to like 3 FPS.
Yeah, this server apparently like has really bad FPS problems. At least that's what I've been reading.
And Paris Legion, we've gone the distance. It's only fitting for our European rivalry. We hope you're enjoying the show. We hope you're very comfortable wherever you are in the world. We know there's some sort of American sporting event taking place right now that seems to have Twitter very excited. I don't care about that.
I'm gonna go on a scrap run. That's just why you do that.
Doing alright, man. How are you?
Oh, one second steak.
Oh, we
That's
should have
so good.
probably brought some wood.
Yeah, we ain't got a lot of wood there.
I mean, we have a chainsaw here, I'm pretty sure. Trev might have something
Probably
in his base.
it's on Trev's body. The chainsaw is. He's in their original base.
We're not running smokes. We're not running snipes right now. What the hell's gonna happen?
Bro, that's a great question. And also, like, will we see
I'm gonna go
A
upstairs and
hit
cook this
at all?
meat
Or maybe
first.
we'll see more A hits without the snipes just because, like...
Do we have a
I
fridge?
don't know,
We don't, do we?
breaking into, like, the B side,
Not there
No,
now.
take our
some
second
goalie
fridge.
outstats, maybe a lot of aggression up to top piano, really on offense or defense. It'll be interesting, but yeah, trying to play this map with no smokes, that is a delicate process, to say the least. The number of angles you have at any given point of the map. I mean, the map is huge. If you want to play the back of the map, you can. There's 37 angles to watch every single thing you could possibly want. So it'll really be interesting, honestly, to see what these players have cooked up. And honestly, it might turn into a situation where one team is much more prepared than the other. We'll see if that's the case, but I'll be prepared for it.
I mean,
Yeah, this server's laggy. What the heck?
the most fun.
Yeah, me just sitting here at the grill or whatever. I'm getting 40 to 30 FPS.
Damn.
Let's see how we go. Bomb in the hand of Dylan.
I think there's too much stuff
I'm going
right
on a
here in
scrap run. I
town.
can't get in, buddy.
That's probably what it is.
Y'all have a good one. There's people in the truck. There's like 6 or 7 of them, and one of them's playing a guitar.
I think
That don't
that's
make
what
it
it
in.
is. I think there's too much stuff here in town. Because when
Yeah,
I'm up north, I haven't lagged.
I'm a little bit away. I'm like at like 54. It's went up a little bit.
I was honestly thinking the exact same thing. And keep in mind, you got number 7 on the map, Accurate. If the bomb is more likely to go to A, he's so far in the back and Classic on the flank. That is bomb down already. Zero does get the trade on Aqua, so hey, the A side's open. Unfortunately, you don't have the bomb, and by the time you pick it up, you see the route Classic's going to. He's going to be up top. This might just be the devastating position that it is. There's kill number 2 for him. Maybe gets shot in the back and cleaned up, or actually not even.
What is it, a 3v2?
There is basically no time in the clock to make any sort of play for the Ravens.
Oh, and Bomb's down in a terrible position for London.
Does manage to win one. It's a 2v2 with just about 15 seconds remaining. But again, so far spread these players are. And 4! Classic gets himself one more. That's going to be 3. If he can kill Zero, I mean, that's it. It's going to be the ace. But at this point in time, Zero's in a lot of trouble. He does get the shot through, and it looks like Classic may have
Classic popped off.
I mean, that is genuinely, he didn't even need his teammates for the help. Maybe for the final kill, because that's like a cross-map beam on a guy that's like top AC, so the help is nice, but he basically just goes on the full flank, shoots a player in the back, goes to top balcony, shoots a player in the back, goes to driveway, shoots a player in the front. Like, it is just clean work, and it was honestly somewhat of a strange setup by the Ravens. You see see, it seemed like Alex was responsible for the B push out, and it is unfortunate for him that
Alright, we're back.
the stuns and nades never gave him information. But either way, if you're ever in a spot where you're just, the bomb is down, there's 30 seconds left on the clock in the middle of the map, and no one's nearby.
I need to work on S&D a lot.
Well, let's see if we can see something different.
Hey,
Now on
Paris.
Yeah.
But I mean, Ravens got the same idea. Top piano. Hello, Dylan's going to find the trades. He's in a bit of trouble though. Nice name's going to push his play back. Dylan, whoa, up over the top. Not a single given. He flies that scrap, gets himself another one, and just like that, it's now a 1 versus 3.
Straps on the receiving end of something I'm sure he witnessed Dylan do multiple times throughout the years. Dylan does not have fear in his heart. And honestly, for Fire, 1v3 would be wonderful if he could pull it off, but again, you're not even running towards where the actual bomb is.
Why does it turn off?
Great advice for how to
What turn off?
in that situation, but it's
Chainsaw?
not like a spot where he's trying to put himself in a winning position. He's maybe
No,
Aaron Killer too, and well, Zero's gonna spot him out. This
the
is
barbecue.
Good luck, have fun.
I don't know.
Doing nothing cooking for him as well.
Yeah.
They know it did.
Look at the mini.
I do, like, what do we even talk about in these moments? Like, it's again, not that it's easy for him to win this round in these sliders. There's a 1% chance to pull it off, but literally not even trying. Just running to the opposite corner of the map from where the bomb is. But hey, shout out to Dylan. He'll get the best play of the game. We get to see it from his point of view.
This is BO4 Dylan. This is like, this is nice utility. Whoop! Hey, buddy. Nice. Great work there with the AK-74U. I was going to say, in that moment, what we could do is we could time how long it takes, was it Shawnee and Dylan, to make it from, like, back hotel all the way over to the beach for, like, time them for a foot race, man. It's taking their sweet time. It's a big old map. And again, trying to do that while being very conscious that Fire could pick up those shots on you from seemingly any angle. Miami's got people a little spooked. But here we go. It's going to be a headbutt in on towards the B-bomb site. Shawnee leading the charge, AK in hand. Perhaps going to get the trophy down for a moment, but here comes the utility. Zero does get clean up from the back. Beautiful shots at range there from Classic with the submachine gun. Dylan gets cut down as well. Nice bit of work. Classic finds himself one more. So
4v1.
a very difficult situation for Alex now. And a 1 versus 4. Can't even get it done. Classic finds himself 3.
And they're just getting picked apart. And honestly, I don't even like the strats necessarily that are getting set up. Like, if you're going to bully out and send 3 players to top piano, you got to make something happen. But Classic, again, just going for the exact same type of flank, and they're just not dealing with it. Like, in my mind, if you want to go to, like, this B-bomb site, just meet the players. Like, go out towards that outer docks heady. It's one of the best head glitches in the game. Meet the player at docks over towards garage. Like, you don't have to fly in and get yourself killed. And I don't even know if the Ravens players were sending nades over from top piano down the alley to potentially get information or slow them down. But offense apparently seeming to be a pretty big struggle for at least the Ravens. We'll see if Paris can make something happen as they're going for a more standard push towards B. A couple players around front side piano. They're getting the information. And even number 8, by the way, keeping the Classic sort of spot contained. Of course, though, first blood from Alex.
I mean, I was going to say, the position Aqua was in from the driveway, man, he must have seen all 3 of them come down the street. They must have got tagged up by him. So kudos to the Ravens for surviving as long as they did in that situation. 2v3 now, Classic with a bomb. Take the slow way back towards B, but gotta be said, Shawnee's also trying to make a move.
I've not been here in this server yet.
Back alleyway. That's going to be Zero just at the front of the visitor center, crossing the street now.
I've not been to the harbor yet in this server, and I just got here.
And that's the top side of the hotel, top side of the large, like the balcony position, looking over. And again, he's just caught us enough of a distraction. Look at the minimap. The Ravens have taken the bait. They're pushing back over towards A, and they're gone too far. They've got, well, once the bomb goes down, they get themselves about 20 seconds to cross the map. They have another 20 seconds to win the gunfights and get the defuse. Here we go. You've got a budget.
And I will say, just to get this out of the way, in my mind, there's no way you lose this round if you get the bomb planted for the back. You have to screw up pretty massively. Nice corner coming in from Fire. He finds the first kill. 1v3 for Zero. And again, even just looking at Aqua's positioning, if things ever get dicey, he can just wrap back towards the docks heady, check bomb. It is as free as you can possibly get. Zero able to find one pick. He knows Fire's in the back, but again, just simply nothing you can do. So out-rotated in that regard. They got baited by the potential A push coming through, but honestly, just like what I saw. Just like right from the get-go. Again, Ravens have been sort of stacking up in the middle of the map. This time, even on offense, Paris are responding to it. They spot out the players that cross front Priano. You're doing that from under
Somebody's
the
shooting
out.
downtown.
And the most important thing is you still had Fire still playing over towards the dock side of things, because that's the part of the map that has been hurting the Ravens the most, where Classic just keeps pushing through.
Classic has been a non-stop nuisance. Here we go, Ravens.
9-2.
Yeah, the Ravens are having to commit hard to this one. 1, 2. Buckle my shoe. There's the third. Tags on the fire, makes his way forward. Alex is on the hunt. Potential there to deal a bit more damage. Shawnee's got the jump up covered. This should be a plant. Slightly difficult retake is a 2v4 right now.
Man, that food smells so good.
Fire. Just the top of Zero's head
I'm
gone.
getting
That's
hungry.
a wonderful way to get it started. Aqua's going to catch Dylan in the street. London, they're playing their numbers, but the numbers are dwindling. It's a 2v2 now. Aqua could slide on in.
Yo, I'm back. My mother brought supplies over.
Huh?
My mother brought supplies to our house.
The Ravens managed to stop what could have been a very dangerous round there.
Only the essentials, though. She brought some water, Geo, and kids' meal.
I thought the stun check might have got
Essentials.
him in trouble. It looks like he's in, but quite a few things to check. But either way, much better job on offense from the Ravens. Just going for the bully strat. Just meet them at top piano. I have to imagine a ton of rounds on Miami are going to be decided on that fact, especially without the snipers. Just who wins that top piano fight. Just who can get that little power position off the rip. Of course, though, Paris once again on the attack. Very similar setup, right? Scraps is watching that front piano cross. If anyone does, that's where Aqua is going to be posted up driveway to respond to. And Classic, he knows, because he's been the one punishing it, to not give up this garage control. He kills these out, he knows Danny's nearby.
Punishing them. Dylan pushed up on site. He does have teammates to help him out, but again, through those little windows of the front seats, these vans, Classic could rip him. Damage has already been dealt. Back and forth we go. Work from Classic. Trying to find the smallest of angles to work with here. Here comes the push from top bar. Top piano is about to get Liddy, and it's going to be Scraps trying to make something happen here. Waiting for the nades. Trying to just find some information. Showing at the very back there of the alleyway. Now bringing his guns forward. Trying to find something. Scraps gets the first blood here in the battle. 30 seconds remaining on the clock, and there's going to be Shawnee trying to get involved. Heavily tagged, brought down there by Fire. Wonderful work. Fire finds another one. Dylan can't quite get it done. It's all on a 1v3 situation, and all over the bomb site. There is 20 seconds left. Zero is about to run into a world of hurt. They will get the bomb down relatively safely. The trophies are going to make this much, much harder, and Aqua's going to be able to challenge this one. All they have to do is hold him back. 1v3 chance. It's nigh on impossible. Let's see what Zero's got. Hello.
King. Yeah, I was going to say, like, there's almost nothing.
At that point,
and honestly,
I'd probably just run to get shot.
They took their sweet time. We got 2 players up top piano. We got 2 players working their way through garage. They made sure to get the timing perfectly. They waited for Classic and Fire, I believe it was, to get like control of the vans, to start forcing those players a little bit farther back. That's when Scraps makes the push out from top piano and starts attacking those steps. Massive gunfight that he was able to get that first blood. Then they're playing from a man down, and that is a 2v4 on site. The Ravens would have had to pull off after the first blood comes through. And obviously, Zero going on that late flank. Not an easy spot to be in. Nice little 4-2 lead from Paris, who, well, now they've responded. They got Shawnee. He's watching the garage push out, so much fewer concerns about Classic finding his way through. Of course, without bullying out top piano, they are waiting to find a pick. We'll see if Paris overcommits.
There is potential for individual engagements all across the map at this point in time. I mean, this is where you really need it. Quad stream. Shawnee. Trying to find something. All he finds is the trophy system. There's a slight engagement there. Dylan's have to retreat. Classic shots from downrange there. Fire at the very, very back of the alleyway making this difficult. A lot of angles covered here on the B site. Shownee's approach is going to have to be clinical. Has to be a decisive win. Oh, it's a big shot from Scraps. He takes a lot of damage though, and here comes the play. London are committing. The angles once again though, the trades are there. Fire's going to get it. Now Zero's bringing himself all the way in from the side of South Beach, now towards the garage, and he's going to do what he can to get involved in this fight. He may get there a little bit late. Also Aqua now, bringing the reinforcements up. Scraps versus Dylan now. Heavily tagged. Dylan on the trade. Oh, not a chance. Fire brings the Diamatti now to the fight.
I'll be right back.
In final 10 seconds. Zero's got to hop the fence. find 1, 2 kills, maybe if he can, but that's a great round from
Paris
Paris
Legion.
Legion chance. The angles were truly covered. And that's it, match point.
Damn.
Really was. The angles being covered is really the key thing, because obviously you see Scraps. He's in the most delicate spot by a mile, being under those steps. And, well, if you try to creep up and push them out, you're
I know they're
going to
dominating pretty good right now.
And again, that really just comes down to it. It's the exact same as last round. If Scraps just doesn't get that first blood kill, the round can go completely different. But as soon as he secures Von Shawnee, it makes it that much easier. And goes from maybe a 50-50-ish round to an 80-20 kind of thing. So Scraps putting in a little bit of work. He only has 2 kills, but by God, Miles, he got 2 important.
It's so important, dude. They're the most, like, incredibly important kills. Whew, here we go. 3-man pushing towards B, as is tradition. No love for that A-bomb site. Over by the bicycle store. Fire. Slow approach once again. Classic back to his same old door. No trophies this time.
They only need one more round.
And then they take it.
Top piano control. No trophies though in that situation either. So again, I mean,
Good tags.
you've got to be careful. And not everyone has thrown their utilities and their lethals, so stun check good. Shawnee with the angle now from the Evermore Hotel. There's Classic. Oh my word.
Ooh, he bet that.
Grenade out of his hand. Slight change now.
They're both playing really slow up until.
They're going for it. Classic Scrap
I'm back.
away forward fire now. Guns up. This is aggressive. Shawnee though from down low lane prone. The oldest trick in the book finds one. Still the exchanges. Slowly but surely.
Watch your rat. Classic.
Shawnee lives to fight another day with a little bit of help.
That's just a good setup on B.
Trying to get involved with him. Anxious that the push may be coming in from behind. In the streets though, it's going to be Zero versus Aqua, and that's going to be the easy kill. Scrap's last man left alive with 10 seconds remaining. Honestly, go for the bomb. There it is.
I just got
5-3.
here.
And that's honestly
I just got home on D.
tough round. Like, you only have, if you go into this B site, a few options, especially if you don't have piano control and you're forced to just flood through garage. You'd be worried about back alley, in the hotel where Shawnee's going to be, behind the vans, jumping over half wall, in the corner, on apples. It's just a laundry list of things that can be problematic for you. In the spots you can put yourself in to even take these gunfights, you're always going to be worried about getting shot from 2 or 3 different players. So not bullying out for that top piano. It is incredibly difficult, and again,
They're planning on pushing up the middle.
trickier. Ravens
I guess they're going A.
They're going straight through mid, potentially to A. Aqua, massive first blood. Stops that push in its tracks, and you can see no one pushing up the beach to even force Aqua out. He was big, chilling back by visitor side.
Oh, this is the perfect read for now. Minute left on the clock again. Problems with such large maps, you must be decisive. Alex is waiting for someone to make a mistake here, but you are burning the clock literally. Any opportunity to make a big play here. Classic tagged up heavily. It's going to give London the thought now to maybe make a bit of a run. But again, the angle's covered right now by Paris Legion. They are eliminating their options without at least an exchange of gunfire. You're going to get into a fight no matter what.
Oh, it's shooting.
We're going away. They may have slipped the net there.
I don't know. Somebody shot at something and I shot at Scientist.
It was no guarantee.
I don't know how you heard that. We're pretty far away.
20 seconds remaining. Alex is down with a bomb. This
3v2.
And they only have 15 seconds to plant the bomb.
1 kill is good for now.
It takes 7.5 seconds. They got to plant now.
This one now for Zero. The final 10 seconds, he has to plant.
I don't think he got it.
Get 3 kills, but God knows, at this point in time, it's nearly impossible. Is that going to be?
Oh, he got it.
Just in the nick of time. Classic will easily be able to dispatch Shawnee, and it's a 1v3 now for Zero.
Gee.
Gee, the Paris Legion. They took it. They took it after I didn't think they were going to. Now they're having some audio issues.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
AC unit just a second too late, and that just makes things impossible. If you pick up the bomb, you're going to be exposed. Classic is sitting in like hotel number 3 that's on this map that you have to be concerned about. Too many angles, too much to do. That can think that was maybe 3 rounds for the Ravens on offense where they just never had enough time to make any sort of play.
Lose LA, Paris Legions start the kickoff classic fantastically with a 3-2 win there, getting it done in game 5. Lots of fun to be had, but hey man, Miami's an interesting one to watch, and again, I'm excited to see what happens. We get smokes back again. That opens up a lot more options tactically. But man, classic. What a fantastic performance from him, whether it was the ace in the first round or just his general ruckus he caused all across the map. 10 and 6 overall. Again, Scraps, we brought it up. 3 and 5. 2 of those kills were incredibly important. Round-winning kills. Big fan of what we saw there. And again, very interesting to see what Miami looks like really in the competitive world now. And again, it's a very handsome-looking map. I'm a fan of what it looks like. We're playing it now. We're going to see how it evolves and changes over the course of the entire season. But Chance, that's it. London Royal Ravens. We'll go down 3-2. Paris Legion. Very exciting to see that first series done. We have the Battle of the North coming up next. But before we get to that, Scuff play of the game, mate. It has to be the ace from Classic. It has to. It was just perfect. Wonderful maneuvering around the map. It's no better way of getting it done. I mean, he didn't take a whole lot of damage in the entire game. One fight, right?
And I think it just sets the tone even for the maps, right? Like if the first round, that's the kind of thing that happens to you where one player just goes through and picks you apart. I mean, it's immediately till the end of time. You just have to be so much more concerned about the flank. You're questioning your setups because I think even the falling round on defense, Classic does the exact same thing and still has success. And that plays a part in those final rounds where you're thinking of like, all right, we keep going to B. Classic keeps handling us. Now you try to go through the middle of the map and Aqua's there waiting. So I think Paris, honestly, outside of the garrison control, they look fantastic the whole way through. Both of the hard points were pretty clean. In the S&D, even though they lost the first checkmate, you can see that at the very least, they have the standard stuff down on top of the own little flavor the guys like Classic were able to throw in the mix.
A lot of flavor there, a lot of seasoning, a lot of sweet spice. Of course, fans love the food there if you haven't had the experience. I strongly recommend that one day when all this opens up, you get the chance. Before we get into our next series, though, we still have a little bit of housekeeping to do. Of course, the Battle of the North coming up next. The Kickoff Classic Day 2, we're about halfway, more or less, as we get into this one. We do have some challenges fun to talk about. And again, we've got a lot more news coming your way today. Again, the Kickoff Classic, not the official start of the CDL, but, you know, we're getting there. 20 weekend cup tournaments across North America, Europe, and APAC. And again, that includes 5 open events during the team majors. So, lots to be played for this season with challenges, a huge amount of money on the line, and of course the Elite season, the newest addition to the Challengers 2021 season across North America and Europe. Another $500,000 prize pool, which is incredible. That Elite schedule there on your screen, season 1 to 5, running from February the 6th all the way through to July 14th. Get those dates in your calendars, aspiring Call of Duty players, and again, the Challengers, it is definitely a path into the professional scene. Fire 40, player that's made his way through then. Again, we saw Diamond Con for the New York Subliners, another player coming in through those academy teams. Get in the Challengers, grind it out, try to get the attention of those team scouts, and who knows, we could be screaming your name over a piece of gameplay in the near future. Isn't that right, Chance?
Yeah, that would be a great time. And again, just the number of players and talent that are out there, we're expecting that to happen this year. Like I will almost say as a definitive fact, there will be players from the Challengers replacing. No idea who it's going to be, because honestly, I think one thing we've learned from today and yesterday is all of these teams, even the ones we're expecting to be at the bottom of like the power rankings, the standings, whatever it's going to be, are still strong and still look good and are still putting in clinical work, at least on some of these maps. So the competition is going to be an all-time high for the Pro League on top of Challengers that has the exact same cadence behind it as well. So it's going to be a fun year, and I don't even know how to predict things, Miles. A lot of weird things are going to happen.
A lot of weird things indeed. Well, that's all for us for now as we get ready for the Battle of the North coming up next. But before that, after the break, Lottie will be talking to Scraps of Paris Legion, catch up about that fun series. Don't go anywhere. More Kickoff Classic right after this.
freaking commercial again.
This commercial's so weird.
It's so stupid. Every time.
As soon as I came into town, I went down to 30 FPS.
Yeah, it's the town that does that.
Yeah.
There is a whole lot of stuff in that town now, though.
Mm-hmm. That's another reason I was wanting to move uptown. Or up north, I mean.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, I was ready for that move too, honestly.
Hello, everybody. By Scraps from Paris Legion. Scraps, mate, you're back. It's very good to see you again on our screens. It's a brand new season. I'm so excited to see what you are going to be doing with your team in the regular season. But for now, we've just seen an epic warm-up match against London Royal Ravens, where you were previously at last season. Talk to me about the roster adjustment you've had. You've jumped ship in Europe. You're on Paris now. You've got new teammates. And we've also gone back to 4v4. So how has that adjustment been for you?
Obviously, it's something really new to me. I'm playing with three guys I barely even spoke to before this all happened. So, yeah, it is something new. I'm really enjoying it, though. These guys are dope. All three of them want to get better, and every single day is a grind. So, I'm enjoying working with these guys, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the season.
Love that. Love the attitude, mate. And obviously, we can see that the chemistry is already starting to build up there, based on the the results that we've seen today. So obviously, you've had your first warm-up match back on competitive Call of Duty. Loving what we were seeing there. Talk to me about how that first warm-up went for you guys as a team.
We started off really well, and then in map 2 and 3, I think my body just started crumbling on me. I'm not gonna lie, I was sweating, and I didn't eat today. And I always say to the team, the guys, like, my number one rule is before I get online, I have to eat. And today, I was an idiot, didn't do so, and it nearly bit us in the arse. So I'm glad I'm glad they pulled me through it in the end, and we managed to win 3-2 versus that team I used to play for, which obviously is a great feeling.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Scraps, I don't know what you're doing, mate. You need to get some grub in you. Where's the meals at? We need to get the deliveries on board when we're getting into game day. We don't want to see that regular season, mate.
My Uber Eats is broke. I woke up and it's not working, so I've had a mare, and everyone knows I can't cook, but it won't happen again.
Hey, look, we all have those days. We all have those days, man. And hey, we had a warm up today for that, so we've let that to rest. That's in bed now. We can focus on regular season. But it's so good to have you back on our screens, man. And I'm sure you've probably been watching some of the games this weekend, and you've kind of got to see what some of the teams are made of. Is there any teams in particular you're looking forward to facing up in the regular season? Anyone you got your eye on?
No, not really. Don't mind playing against anyone, really. Love playing against all these teams. Obviously, that was a good feeling beating them through what went down last year. We won't get into that though. But obviously, that was a nice little warm up for the season versus those pastors. I'm excited for the season.
Love it. It's always good catching up with you, Scraps. Thank you so much. Go get some food now, okay? Go on, off you go. Thank you so much, Scraps. Well, that's going to do it for us here in our first game of the day. It's here at the Kickoff Classic. Up next, though, we do have a battle for you. Battle of the North, and it'll be coming up.
guys getting rid of some of that metal you have on you? Metal ore?
Yeah, it just has been, I'm pretty sure.
Don't wander too far away from those furnaces, just in case someone tries to steal that.
I just now got back to the house.
Okay, yeah, while he's AFK. Yeah.
Well, I'm AFK, what?
I was telling him while you were AFK, don't wander off too far away from the furnaces, because other people can loot those.
He left all the way down there at the harbor.
Huh?
There's nothing in it.
Oh, I thought you were cooking that metal.
No, we gotta go get wood.
Okay, well never mind then. The harbor's a good place to get a key card, a blue one.
Yeah, I didn't get a blue one, but I got one from a scientist down there.
A green one?
Yeah.
I don't even know where Trev's body is.
It's in the first base, the one with the Pokeball on it. He's on the sleeping bags up top. I've already looted some of his stuff. Not a lot, but I looted some of it. You may need gas with you as well, if he doesn't have any on him.
He is not up here.
And he'll be at the other base where his fishing stuff is.
Today at GameFuel.com.
Shut that door.
Tournament audio and team listen-ins are powered by Astro Gaming, the official.
I need a lot of wood for these traps, so I need to go up there anyways.
Take your Call
Or
of Duty
somewhere
League
anyways.
experience to the next level. Tune in by watching our elite competitive players and earn while you watch.
He's gonna challenge for the third, not a fourth, but what a play!
And earn rewards throughout the season. Get an upgraded viewing experience with higher bit rates and superior chat features.
He's not here either.
Well, how can I get all these amazing drops, you say?
Garage, maybe?
It
No,
takes
hold
less than 30 seconds.
Where's the elevator
Simply
for
go to
this place?
youtube.com
Oh, wait,
It's
hold
there, it's in the garage.
sharing. Click on Connect to link your YouTube account with your Activision account. Then click Continue. You'll be asked to provide your Activision login credentials.
I found it.
Alternatively, you can log in
where
with
is
your
he?
PlayStation, Xbox, or Battle.net account. Click Sign In. Once you've signed in, you'll be asked to share your information securely with YouTube.
I'm gonna go start
Check the box
getting
and
a lot of
click
wood.
Authorize. You are now connected and eligible to receive drops.
You don't have an a
Call of Duty
chainsaw
Black
on it.
Ops Cold War. Watch the league on YouTube. Earn rewards.
And
level
he's
up.
got a chest up
Call
here.
of Duty League 2021. Fight for the call.
That's probably in that's in.
Major news this year for watching Call of Duty League matches.
That's
You can earn
cool.
in-game rewards like exclusive emblems, calling cards, weapon stickers, and charms, and way more. Follow those steps to link your account and start earning
Oh, I
on
found
the
it.
weekend, February 11th. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to put forth your favorite purple clothing and get involved now in the battle for the North. We've got Minnesota Rocker going against Toronto Ultra. It's going to be great, Chance. You're not a Rocker fan. I suppose we're a fan of all.
How much wood do we need?
I don't know.
Fan there because you live there, right?
For the furnaces,
I live
I
there for
would
a while.
probably
Yeah,
say about
come from the land of
4,000.
the ice and snow. Love the chilly weather. But no, I'm
two
genuinely
1K
a fan of
stacks
the
each.
organization of the players. They built a team last year that was incredibly professional, that started off strong, yada, yada, yada. But even this year, it's a team that when you first look at it, you're like, okay, like that's good. But then the more you think about it, it just kind of like dawns on you, like that team might be disgusting. Like there's so much potential, and I think it really is a team that S&D is going to be incredibly.
Can I cut these
for
trees
them.
down in
You
town?
start to see the parts and like
Yeah,
there's
I
like
have.
a thesis around the organization and design of this team. I'm excited to see how it plays out because it's going to be a great deal of fun.
Mate, fun is what we're here for, and I'm with you there. I'm with you. I think there's a lot of fun to be had with this Minnesota Rocker roster. A lot of hope for them. But again, we talk about Roster Mania. This is one of the few teams who went for a complete revamp. We have a little video piece here where they get to talk about it themselves.
Goddard X goes to the bench, which I think shocked a lot of people. He was one of the best players in the game, and then when you struggle like that, the team struggles, it's probably hard to deal with.
What started out as a really strong year for Minnesota ends up being not so good.
I think the community reaction to the new Minnesota roster was a bit mixed.
People are like, oh, it's going to be a slow team. Who's going to be their star player?
I did not think someone like Priesta was going to be available whatsoever.
I actually came like last into the equation.
He is an absolute steal and a guy that can be your franchise player, so I think getting him is huge.
I really don't think it was we're getting this duo and we're putting them together. I think that's just kind of how things worked out. Most people on the roster are very underrated players, Accuracy, Major Maniac, Priesta, all champions.
I like the squad a lot. I think they have the pieces to be a really good team. Are they going to be winning a lot of home series? No, I don't think so.
The talent is there for each of us, and I'm just super happy and confident going into next year.
A new look rocker reborn from Ragnarok last year, and I must admit, Chance.
What'd you say, Keith? 2000?
This is a very, very sound roster. I was a fan from the moment they
Probably
announced
Four
it.
2K
Very,
each.
very well
each
defined,
one of the
and I
furnaces,
truly
which I'm
think
gonna
it's gonna be
try.
a fantastic team.
And have one of
Mate,
you guys, or
let's
let's see
get
if
the
one of you guys can
let's get
pick
the
up one of those
microphone
furnaces when you're done and
glass
just
out.
take it with
Let's
you.
Nah, I
get the
couldn't.
one.
I already
Let's get
tried.
Major Maniac and of course
No.
Priesta. These are two of the players that again, we can go deep on any of these players, but right now those two, they're the ones I really want to talk about. You know, we talk about Major Maniac. For me, honestly, one of the original Tiny Terrors. I'm talking going back to like the Gen G days, like early days of BO4. Like, he is a absolute unit. I'm a big fan of Major Maniac and Priesta as well. Massive difference maker for the 100 Thieves roster during the BO4 season, and during MW, an absolute weapon. And I think it's hard to get around the fact that, like, the roster that they were on last year, the Atlanta FaZe team, it was very difficult for either of them to shine. But individually, these are two incredible players that really make a big difference.
I mean, Priesta is one of the most complete players we have in the league. He needs to run a sub, he can do that. AR, he can do that. Snipe, he can do that. Be a play, whatever needs to be done on the map, Priesta can be one of the best in the world at it. He makes, like, the players around him, it makes their job so much easier to have a guy like Priesta on your team. And on the flip side for Major Maniac, almost the same kind of thing. Like, he'll just do whatever the team needs. If he needs to get 2.5 minutes of hill time, take 3.5 gunfights because the rest of the teammates are killing everything.
I ran his
that's fine by
chainsaw
him.
down.
Again,
It's
this year,
down a little
especially
bit,
with
so I'm not
BO4
gonna.
And with this team, I'm looking at the search and destroy. I want Major Maniac to just, like, dig.
I found an axe on my scrap run, so I've just been using that.
Be a wizard in the game mode. And be
I have
either getting all the first bloods or clutching, whatever it's gonna be.
4,700.
He can be a mastermind at it, and that is what I think is going to be required by this roster to have a great deal of success this year. It's all about that game 2 and 5.
Almost 6,000.
Eyes on
What up?
the destroy for Rocker, but the other half of the Rocker equation here, of course, accuracy and attach. Two players who have been around the block many times. And of
Water.
course, we've seen,
I don't know who that
great
is.
stuff from them, and, you know,
It's,
they
yeah,
did a fun farewell to them at the start of this season. And
Yeah, so
think
I
these two
really
players
think it's
complement
just
really well.
town.
You've got a great aggressive sub pair there in Priesta and Attach. And
There's too
Accuracy,
much
a
shit
great
here at
captain,
town.
game leader, a brilliant assault rifle player. You know, there's a kind of a swings and roundabouts, I think, with the fans. Where
Who you
like,
talking to?
Accuracy's so slow, and other players like, no, bro,
You
accuracy
all?
is so sick, man. He's such
Oh.
a good player. I think definitely there is a fantastic.
Yeah, I think so
middle
too. I think
ground
it's all the
between
buildings.
Solid player.
Mhm.
All the
Water
buildings.
is the
Team he's on. I'm a big
Water is the
Accuracy fan,
other
and
deputy
I'm
that has a
excited to see what
PlayStation
they do.
somewhere else.
And really, I think what we've seen from just like the
'Cause
game
I
format
only
of
get
the
lag
board this
spikes
year is
whenever-
it's like it's a systematic approach. that
Yeah, I'm
you need
pretty
to
far
take
away
all
from
these
it, and I'm
hardpoint rotations,
lagging a
areas of
little
X,
bit.
Y, and Z of things that need to be accomplished. That
But
type of
nowhere near as
structure
bad.
is where a player like Accuracy is going to thrive, where a player like Attach is just used to it from back in the day. Like, even if they have the tagline of being slower players, the
But as soon as
game
I
is
come back over here, I
slow.
know I'm
Like,
gonna get
in
some.
the individual gunfights, things might get crazy fast, but when it comes to those structured setups, I could see the potential, man. Like, I really can. I'm excited to watch the Rocker play. And then, of course, on the bottom of the screen where you got Toronto Ultra. Well,
Trev
we
has
have two
1, 2,
teams
3,
that
4,
they just
5,
kept their
6,000
entire
wood
roster
over
together
here.
From last year.
We have a
We've
bunch
seen
to
them
house
in
too, like in a
last year.
chest. We have
know
like
they are capable
6,000.
I know, and we should have grabbed some of ours to bring down here to burn, but
with 4v4.
Yeah, it's very interested to see how this squad looks in 4v4, but we'll get to them in a moment. But now, time to get into our first map of this series. Time to get back to Garrison Hardpoint. It seems to be the only map we play, Chance. There's a decent pool. We've got a decent pool of maps. Here we go though, Garrison up first.
Yeah, as soon as I
Now
came
the
into
north
town, I had
begins.
20 and 30
Will we
FPS.
crown a king here? I mean, we can crown a preliminary king, I think, in the kickoff classic. Who's gonna be king of the north?
We can do whatever we want,
We
Miles.
can,
Like,
mate.
we're casters.
Let's face
we
it.
can just say stuff. It's fine.
We can say whatever we want. I've got the beat button at the ready. I've got all sorts of stupid voices ready to rock and roll throughout the season. Strap yourself in, friends. It's going to be a lot of fun. But so far, so good. Toronto Ultra slaying their way through. The first 15 seconds of hardpoint are gone, but they're going to get themselves a little bit of that. And Kleenex, the Great Dane, already gets himself a kill off the rip. And so far, I'm liking what I'm seeing, mate.
Oh, that was actually wonderful, too. You actually had 3 arrows. As soon as they took down that player over towards Brick, everyone just whipped around, did the 180, and went back towards looking at the hill. So the spawn flipped from the Ultra already there. This is the setup that they want to have. Of course, the hill time little bit more important for the
I need
moment than the
rope.
actual setup. Accuracy, trying to work his way into the hill. He's
I
going
got
to
21 foot.
put himself in these power
Do you need it
positions.
for
He's
anything?
actually going more towards where that A control point is.
What do you need it
A
for?
little bit of clearance to
I said
potentially
no.
move out.
Oh, I
Attach
think so,
playing
yeah.
up on the close corner. And they're just waiting for these kills
Hold
to
on,
come
I'll
in
come
front
grab
of them. There's the first. Bans get traded out by Attach. The patient plays coming in. And of course, while that's going on, you actually see the spawns coming out right now for Minnesota Rockers. So
Tell me when
again,
you're here.
just this clean and efficient work.
Somebody at our house.
Trapped in the hill,
Oh, it's Dr.
taken
Bank.
down. Beautiful, beautiful job done to get through on P2.
Attached with 5 kills in a row there. He's sitting at 5 and 1. A nice way to get it done. Kleenex gets cut down
Yes.
from the top to Sky.
Yeah, don't tell him we're up north.
Definitely top of that one. He managed to find one. And Minnesota Rockers still making their way through this hard point time.
Misclick.
30 seconds remaining. We are going to see another wind-up attack now from Toronto Ultra. We see them through the middle of the map being slowed down, and it's Major Maniac here doing what he can to make sure that the approach is as slow as possible. Keep that hard point time ticking.
Dude, that Minnesota team's nasty.
Very slowly, but again, you've got to see that middle of the map. That's where those purple arrows are. They're not going to let anyone from Rocker get across and try to sneak into the spawns for the next hard point.
You can see these guys not in a hurry. Patient play. They will happily take their time to settle for the kill. Major Maniac, though, bites the dust. Accuracy joins him in the grave. And you can see not a lot of map control at all.
But I mean, so the Ultra team can be gross.
So racking up some time. Zinni with it too, and he's still got the cuts for the team. Accuracy finally able to drop.
He's even still here.
15 seconds
I don't know.
Yeah, what's up, what's up? Sorry about that.
Nothing to do.
I was just saying that Minnesota team is nasty.
Yeah, they're really good, dude.
I mean, Priesta and Major both were on phase last year, so they got second.
Come out on top. They're going to generate his hard point for now. Kleenex back in on it. Nice nade. Priest is coming in from behind, trying to pick up the pieces. Kleenex does go down in a 1v1 gunfight. And
Kleenex.
finds himself a
I like his
5-3 off stream as well. We'll see if we can't get these kills going.
Kleenex came clutch.
Drop there. Up next going to be Methods. Those players coming in from spawn. And Zinni on a bit of a tear right now. Gets himself 7 kills.
But I think Cammy last year was their best player.
Talk about those heads-up plays. Certainly playing for the team already on the rotate, and he can actually contest from that position, but he is going to be sniffed out and spotted.
Oh.
Teammates will do what they can to avenge him for now. And Priester! I think we're all praying to the wrong god. He's got something on his sleeve. That was disgusting.
Those shots from Priesta were nasty.
He could do it all. Apparently, when I said he can use an AR or SMG, what I meant to say is he can just use an SMG as an AR. Is effectively the switch that he is going to make. But either way, this has just been strongholds by both teams on every hold that they're able to get control of.
Dang, Attach is popping off too.
You see, he's on a 4 spree right now with a minute and a half in the hill. Talk about a man that's willing to do whatever he needs for the team. Yeah, Cammy potentially jumping up on this guy tank, but with 15 seconds left on the hill, you actually see a couple spawn outs coming in. Toronto all over this map. And it's basically the fight for, well, not wanting to get spawn trapped in the back. That's exactly what happens at Toronto. They're going to have about 100
Through about 200 wood, it's melted 5 metal fragments, or 500 metal fragments.
One lane there to try to get out of spawn. A bit of split now.
Oh, here, I have some on me. I have some wood on me.
Metal ore?
No, some wood.
Oh, I still have 2,000 in my thing.
See the rotation now going down for Toronto Ultra. Purple arrows in the mini-map, trying to find an angle. Attaches in the right place.
Here's you a little bit.
May have just seen a shadow there.
Oh, I thought Cammy turned on him.
No, he does not.
Ooh, he about did. Oh, man.
I thought Cammy just turned on him.
Ooh, he about did. Holy.
Still. Play is worked out. Now bangs the shoes on the other foot.
It's actually impressive too, because while
Say, Toronto has them kind of in a spawn trap.
I was concerned that this might have been the hill for Rocker to try to run that score up. Toronto, well, they do a very nice job of actually putting Rocker towards the back of the map.
Pushed out of it, though.
Honestly, this hill, I would want to hear all of these coaches just break down whether they want the back spawns, when they want them, because obviously, if you have those in the final 10-15 seconds, you're running the risk of getting spawn trapped in the back, and you can get punished.
Cammy's struggling, Methods is struggling, Kleenex is struggling, Bance is the only one doing good on Ultra.
Able to pick up 2, and Rocker, just like that, the presence from mid-map enough, back in control of the hill. As Attach right now, effectively keeping 3 players from Toronto at bay.
Not an easy thing to do. I mean, it's not spinning plates, but he's really doing what he can to just body block. Can he find
I like their setup. I like Minnesota's setup until they let Cammy through.
good, man.
Mosley's coming from for now.
He is. He's struggling though.
Accuracy versus Cammy. Plays trying to happen through the middle of the map.
I mean, technically all of Ultra is struggling right now, but
seconds to work with, but it is on Cammy. That's where the real priority lies. Final 10 seconds for Bance is all good. He manages to get a bit of damage to the middle of the map.
Yeah, Bance is doing really good this game. Holy crap.
Toronto looking fantastic. This is a wonderful way for them to bounce back, but they do have to deal with a pinch now.
That pinch coming in, I don't even know if they're recognizing the Flutter Dream might be here, and especially since
took
Toronto
out
just
Priesta
spawned
and
back.
oh my god,
a ton of split bonds, but Cammy,
Cammy
goes
took out
big.
two
He
more.
picked up a 2-piece
Yeah,
inside
seen
the
that.
hill. He's more aware than effectively having the full minimap could even tell you. And not just
Methods
that,
is Zenny.
he won 2 different one-on-ones. We saw it on accuracy
You know that, right?
and then he got a second kill after that.
Yeah, that's
So Cammy
when Scum
finds
talks about
himself
Zenny.
effectively had just
Okay.
completely put the team
That's
on the map
Methods.
for this hill. And Vance, well, that's a 7 spree for him. Potentially 8 and 9 going to be stacked up in front of him as Cammy, again, the menace inside the point, finally gets dropped. But phenomenal job done by
Bance
these two.
just popping
Do it
off,
once
man.
and they were
Holy
down by
crap.
50 points, give or take on this hill. They are going to be close to tying it up off the back of the young Scotsman.
Incredible comeback from Ultra there. A very, very solid hard point, but now we go back over towards Generators. Already we've got Toronto in position for that as well. It's going to be Cammy once again leading the charge. Bance really doing the dirty work there in the kills department, 22 overall. Still on that 9 spree. Man hasn't gone down for a while. Better make it 10. Is the 11th there? Major Maniac. Oh, went from behind. Priester.
He was on a 10 spree.
But with that, we are going to see a tiny bit of
Oh my god.
Major Maniac survived this. I think those players.
Imagine one of them dropping a nuke.
Well done. Checks his corner. Doesn't let that
That'd be
hit
wild.
dangerously.
Against a whole team of pros, that would be insane.
The only one I've seen come close to it is an old. I think it might have been. I don't know which COD it was. Modern Warfare 2, maybe.
24 seconds left on
I don't know.
Rocker definitely wanted
Karma.
to at least cause some damage.
He got to like 26 or something like that.
I believe it.
Surprised the player wasn't taking the gunfight, so actually Minnesota, they'll be fairly happy with this. Of course, you see the spawn flip coming out. Major Maniac knows what the deal is, so Rocker
Ultra really kicked it up though.
positions. You got one player Methods. He's going to be up top.
Attach just.
A team kill from Attach is going to come in, so
Ooh, he killed his own
he can
teammate.
stay nice and secure. 196 right now on the board, and on this
Ultra
hill,
came
you got
back
Candy
hard.
Vance, you got Methods up top. This is a great setup for Toronto.
Yeah, this is sweet.
I don't want to be like it was all because of one guy, but
we go.
it was all because of one guy.
Unfortunate timing there, but
Bance popped off hard.
Purple kill feed right now for Toronto Ultra. Attach straight into the hard point. He goes, trying to keep this going for Minnesota. Oh, big win once again from Cammy. That was 5 in a row. Cammy on a bit of a tear now. And as you can see, Ultra, they're starting to close in on this one. Even
there you go, get some more wood.
Hard point for a brief moment, it's the kills coming through. It's all
Four.
about Toronto. The pace right now.
I didn't make enough stuff.
Finally
Here.
close it down. But the hard point has not been profitable enough for either squad. Rocker not out this yet.
Thank you.
And this is actually nuts too. Just looking at those kills, Methods and Kleenex have a 26 combined. Meanwhile, Bance with 30.
Bance is 30 and 17. Him and Cammy are popping the hell off.
Main slayer for the team. Fairly tight.
Yeah, Cammy was negative though.
Now he's 2017.
Looks like Toronto's going to have the most control of the actual point. Minnesota spawning fairly
He's
far
struggling
away.
on the other
Not
side.
necessarily even the greatest side to come from. Yes, you get the power positions top cat, but frankly, Toronto on the hill, they just don't need a peek. They can hang out and wait. Rocker, they're going to be forced to go on this attack.
They got to do it. They got to do it now. Cammy's going to try to find Major Maniac. Oh, massive win at close range with the.
These teams, I think, are fairly matched up pretty well.
They have it for now. Toronto Ultra all spawning at the back. They're looking to punch right through this in a single go. It's on accuracy to try to slow them down. Deal as much damage as he can. Any lives he takes with them are fantastic. Kleenex catches a couple on the transition.
Ooh.
Now up over the top they go. Methods loses the 1v1 fight. Bance and Cammy and Kleenex.
Oh, whole 3 of them bopped in at once.
I know, I've seen that.
Finds one more, and this is a great push from Ultra. They managed to just get in the point. The final 10 seconds could well be theirs. Priest now in from behind. Finds himself a nice 2-piece. And this is starting to get a bit spicy, Chance. We are getting towards the business end of this game. Back over to the first hard point we go. And this could well and truly be the end.
It'll really come down to this point.
Set up on new right now. Methods is going to be in lights. Accuracy up top, and you see Cammy working on that flank through the vents. If he mantles up, he might make a little bit of noise, but might be able to make the play. Major Maniac, though, smart as he is, ready for that to come through. He gets taken down. Trey's on the hill. Priesta can't get the cutoff because Bance is there. Bance getting every kill on the map, and that's on the point. 10 seconds and the game is there.
Major Maniac's got to go big. He has to land a couple of decent shots to get that player off of it. It's going to be Kleenex. He's so surrounded by trophies. Nothing's getting over to him now. You're going to have to make the push, and accuracy's going to be one to lead the charge. He gets the trade. He does manage to get the kill, and now you've got Rocker in the hard point. Bance on the immediate contest. Attach will get the kill on him. It's 10 points for the win.
They're gonna have to rotate.
For Rocker now, they're starting to pull this one
Because this next point's hard to break. You gotta rotate.
Able to do a little bit of a damage. If we can see the rotation come through, and this is its chance. It's basically 10 points.
Look who's already on the point.
Oh, they flipped them though. They flipped them. It's gonna be a 4v3.
It's got to be good. It's got to be great, and it's got to go right now. And here we go, Rocker lining up for the hit.
Oh, that's it.
Right now, as Major Maniac trying to make his way through the
Dang.
Twins another big one, and with that, Ultra close it out. They hold the line, and it was a valiant effort. But oh boy, the battle for the North is already off to a great start.
I liked it.
Hey, Battle for the North is popping off, and speaking of that, dude, Bance just went crazy. That entire map. Like, I think...
I love the audio problem.
Jesus.
Say about how fantastic that hardpoint game was. Oh boy,
6,100 damage from Bance.
Across the board. I mean, everyone was really pulling
up hard in that match.
Fantastic comeback towards the end there, but not quite enough to get it done. Brilliant rotation there from the Toronto Ultra. Chances away, just unplugging something to fix it. Something will get through this slight technical issue. But man, what a fantastic hardpoint. Very, very exciting stuff. We do have that Moscow section story coming up next. A couple more little bits of teasers and fun information for you guys, but we will throw it to a very, very quick break. I'll get my co-caster back because let's face it, I am useless with
what do you need?
But hey, we'll throw to a quick
I
break.
was putting some wood in here.
Moscow Hardpoint. Very, very excited to get into this one. Hope you're enjoying the show so far. Once again,
Put 100 of each, or in each.
To rage. When we return, more Call of Duty action here at the Kickoff Classic.
Yeah, I'm not even halfway through. Did you get some scrap?
Yeah, so I could go down the tree, but I didn't get any more. Do I need to go get more?
I mean, do we need it to build?
I don't think so.
Imagine if metal fragments was currency.
Oh my god, he gets it off. Can he get away with his life? Oh no! And Scum finds another one. He's still going! What a round! It's madness around the point. The regular season MVP gets it.
I don't know. I'm not a taxi.
LaRue with a he gets it. Wow.
Maybe go up there and ask Capellas. They might know. Jack Hendo's running down the street. Hollering taxi.
Welcome back to the Call of Duty League 2021 season kickoff.
What the heck is this?
We've got Toronto Ultra versus Minnesota Rocker. The battle
Oh,
of
it's
the battle of
tease.
the North. Battle for our hearts and minds. Two of the most fun league teams in the league. I'm alone for a minute. That's okay. Chances on his way over now. He's just fixing a technical.
I have tea.
In that time, I thought I would take it to.
Oh, hold up. I'll be right back.
You know, we love a bit of Ultra, obviously. Fantastic content.
You have what?
Socials, they're a lot of fun. We've got Chef Tony. It's a team full of characters. And as we saw in that Garrison Hardpoint, a team full of absolute monsters as well. But the Toronto roster has basically not really changed from the Modern Warfare season. They did let some players go, but essentially Bance, Cammy, Kleenex, and Methods, all players from that inaugural season. And again, as we just saw from Bance, pushing the 40 kills there at 37 in that opening hardpoint. Beautiful stuff. We have the incredibly dominant, very, very aggressive submachine gun duo of Cammy and Kleenex smack bang in the middle there. And of course, Methods, Anthony Zinni, Chef Tony leading the charge on the right-hand side. We talk about that Cammy versus Methods here. This is what they looked like last season, and both of them putting up fantastic numbers. Cammy, exceptionally clutch in those search and destroys, crucial kills all round. Whereas you have Methods, reliable as gravity, really putting in the hard work and the hard graft there in the hard points and the DOMs. A lovely KD, very, very well spread. But again, we saw a brilliant turnaround for Toronto Ultra late in the season. And again, the big win at their own home series was definitely a highlight for a lot of the Toronto fans. And again, a solid run all in all, and a wonderful way to turn what was for them a bit of a difficult season around. You know, they didn't look like the most dominant team. There was a lot of questions coming into this one if, you know, this was a worthwhile effort. Because again, the most multilingual team in the league. At one point, Metals was in there. I mean, you've got people from all over. It was a very, very interesting mix of players. A lot of questions whether that would work out or not. And it just goes to show the right combination of players at the right time, you can make some fantastic things happen. Quick scope now. These were their ranks from last season. And again, we are looking at very, very middle of the pack, down to the lower ends of the pack when it comes to their general records. Hardpoint KD, 9th overall. 9th in the hardpoint record. There's a 9th down there for the Dom KD. So they weren't the most dominant team. But again, it doesn't truly reflect the story they had this season. The story of the season was Cinderella going to the ball. They did an amazing job at their own home series. And again, a fantastic time to turn that season around right again towards champs, towards that playoffs. Wonderful stuff out of them. And again, if you're a Toronto fan, you're in a good spot right now. We're about to dive into our next hardpoint. It's going to be a Moscow hardpoint. And Chance is still rebooting his PC, so now I get to do my very best impersonation of him. Solo cast a map all by myself. What I could do, now I might not. I could put a voice changer on, try to make myself sound like him. But I don't think we'll be doing that today, friends. It's a kickoff classic. Yeah, we're waiting for Chance to get back into this one. In the meantime, it will just be me as we get through this. Minnesota Rocker on the offense. First time we've seen ourselves a Moscow search and destroy. The hardpoint was a lot of fun yesterday, but a very, very different look now. And Priester's going to start this one off with a lovely first blood there. And Cammy transitioning through middle. Priester now in a situation he's trying to find himself one more kill.
I'm back.
Going to back him up, take care of Bance as well. And Attach with an aid gets involved on the clean.
That was quick.
I just had to go 4T.
No, I'm talking about the 3v1.
Oh. I'm tired.
Completely put him to bed. Delightful first round there from Minnesota Rocker. Off the back of a fantastic first blood there from Priester. And that's absolutely right. That was my best chance. That's all I've got for now. I'm working on it. We're getting there, friends. But in the meantime, round 2 now. See what Toronto have got on offense. A little too eager, I think, to make their way through mid. The timing just a little bit off there from Cammy. I think he thought he had more space to work with Priester. Very, very quick. Now, a slight change to their timing. Can Kleenex having to just sort of go back, fumble the bomb slightly. 3-man push now through white. And Attach is already there. Gets a few tags. Gets out while the get is good. Ooh, and another first blood goes the way of Minnesota. On Cammy now to recover the bomb. There's a battle now taking place by the chest boards.
Dude, Minnesota might be the
from Rocker early on here.
S&D team.
Right down. Cammy's essentially pinned there. We are going to see a bit of a pressure now mounting.
Method's trying to make a
They
play
are
happen
really
on the top
good.
side of the map as well, and another massive kill.
SSG, do you end up researching
right now, not letting anything get
the
through.
holos up?
Methods is going to have to slow this down.
I never got one.
Anything, something
Oh,
else
well, I'm gonna
might be able
go
to get Priest to, I say,
get 200 scrap and buy holos up if they even have it.
Rounds of search.
It was out of stock when I went up there. That's why I didn't get it.
So far, so good. This was the first blood. For attach, this was patience. Managing to survive with 3 players making their way through that white corridor.
Good lord.
Didn't take any damage. Managed to
No, they're still out of stock.
Positions himself for a great first blood.
Only like they've only got 1 kill.
3 kills for attach.
2 rounds and they only have 1 kill in there.
Also yet to die. Now we're going to see what Rocker have got on offense. Looks like a heavy lean towards A, but that's going to be the defense as well. That's Methods, Cammy, and Kleenex all going to be there at the same time. The timing works out. We could see a lovely bit of an entry kill here. Can Rocker strike twice? 3 times even? No. It's going to be Toronto, Kleenex, Cammy, Methods. They find all of their kills, and now
well, they got some kills now.
In a 1v2.
They have 5.
Firmly on the other foot there.
Yep, 5 kills now.
As Ultra will get around on the board, and it was about time. Lightning can only strike so many times. Nice clean up there from Kleenex, that final kill, but before that, again, a very solid gambit. They managed to get to the A-bomb site very quickly. We saw the trophies up immediately, no utility usage whatsoever there available for Rocker. And with those players already in position, the kills were easy peasy. I think Chance is back. He might be. One day I'll impersonate you so well, man. No, he's not here yet. One day I'm going to get you good. That's when the duo is truly formed. Here we go, though, in a way, once again. Cammy and Bance already managed to overshoot the site. Priester, though, all the timing for Priester finds himself 2. Major Maniac picks up 1 more, and bang! Just like that, the round is done. Rocker. What a volley that was, right off the rip. This was the final few kills from Major Maniac. Beautiful timing. Priester gets 2. Major Maniac gets 2. What a fantastic play that was. Bance jumped right out of his skin. Off of the bomb site, he was going for the arm, and his player model hit the sky. And quite a fright. 3-1 now for Rocker. Here on Moscow. We go back in on the offense. It's been a little bit of a mix-up here and there, but all things considered, pretty standard stuff. Rocker going to go right back through Metro once again. Cammy will not be found this time. Priester once again in a good position to pick up those kills, should he need to. Major Maniac being careful not to break the glass. Not to give away the position. Bance is going to do that, and now the jig's up. Here comes the fight. Accuracy looking through to get the flank here from Office. Can he take care of business? Maybe able to players on Kleenex now. Just overshoots by the bar. Kleenex, though, he manages to turn and burn, even with low HP. Now they double stack on the top of the windows, and with this...
Oh, that is such bad timing.
Watch that street. Very unfortunate timing. Kleenex now can hit the flank. A small gift, if you will. Bance now looking to push. They have trapped Rocker within the hotel side of the map. Now they're giving him a little bit of breathing space to work with as they fall on back. And this is going to give Rocker a chance now to rethink this plan, possibly going towards A. Again, they do have to be mindful. 4 members of Toronto Ultra all over the map. There's 30 seconds to make a play. There are eyes all over the A-bomb site. There are eyes on B, and this is the only advantage you've got for Rocker is surprise. Can they...
How much scrap did you... or metal frags did we have to make it metal?
A lot. I don't know.
Toronto.
I think it's like 300 per thing.
Individual engagements there from Kleenex that really managed to win the round on the inside of hotel.
We'll eventually get there.
A little bit of right place, right time, and then a lovely slight activation there.
In my inventory alone, I have
good stuff from Ultra.
Pretty much 4,000.
Both teams having very successful attack and defense so far. Very, very back and forth. Very, very enjoyable search and destroy. If you have joined us, just me for now. Chances reset his PC, I think. One of the perils from working from home. Oh my god, he's returned. Chance, how are you, mate?
I'm doing alright, how are you?
I'm doing fine. I mean, honestly, I did miss you a lot. Never do that again.
I mean, I'm doing my best. I have no idea what I missed. If you want to fill me in, I see, what, 3-2 lead right now for Rocker.
Yeah, good stuff.
3v2 or something like that.
Yeah, good stuff so far. Everyone's maneuvering around Moscow very well. Timings on the opening breaks. Seeing some nice first bloods from either side. Relatively even so far. Honestly, relatively even at that. After the recap, makes it 3-3. So you know what, mate? Let's just start it from here for you. This is just a fresh game for you now. Let's go.
Tie game, dude. Nothing going on. These two teams, just the first round, obviously, they've played a search and destroy today. I'm certainly not 6 rounds late on it. No big deal.
Late to work, Charles.
Moscow, yeah, I don't know. I've completely missed everything. This would be perfectly fine.
Oh, it's been great though. I must admit, this has been very, very fun so far.
0-5 for Bance, so like obviously a hard point player.
Yep, obviously. After 37 in the Garrison point, can't even buy a kill. We saw him.
Jay Hendo was hilarious.
It was the second round.
What do you do?
Maybe the third.
I had to bring him a hammer because he wrecked his helicopter. he just bought it at the bandit camp and apparently he flew it out too fast.
That's a nice timing as well.
I know that struggle.
Yeah, but he didn't explode. Nah, you did.
Shut up.
This is a dangerous position to be in, but they are going to commit to the bomb plant. Oh, Priest is going to dip on out. He and Major Maniac, they're in a lot of trouble now. All
man, I wish somebody had a hollow side for sale.
Down, and Major Maniac now in a 1-4.
I texted it in chat.
No 1v4 today, Miles. No 1v4s today. It is very much a situation on Moscow where if you just have players starting to flank and you know for a fact that they're behind you, you're kind of just stuck, right? Like you even saw the setup coming in from the Ultra. They had one player back up and play the tree, so if anyone tries to push out from A through white, they're going to get cut down in that.
I'm going to go up here to Capella and see if they have anything.
Cammy was sitting there, and obviously you had at least one, if not two players.
So I really don't want to have to
post it up over towards library. So just a nice job on the aggressive play call.
Have to work my way all the way down there.
Straight away. It does appear right now Toronto pushed through the middle of the map with the bomb. It does give you options. Cammy nice and aggressive up top. There is a couple players right next to him though, so he is going to get cleaned up.
He's come through once again. Kleenex took a lot of shots there. He's hurt. Needs to dip on out. About half health. Priest down the wrap. Shots in advance there. Wonderful timing. Dips on out. Doesn't. Oh my word! Almost landed that one straight on the top of Methods. The backs on up, keeping their A bomb site safe. They have perfect clearance now. They're watching the players coming through Fountain. They've got eyes on the S keys and they've got eyes on the Metro. Unless someone has somehow miraculously flanked this entire position, they're pretty good for now. And it just comes down to winning these gunfights.
You can buy a whole entire scuba suit up here for 40 scraps. I know where I'm coming next time we go to Bull Rig.
Players tag out left and right, man. It's a prayer. You are begging for someone just to get ripped off the head glitch, and you can see Rocker playing it well, making sure to crouch away, not taking any pressure. So Kleenex trying to rock this bomb. Now attach those sitting there waiting, and Major Maniac had the cross anyway.
They don't have anything, sadly.
And again, you're just praying you can rip some.
They don't have anything.
There's the first from Attach, the challenge on a Major Maniac. But Major Maniac wins the gunfight, as Attach did have him one shot. And a nice systematic approach coming out from the Rocker. Again, shout out to Major Maniac. Knows the pressure's no longer coming from the front. Puts himself in the perfect spot to look down low. And have these players nice and trapped in. Again, I am very late to the party and I apologize, but I have to imagine the way this map is played out of First Blood just being incredibly important as the deciding factor of who ends up winning these rounds.
I think that's a very fair assessment, mate. That's a very, very good call. If we can't get
I don't think anybody's here.
And once again, we're going to see Rocker make their way through Metro. Vance, the only player in a position to really catch eyes on this one. Oh, and he looked away at the wrong time. Priest is going to be able to cut him down. Kleenex does technically get the first blood with an early kill there. However, Method's now transitioning back. We could be seeing that B-bomb site hit there on the inside of the apartments. With a Kvartira, as it says in Russian. Up over the top, Major Maniac with a lovely shot, even with the nade in position there. That was going to be a relatively easy kill. With that, it's now a 3 versus 2. Cammy and Kleenex taking different routes to get towards this bomb site. With the bomb gone down, Kleenex finds a fantastic kill into accuracy that opens up the boulevard. Now we have a clear line of sight and a way to attack this position. Priester trying to take care of the window, tags both of them with a single nade. That's going to be a bit of damage dealt. Not enough to take out both of them, but it's going to slow down the push at the very least. Here we go. In on the bomb site, lots of noise being made. It is about to become an absolute fiesta in here. There's the defuse, perfect timing, and it's still being diffused. Major Maniac dips in and out, finds one. Cammy's gonna jump straight onto the bomb. Major Maniac, he has to check the bomb once more. Is it gonna be a 10 and 10 play? No, he just gets it. Almost perfect play from Cammy there. Major Maniac, 200 IQ, 10 out of 10 play. Oh boy.
Oh, he wouldn't even talk to me. I still have you something.
He will not lose
those
down here at the thing.
At all, even challenging from the same place. You saw Cammy, he went back to the window because Killed the first player coming in through the side door. He thought a pinch was going to be in order. Didn't know the pressure was going to be coming from, but knows he needs to protect his man on bomb. So Cammy gave it the best shot that he could.
I think chest piece is almost broke.
With the perfect timing, and again, S&D is this man's wheelhouse. 5 spree for him, 11 and 4. We're going to expect nothing less the entire year. And of course, for a little battle he has going on, Kleenex, not a shabby game either. 10 kills to his name.
Nothing shabby about any of this, mate. So far, a wonderful search and destroy here on Moscow. Vance just caught eyes on, I think, accuracy, making his way in towards the apartment here. Cammy holding that side of Fountain, not anyone through the top side of the map. Just waiting for those players to rotate past. And I mean, honestly, Priester, I think he can smell him from there. Be one of observers. If we can see Priester and Cammy, I mean, they are so close to each other. Again, ADS walking like this, no one's making any noise. Cammy, hold that position. Priester knows something's up. The bomb now making its way much closer to B. It looks like Major Maniac in a position now to potentially land the shots. The nades are being thrown. Here comes the battle. The battle for the Boulevard now raging. Kleenex, he and Methods trying to make the approach from towards the bomb. And Major Maniac, once again, right place, right time. Good reads. 30 seconds left on the clock, chance.
And they're wrapping back. They're trying to hunt Priest to death.
Oh.
He is the lone man over in the site. They know he's here. Bance for the challenge, and Bance does not lose his ones. And that is a bomb being planted. Full site control as well. Oh. This is a beautiful job. Attached though with the nade. The bomb still gets planted. Major Maniac hunting these players down.
Dang, son.
Actually cleared. Methods all of a sudden by himself.
Dang, have you been to this hotel yet?
About the speed of the retake. He can't even get nearby.
There's
Blink
4 rooms and there's a big suite at the top of it.
Win the game.
Just like that. They had 3 players body blocking, drawing.
I can check it out and see. I'm almost done.
And then there's the office.
I don't even know what he could have done. He could have just sort of like sprayed it down. Even
hey, do we need some of this charcoal?
Rocker, heads up play. Those last few rounds were fantastic. Moscow search and destroy. Thoroughly enjoyable watch.
And I honestly think Blink and he missed it is the right call.
Sorry, I was talking to
Brisky. Missed it myself. In my mind, as soon as Bance gets that kill on Priest, the lone man by Minnesota, I was like, all right, you get the bomb down, everything's guaranteed. But the level of aggression in this,
I don't think we need it, but
came through.
How do we make ammo?
Tough to deal with, or obviously was tough to deal with. I could barely tell that it's
gunpowder and something else. TJ knows.
On the map, so Attach getting the big kills. Major.
I mean, I have some of it unlocked.
It's all about that game 2 and 5 for Minnesota. Gave a little bit of a taste of a reason why that.
Wonderful stuff there in the search and destroy now from both teams. That's tied 1-1 in the series so far. We're going to take a very, very quick break, but when we do come back from that break, Alison Walker is going to be talking to Lottie about all things Ultra. Very, very excited about how the series going on. The battle for the raw North.
He's making me a hollow shot. I just got to get 12 high quality metal.
Right back.
Well, here's 10.
I think I have enough. Let me make sure though. Yeah, 1 tech trash, 12 high quality metal.
Let's come and check out the hotel. Yeah, it's pretty sick.
It's nice. Here's the stuff. I like this place, it's nice. This guy's nice, I like him. Yeah. Nice for you too. Hey, you can see our house back there, look.
Yep.
Call of Duty League is presented by Scuff, the official
now I can
of the Call of Duty League. Brought to you by USAA Insurance.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Alright, you have a good one.
Help them easily protect what they've worked hard for.
Yeah, you too. Alright, now I can make us hollow shots. I'm gonna research it real quick. But I will need 1 tech trash and 12 high quality metal.
Ultra. However, before we get into that game, Lottie sat down with Alison Walker of the Toronto Ultra and had a little chit chat about the upcoming season and everything Ultra.
Allison, thank you so
So you gonna
much
research
for
it?
joining me. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm
to
going to.
catch
I want
up
to see what
with
it
you
looks
and
like
all
first, though.
things to do
I
with
I was
Ultra.
gonna say, let me see.
Firstly, though, I have to
I'm gonna
ask
put it on an
you
LR.
about our team this year. The core roster is back. There's a lot of trust you've put in your boys back once again.
Ooh,
The
I like
team
it.
that came
Is it
behind
nice?
this and your
Yes,
thoughts going
sir.
into this year with a roster you guys
I don't know if we
love.
have tech trash
Yeah,
anywhere though.
awesome. Well, great
We
to see
don't.
you,
We'll have to
Lottie,
go.
and we're so
Oh,
excited
I
to be
do
back
like
in
that.
action
I do
and
too. It's nice.
and back into some competitive Call of Duty play.
Yeah, it's
Indeed,
a lot
we've
better
got
than
Cameron, Kleenex, Methods, Bance back with us.
not having anything.
The chemistry that these
Very
guys have
much
built
so.
and the momentum that
I'm gonna put this back in here real
we
quick.
carried into the end of last season really is something we're so excited to build.
Yeah, we'll
upon.
need to make a
So,
run.
with that and the coaching duo of Marky B and Ryan, we really feel
Workbench
like
2,
we've
item
got sort of a
research.
leg
I
up
don't know
we've
how to
already
do
got
this.
going. And we had a
125.
great boot camp back in
Yeah,
Scrap.
December
125
before the
scrap.
holidays. So
Yeah.
the boys have been to Toronto. They've been at our new facility. We're really
I
pumped to
think we
get
have
going,
some.
and
We have
especially
130.
to meet our rivals Minnesota.
I'll go on a scrap run
start
after this
off
because we
the
need
big rivalry for
tech
Team in
trash
the North
anyways.
this year.
Yeah. It comes from like solar
Absolutely.
panels and shit like
Talking
that.
about rivalries, it's
Yeah.
something we see a lot on social media.
Begin
We know that
research.
the Ultra brand is an epic one, and you guys have really pushed your social media in a fun and an engaging way. So I gotta ask, what have you guys got up your sleeve this year for content and your team plans?
Yeah, we're so excited about the brand. We really intentionally saw a place, a personality within the league where we could be irreverent and mischievous and lighthearted. And I think you see that in everything we do. We've got lots planned. I got to tell you that one of the things we did again right before the holidays, one of our good friends and famous hockey players, Mitch Marner, got on the ice with Methods, and we've got a great campaign dropping some of the competitions that they had and things that you'll see starting next week. Actually,
All right. 12
we're
high qual
really
metal, 1
excited
tech
about
trash.
continuing to build
So we
on
need
all
3
the great
tech
content
trash
that we built. As you said,
and
the
36 high qual
conversations happening on social are
metal.
amazing, and we're just really excited to keep people guessing. One of the things we're most excited about is our Toronto home series coming in mid-March. Lots planned.
That's
like
just
last
restart
year,
though.
we're
I
going
mean,
to
I'm
be
probably just gonna
hosting
put
a
on an
full
LR
week-long online festival with lots
or
of different
SMG
events
one.
and ways for our fans to really take part. So we're super excited to keep the momentum going in terms of the brand we've been building in Toronto Ultra.
Fantastic. I'm
The
definitely
high quality
hyped
metal
for
won't be hard at all.
week.
Yeah, honestly, I could probably text and see if anybody had.
I will
Somebody
also
was asking
hear
for
that
it
there
earlier,
will
so I
be
doubt it.
an
There's
esports
a
hub emerging in Toronto.
Scientist.
Available.
Yeah,
So
seen it.
what
I don't
can
have
you
my
tell
gun
us
out.
about that?
Yeah, awesome. Well, I sit today, believe it or not, in a new 15,000 square foot facility that we actually took on in the spring.
I couldn't even.
For reasons we all know, we haven't been able to fully take advantage of this, although we've been in and
You can
out.
have all
We've
that. I
actually
mean, it's just
continued
a
with
syringe
some
and a semi
construction
body.
and some design. So this is an awesome facility in a super cool neighborhood in downtown Toronto. We've got our training rooms for both Ultra and Defiant, a player lounge, a gaming studio.
Yeah, we're getting rid of them.
Of course, we're really focused when we can on bringing our community into this space.
Wait, did we check and see if we even have
certainly a hub.
solar panels
We've
at the
got some
base?
amazing sponsors. Our founding
Probably
partner
not,
Bell is
but
retrofitting
I'm not gonna
the
use
entire
it.
training area, so our players will feel
Oh
truly
shoot!
pumped
Don't
to
go
be
that
in
way.
these awesome, cool design spaces. Our gaming
They're
studio
mad
is
at me,
going to be
not you. What the
amazing.
heck?
In fact, our
No, they're mad
teams,
at
the
both of
plan
us.
is while we're playing online to have our teams, Ultra is going to come out and play on stage in a LAN-like setting.
Ow, bitch.
Feeling that sort of competition and getting really game ready for when they are in those LAN tournaments. So much coming at our facility, and we can't wait to share it all with you.
Yeah, Minnesota. I mean, they won 6-4.
I cannot wait
The
to see
the sixth one
you know,
was
Ultra have
very
also really
very
built
convincing.
incredible Canadian CDL
I can now make hollow sites in
what's the
Rust.
process like gaining the trust of your community?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great question.
Somebody
We take it
made
seriously.
one
It's
for
our
me. I
responsibility
gave
to
him the
be
stuff,
helping
he
to
made it,
build
and now he searched
the
it.
Call of Duty scene, the league itself, and of course our team and our fans here based in Toronto, but really is the only pro team in Canada.
So we're on a scrap run because so you need tech trash
intentional about ensuring that this is
and
a
high
team
quality
built
metal.
by the fans and for the fans. And we do a lot of crowdsourcing and make sure that they
Yeah,
feel
I'm
a
just
part
gonna
of
make
this.
three
We're
hollow
also
slots
big
right now,
believers
one
in the
for
Path
each
to
of
Pro
us.
system. We really feel
Since Trev
like
doesn't
if we
fight
can
much,
help
I'm just
build
gonna make
out
it for us three.
the community around Call of Duty. We do a lot of events. We've got a great
And then
live
y'all can choose
team
what
that
guns
puts
you want to
on
throw on.
live. We're in-person events now, online
I
events.
know.
Really focused on building that amateur scene, and we're really excited to be taking part in challengers as well with our new member of the team, Insight. So,
Hey, so what
the
about this
event
camera? Will it
strategy,
give it to me?
Path to Pro,
Probably,
that
yeah.
we're doing
I don't know though.
a merch perspective. We're really excited about building this community and continuing to make this about them, the fans.
What
and
about a
really
counter?
building a strong community here in Canada.
Yes.
I mean, it sounds incredible. We've got our roster back.
There's a lot of technology has to go into making counters.
With Ultra on it, we have so much more social media to look forward to from you guys, and of course, you guys pushing Path to Pro. It sounds absolutely fantastic, Addison. I appreciate you so much joining me and catching up all things CDL and Ultra. And I think it's safe to say a lot of people are hoping for this too, but
Yeah, we're doing scrap runs too.
as well this year. So thank you so
Oh,
much.
you absolutely will.
Best of luck in the first one.
Yeah, keep your eye out. We're going to be dropping more of Chef Tony for sure. Thanks, Lottie.
Thank you so much, Addison. Appreciate it.
Well, there it is. I mean, Toronto, look at that beautiful city. I mean, I must admit, mate, I'm very excited to get back out there and when the world opens up, I mean, visit that Toronto Ultra settled, like, facility complex thing, man. I'm down. I'm very excited to hear what's going on there in Toronto. Big thanks to Alistair Walker again for coming to chat. Marty for having that chat. Here we go, though. The Battle of the North continues. Isn't it technically, Toronto is technically further north? Forget.
I was gonna say Minnesota's technically higher north than
Minnesota is technically higher north, but just because
Toronto is.
Canada, they're like, nah, we're in the north. And I'll tell you, Miles, I've been in both places. Minnesota, way colder.
Really?
Like, not even remotely close. Minnesota winter is
What up?
brutal.
What's up?
So just, that's my dog in that fight for what it's worth. But they are in Canada, so like, it's the northern country.
It is a very northern country, but, well, there can only be one true king of the north, and who knows, after this day, I mean, we will crown an early king.
No, we don't really
One
need
of
that,
yous
do
get
we?
it. Them's the rules.
What?
And then whoever beats who.
That boar.
That's just the way it is.
I
You know
don't
what?
know.
Chance, well,
I'm gonna go up
we take
here
the time
and
now
see.
to deliberate the ruling around. We hand out this kingly title of the North, and that time.
There's no way that you can just buy it, is there?
Listen in.
No.
That's fine.
I mean, we'll get high quality metal out of the stuff that we.
I know. I'm just talking about tech trash.
Okay.
We did get one of those targeting computers or whatever from the Ulrid.
Yeah, I would like to
You can't break these barrels.
But after we get a red and blue card.
Red and blue card.
Yeah, so we can do the top, that way we can get the lock chest.
We're still gonna play for him.
Back two, that one shot. Back. It's killed the guy on the back tree, on the tree. Yeah, the more it's like back
Close
stairs.
wood, close wood.
The tree?
Right here, close left.
He's in shoot. Oh.
Top emergency.
Top emergency accuracy. He's top right wing, top right wing.
There's another cleaver in here if you want it.
This has been Major Maniac.
Mine's full.
Truly a nuisance.
I mean, I can still grab it though.
Absolutely. I mean,
if you don't
we
need
talk
it.
about like some of the.
No, I have. This one's about to break, but I have another one.
Analyze that quite a bit. This is a map.
I
where
just
if you're
found
on
this one
offense
last time I
and
went
you
on
lose
Scrapper.
map control for a second, and someone starts to get in your spawn. That's basically a wrap, man. It is incredibly difficult to get out of the spawn traps. You had Priest and Accuracy up in the top wings, just killing everybody in sight. Meanwhile, Major Maniac lived in their back right spawn area, around crates, around the NASA tube, just in random corners that you have to check. And of course, Major Maniac, as nerdy of a player as you're gonna find, a machine.
Dang, it's 6 o'clock. I didn't realize it was that
just
late.
makes it impossible. Like you heard in the comms, like they're just dying.
There's
like,
some
you
pickles
have
down
to
here.
Kill this guy in the back, right? Like,
Eat 'em.
come on, let's try to find them. They go to like sneak.
They give you
around, and it's just-
superpowers.
It is so tough. Like the
That's what I've
opening
heard.
breaks, just making sure you don't lose map presence or control over towards the planes on offense is incredibly
I
important.
didn't even grab that cleaver. I forgot about it.
A quick one, a fast one, right into an Astra Gaming listen in with Minnesota Rocket.
I'm also not picking up like propane tanks.
I'm not either anymore. Be
I am
nice to
picking up
find it.
some of the stuff that I can recycle.
Yeah, top lane.
That's all.
I'm getting left wing. I'm getting left wing.
Okay, listen, I have your cross. I grab it. One wrap left.
And why aren't you picking up propane tanks?
I can lay down.
Because they don't give you enough of anything.
Get on their side. Get on their side. Get on
They're
their
playing their side.
I
Top
have low plane. I have low plane.
Top lane band. Top lane band's got me.
I'm getting up there. Oh, and low. I can get your man alley. Hit him with the nade on me. I have your man alley. One man alley.
Trying to nade it.
Man alley dead. I'm one bullet down. I'm laying down.
Low wing Cammy. Low wing Cammy. Is he hitting point?
I'm dead.
I don't see him. Look for one guy.
I didn't even mean to make these. I made them on accident.
I think it's safe to say right now that Rockers certainly have the
Wow.
advantage and control here on
Nail gun.
But wow,
Nails.
free. It just all seems to be going their way.
I made them earlier when I tried to make all these barricades and
Clinical
stuff.
work and the communication is great too.
F15 of each on me.
Attach exactly what he wants him to do. Like, hey, push this out just
Oh,
slightly.
and another set of armor.
Here. And making these micro adjustments on the fly, it pays dividends when you can be on point with it. Attach, of course, still looking for more kills. As you can see, just a 2-life lead right now for Rocker. And getting this B control is not easy. It's sort of like Hardpoint, Miles, where it's that underneath the plain hill. You're just worried about getting killed from 17 different places. It is not easy to manage.
Yeah, and once again, you talked about how important it is. If someone does get in your spawn, things can get real ugly real fast. Well, Bance, not a bad-looking fella, but he's doing what he can to make things hideous. No attach.
Oh, here's another set right here.
That's going to make this play a little bit harder.
A lot of wooden armor.
Yeah.
On top of the B point now for Rocker. Betha's going to find a few more on the defense here. Straight back on the point they go. First tick complete.
Hazmat suit if you want.
Kill onto Method's going to make that place a
No,
little bit safer.
I'm
for
good.
now. We are still holding on to that point. Can Bans get in there? No, attach keeps it safe from up high. And it's a 1-by-1 push
What's
now from
that rope for that I gave you earlier?
this one. Two-man now on the stack.
To make
cap, and unless someone can
barricades.
contest, Rocker will take another round.
You need one rope for each of them.
Dude, that's a great setup they had towards the end too. Just efficient work.
I'm headed towards the
Part of
gas station.
idea. Attaches up top.
Okay.
He's watching the wings cross, and he has 2 teammates that were down low underneath the wings. I think maybe a little bit later on, but as long as you have that top plane control, no one's going to be jumping off behind you. You don't have to worry about the flank. And anybody that's in the hill, they just have to watch the lanes. And of course, accuracy, you saw when he was down there, able to go on a 3 or 4 spree towards the end. There you go, number 4.
You know, I might some point here soon start saving up to get a bolty.
Now, of course, Toronto down 2-0. They spent the last round on offense just getting spawn trapped and spawn killed seemingly endlessly. Needs to win this opening break.
It's got to be special. Let's go.
Give me the parts, I can build you one.
Players on both points now. Lead pushed off.
And that way you can save a little bit of cash or a little bit of scrap having to build all the way down to it.
Nade's going off. Blackjack.
So I was just gonna go up there and buy it from Capellas.
Trying to do what we can.
I can make you one for way cheaper, and you can research it for 500 to 750.
Like it's in the hands of Rocker for now. Over to B we go. Reese has got to try and make a play in towards this one. Get those players off of it. Halfway through the first ticket B. Danny cleaned up from the rear. They're going to make that angle a bit more safer now for Rocker and Priest. It's a very, very slow approach. Trying to be very methodical about it. And no need now. Accuracy finds the kills. Cammy doesn't let Attach get in their spawn and cause the damage. Same could be said on the opposite flank as Vance manages to take care of Priester. Wonderful bit of defensive work. 50 seconds remaining though. Now you've got to make the push. Get straight back onto those points. Priester with a big nade down range. Here comes the opening engagement from Priester on the flanks, and that's going to be that. In another point we go.
I just found another shotgun trapling, put it in the base too.
Around back, potentially looking to set himself up for some spawn kills, and he's going to take down Kleenex. And look at Attach's position. He goes straight into NASA. His teammates win most, if not all, of the gunfights on A, and now Attach can force their spawn over to the back right. He just wants to stay alive, and his teammates can come pick it up. But they
Dang, son.
spawns, forcing Toronto in such a bad spot, and now, like Toronto, they have to take their time, clear out their base. They got to deal with Attach. That's what Cammy is trying to do, but Attach the nuisance, still alive, still messing with
you?
Still kicking, tons to work with as well. He's still got a lot of ammunition, so
no.
He's going to worry too much. Pick up some off the dead bodies. These players, 20 seconds remaining in the game now as 1 tick on either point. Attach finally goes down. Cammy, fool me once, fool me twice, not a chance. Here we go.
Are you on a horse?
Trying to get on the point. Final
No,
10 seconds.
I'm not even near you.
This could be a clean 3 for Rocker, unless someone can contest. 3, 2, 1.
GG's.
That is that. It is a 3-0 here on Checkmate Control. Rocker certainly come to play.
GG, no re. Just clean, efficient work. The style is not complicated from the Rocker either.
I got 2 take trash.
Clearance, and if there is ever
Nice,
a single
nice.
opportunity to get in your opponent's base,
I'm coming there now and dismantling some of the stuff
take
I
full
had.
advantage. It was Attached. effectively by
Fun
himself.
fact,
As
cameras
soon
do
as he's
give
spawning
tech trash.
those 3 players out towards that
Oh,
bottom
that's
right,
good.
now his
Yeah.
teammates can push up through the A stream,
I
go
was-
get that crate side control, and just get the setup
Actually, I don't
going.
think I have anything
Feel
that look
great
good
when those
check trash.
opportunities come, and even on offense, just clinical, efficient work from Rocker. Looking pretty good.
Looking pretty good. Smiles all round. Major Maniac having a great time. We're so up there having a good laugh. And I'm loving the kind of, while both teams are very purple, Toronto Ultra, much lighter in the bottom, a lot darker up top there for Rocker, leaning in. Everyone leaning into the brands. Toronto Ultra, Minnesota Rocker now, going into a game 4. Rocker with the lead now. Stats on your screen there, and again, it was relatively quick. Honestly, game of control, just over 6 minutes there. Chance, what a fantastic display there we saw on Checkmate. New strats, learning about the Thatcher's position on the top wing, watching those players as they push on through B. We're all learning. Kickoff Classic has not disappointed yet. And mate, Checkmate Hardpoint coming up after this one as well. With Rocker in the lead, this could be a fun one. We did see that first Hardpoint go the way of Ultra, but at this point, bit of momentum swing, a little bit of special sauce. We saw their own checkpoint. This could well be a 3-1.
And if we've learned anything about this map, and Hardpoint controls vaguely similar as well, it can just be difficult to manage the map, especially those like under the plane hills for Hardpoint. Everybody spawning all over the place. It's very difficult to keep track of like when they're spawning in the primary emergency. Shout out to JP. But I think the Rockers going to be a team that is just efficient. I think they're going to have their finger on the pulse for the map, and I'm expecting big things from them.
Very, very big things indeed. Well, that's the control done and dusted. We do have that hard point coming up just in a moment. But Chance, again, we've got a lovely day so far. We are far from finished. I must admit, mate, I'm very excited about that reveal show coming up again. We're going to see the group selection process coming up in just a moment. Quick look at a schedule to see how the rest of the day is going to unfold. For those of you who just joined us, Paris with a 3-2 victory over the London Royal Ravens. Minnesota currently up by 1 in this series. One more map is all they need. Can Toronto Ultra pull this one back here in the Kickoff Classic and go all the way to that game 5? But coming up after this match, the group selection.
I just found the solar panel.
Will be revealing the stage 1 schedule. Very, very exciting.
That's all I need
the
then.
rest of the season. Again, we will be deciding who goes into these
I
groups.
mean, I'm probably gonna
Characters involved in this one. I've said
drop
it
on and
time
stuff.
again, you don't want to miss this
Huh?
one. This is going to
So
really
unless you
want to
keep it.
how that first
Oh, no.
series goes down. And again, we're letting the players decide. The group selection show coming up just after this, potentially one more map. Who knows? Can Rocker have their way with Ultra, or will Ultra bite back? Still, the crown, the King of the North, still in contention. And after this, yeah, we will be crowning, at least for the time being, the King of the North. Chance. Honestly,
I'm guessing roadside armor is better than wooden armor.
Yeah, I think so. I just don't have anything to make it. Like I don't have him
I have.
learned.
I don't really.
I suppose
I
that's
hate
probably
road
what happened
signs.
in my mind for Toronto to get the win. Obviously,
Yeah, it
making
doesn't take much to
predictions
make 'em.
on like basically zero information is never going to be simple. But from what I've seen, like Method seems to be struggling.
I can go
a fair
back
bit
to the
so
house
far
and
in
start
this series.
researching if you
It
want.
looks like accuracy has been putting up bigger numbers, especially so. in
Unless
the
you want to
control.
research 'em.
And even in the first hard point, if it's
I
not
should
Cam
probably
making
research
hero
something.
plays on P2, going on a 5, on a 6 spree, just to lock down that time. If it's not for Vance, dropping 37, I think that map ends up playing a little bit different. So if I had to make a call, yeah, I'm leaning towards the Rocker, maybe a 70-30 sort of split in my mind.
I think I'm also in a very similar place there, man, where I just feel like Rocker, they seem to have a much better understanding of how Checkmate plays. But hey, who knows? Let's all rehydrate. Hey, yeah, you watching the stream, make sure you stay hydrated. Plenty of water. It's a very, very important thing to drink right now. And again, depending on where you are in the world.
Hey, can you hold anything?
You know what? Forget it.
Yeah.
At all times, I'm gonna get my cup of water here. You might.
Can you come to me?
Yeah, just a second.
Let's get
How much can you hold?
Checkmate hard point.
Uh,
Minnesota are on match point. They win this match.
6, thanks.
It's over. We go to the group selection show. They lose
Yeah.
this, and Ultra manage to come back. We are going to a game 5. Garrison, search and destroy, should we need it. But here we go, right off the rip, Chance. It's another crazy, crazy nade fest here in the interiors of this Air Force One replica.
Straight into the plane, and you see Attach very happy just to contest, especially so since his teammates have fallen. And Attach, well, the patience is going to pay off, gets at least 1 kill, but frankly, you just don't want to give away time. You don't want to get killed out like Kleenex is going to do. The third doesn't need to come through for him because Cammy's there for the cleanup, but either way, strong start from Toronto, the hill time that they're going to need, and making sure that they keep this map a little bit stable. That way in the rotation, they're going to be clean and easy. And they just want to make sure contest time does not come through.
Yeah, clean and easy. No contesting for now. Ultra still picking up the times they can. There's a quick.
Found a kayak.
pinch developing. Bandsman's the fight on one side. 1, 2, easy kills from Priester, no problem whatsoever. They weren't looking his way. Can he find Kleenex as well? Nope. The wallbang comes through. AK-74, you in that situation still very, very dangerous. Major Maniac only just managing to get him through the back. Actually now providing a bit of support. Major Maniac does win one, but the trades are going to be there. It's going to be Bance straight away. Now an exchange of nades and Krigfire. As Priester, he will fall towards the front of the point, and the battle's still raging on the south side of the map. Trying to make sure those spawns are so secure and so safe. Good spawns now for Ultra as they lock down this point. Trophies now coming out, looking to make this a bit more secure and garner more time.
Yeah, and they did a really nice job of taking down accuracy as well. He started pushing up through bottom blue, and if you can get in a good enough spot, and this is what Attach is trying to do as well, you can start the spawn out forced from the side of the Ultra. But of course, right now, they're just sitting pretty inside the hill. Rocker really not able to approach at all. Cammy, even from inside the point, doing a little bit of damage. And Attach, yes, he's made noise over on this side of the map, but it is to no avail for the actual hard point. Effectively, the full 60 coming through in Toronto Ultra. We thought
Dang, Ultra's really
situation coming in the map. They have an incredible
destroying right now, huh?
A little bit more than 60 points.
I mean, just during that last hard point there, 3 of them went on 3 streaks at the same time. I mean, that was just enough to show you that the kills are really going their way as Ultra continue to display their dominance here. Bance, while picking up kills down low, will just about be able to get in the hard point. Here comes a bit of a resurgence now from Rocker. In they go. Bance, 10 HP. Just about stays alive. And again, Rocker.
So you need me a case on.
They've got players all over
I decided against that.
Coverage upstairs. Priest is trying to change that from the
But I might, so stay close.
Now down low. Wonderful work.
No, I'm leaving.
There's a siren lot here. Can you pick that up?
No one's able to really get the hard point chance. We've got kills going around all over the place, but without control. Sitting in that hard point. 17 angles to watch. It's basically a death trap.
Oh, and Bance making big plays as well. Him and Kleenex were able to take down 3, and you can see Toronto Ultra, not the pure spawn flip coming in, but it makes the rotation anew that much easier. It's exactly what Bance is going for. Meanwhile, Methods, of course, well, he's just locking down the other side of the map, so fairly spread out control. They don't have that sort of mid-alley pressure, but Methods does have the beams. He is able to take down 2, and already just a 53-point lead, for the Rocker. In a pretty good spot to run it up quite a bit more.
Oh god, Krusty Keys on.
Have to do just to start working themselves toward the hill. They're just running to the other side of the map just to clean these players out.
That's a long journey and a difficult thing to do.
I put your gun up.
Battle now raging on the point here by the A Street.
You guys driving back to the base.
Does get a trophy.
Oh, I put my gun up.
Holding this position that little bit easier, a bit of coverage there.
There's a bandit camp coming up.
Game clock moving.
Oh, we got a little bit.
Wait a little bit, yeah.
Points. Kleenex. Lovely bit of teamwork from his mates there. Major Maniac will stay alive, gets himself a 2-piece. Methods not able to get him as he transitions across, but he does there with the kill, though. Now we will see a little bit of hardpoint time going the way of Rocker still. Very, very difficult game to come back into, but they are trying it. The rotation's now going to
I'm going to go in here and gamble and put all 300 on our red.
That south side of the map with the containers or the crates.
I got 392 right now.
Those trophy systems to come into play. That's what's going to be the saving grace here for either of these teams. Toronto with the early time. Major Maniac doing what he can and now fight his way tooth and nail, shots flying all over the place, trying to get on the point. Thatch does make the break, finally chance, but he does need his teammates to get involved and help reinforce.
And we've seen this play before. Honestly, just the fact that you don't get the spawns.
Hey, fun fact, all that money that we took,
10-15 seconds off the clock for the Ultra.
I ended up winning it all back.
Attach able to pick up the first method slides.
And we came out positive like 16.
So from the wrong side of the map, the Rocker end up coming out on top on this hill so far. 25 seconds left. You got Bance on one side, a couple players on the Ultra in the plane. Meanwhile, Accuracy doing his job, hanging out inside the hill in the same spot we expect. When he's taken down one shot, you see Kleenex trying to work on the approach. Accuracy does get taken down, but either way, from a hill where you did not have that early control, Rocker made the best of a very tough situation. But still down by 30 points after that first set of rotations is done.
Yeah, it's a tough one to come back from, but they are making it happen slowly but surely. Now the first set done, we go back into the center of the plane. Major Maniac still finding these kills from different spots. Can he take care of Methods as well? No, but again, trying to get back into the top plane. You need a bit of coverage on the wings there to create those openings. Otherwise, it basically just becomes a war of attrition through the center here. He's shooting through these wood walls. Very, very difficult. Basically a trade central. Not what you really want. That's not how you break these hard points. But we're seeing Attach get it done with his fist. Bance finds 2. A quick trade out. Here come the Ultra reinforcements. It's non-stop pressure on this hard point. The players from Rocker, they died in a big burst together, so they all come at the same time. And sadly, that doesn't really help them whatsoever. Trades once again. And Bance is atop of the pile. Oh!
It's so funny hearing him say "Hey Sully" instead of
That
"Hey."
was, but he comes out on top. Kill number 19 for Benjamin Bance. His second in a row, and the hard point stays Ultra.
And they just poured the aggression through the plane, just constantly flooding through the back, going for the spawn kills. Even Methods was getting in the mix all the way towards the front side of the plane, just all up in their spawn, causing a lot of problems. And now just look at how far away Rocker are from this new hill. They have to cross the entire map in advance. He's even got a teammate helping him out, just hunting accuracy down because they have all the time in the world. Phenomenal job so far. They have what, a 60, 70 point lead. They got a full 60 on this hill last time, and frankly, they're set
Dang,
to do it
son.
once again. Cammy inside of NASA, another player inside the hill.
What?
Rocker had just
Ultra
now gotten
setup
inside
is.
of the hill, and 25 seconds have already gone by.
Oh well, no, must not. They didn't win their gunfights.
There's only one player left there for Ultra.
Yeah, they ain't won a lot of them. Vance has. Vance has popped off again.
The journey, but 25 seconds. They got to hold on to this one. Major Maniac.
Oh, the solar panels only give one tech trash.
Because it only costs one to make.
Relatively safe for now. Still,
but the computer gives 3.
Winning these gunfights. He does manage to win.
Do we need those computers?
3 streak overall.
Oh, get rid of
a few more players keep trying to challenge him.
We can go get that and make 6 altogether. Yeah, 2 for each of us.
Underneath the airplane now to another hard point.
I'll put one on my LR and my MP9.
These two teams, Ultra certainly looking to force the game 5.
Kleenex right now just trying to
Just check, see if it's got anything. I'm really just getting scrapped.
Kill for him and his teammates inside the hill. He can just roam around and be this Slayer. If he needs to drop down and get a free kill, he can do that. Priest, though, very quick to get out of dodge, and frankly, not shot by Priest, able to find a kill as well despite being tagged up. Still, that hill control impossible seemingly to get inside of. Attach again just wants to keep top of the plane control in the side of the Rocker. That way, if he needs to jump down, he can do so. And right now, you just see the sort of delicacy, even with the rotations. Major Maniac is trying to clear out his deep spawn because he's expecting Vance to be nearby. Meanwhile, Vance is just trying to lock down these alleys.
I did keep the streets on.
Honestly, underneath it, it is not easy to dissect everything that's going on.
There's a lot going on right now. Major Maniac once again, unfortunately, has to take care of his own trophy in that difficult gunfight, but we go back over towards the A Street, towards these large containers, and we have got Ultra in control. They've certainly been in the driver's position all map long. Rocker playing catch up right now, and Cammy trying to keep them back at this point in time. The quick sticks of Cammy absolutely ringing out there in the long corridors of Checkmate. He's finding those kills in all sorts of situations. Vance with a 2-piece there from the center of the map, and Cammy, continuing the run. Kleenex also finding these kills. It is just Ultra's map right now. Rocker have not necessarily got a step here in this race. The 30 seconds remaining on this hard point, I would expect the majority of that time to still go towards Ultra. Here comes a bit of a resurgence.
What about the smart alarm? Can I get rid of it,
Keith? A bit of friendly fire as well in amongst that one, and right now, Chance, Rocker, they can't seem to get anything right. It's just so difficult. Ultra have got the reads all over the map.
Oh, that's feeling like a hot GG. This is a 100-point lead. This is a full 60. This is a rotation. Toronto, very clean 4, maybe a few gunfights.
Did you see what the smart alarm does?
An opportunity for him to make
Yeah.
a hero play once again.
That's pretty cool.
He is completely
I don't think it's into Gorilla. I don't think it's like your...
Ultra 20 seconds away from winning the game.
Imagine though.
Probably is going to be a wrap.
Cause I thought that when I first.
I'm getting rid of it.
Whatever kills he can at this point in time. Rocker have got to do some serious soul searching right now to find themselves on Checkmate, and Ultra just keep.
You need like, I already have 2 of these unlocked, so I don't know how much it is, but you need at least 320 to get all the roadside armor.
Not have caught that in his face anymore if he tried.
I have 500 pretty much.
The situation he was in,
Okay,
down
well.
and out.
And I'm going back to scraps and stuff, so I'm sure I'll get more.
You can feel the sort of desperation.
Yeah. If you want to make some roadside armor, I'll make all the hollow sides.
Struggling here. Ultra have had their way with them. Ultra now looking to force.
Because you need.
And boy, oh boy, what a slaughter that was on Checkmate.
Toronto put
we
it
were
to
thinking, or maybe I was
Yeah,
thinking
they're down.
too strongly in the Rockers.
But I think,
point, but we did say it requires Vance to go off, and what does he do? 33
Minnesota's a better S&D
minute
team.
40 seconds or something like that inside the hill.
Hey, Keith.
Again, just on fire with
Yeah.
the XM4.
The smart alarm. Can I get rid of it?
Say through and through, and Miles, we're sticking with the theme. I think every single series so far this weekend, except for one, has gone to a game 5. This series, no exception.
No exception whatsoever.
Every game so far has been game 5.
Again, I think the only
Need 50 leather,
Rocker are a very, very
4 road signs, and 6 selling kits to make a full set of roadside armor.
Especially the hard points.
Wait, how much?
You can definitely say that the
hold on, let me look.
How many road signs?
For
Depending on our metal frags and high quality metal, I can make actual metal plate armor, metal plate helmet, and then you can just do road sign and gloves.
Looking pretty clean.
And
that one makes you move really slow, doesn't it?
No, the metal plate doesn't. There's the metal plate's a tier. It's either a low tier 1 or a tier 3, but there's the. It's not the black set that actually makes you move slower.
It makes you cold.
It does not help your coldness at all, but you don't live in an area where it's cold, so that shouldn't be a problem. But if you don't want that, that's fine, it don't matter.
It's up to you, Estes. Doesn't matter to me.
Okay. Here, come get this stuff for.
Okay.
What do you need? High quality metal?
12 high quality metal and 1. Is that crap? Oh, I just
flagging.
Flag.
So Keith, you don't think it's worth doing the road sign?
I mean, you can. Honestly, I would look up what provides better protection.
A lot of fun, action-packed.
Amazing.
I need more high quality metal.
Know where it would be. I don't have any on me.
I only have 5. I have 3 being made right now, but it's 36 or 30. There's 53.
Hold on. I'd found some. I also found some. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Alright.
Let me go make this real quick. How many more do you need?
36. Which I can go ahead and make these, and then you can do that, because there's 56 in this chest right here.
Was it high quality metal?
Yeah.
Are you guys at your base, or are you at our old base?
Old
base.
Use it. That's my high quality metal. Use every bit of it.
Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
Okay.
Brother, hey, listen, that's our base. That's our shit. If you need it, use it. Don't even think that you can't use that shit. Burn it up.
The 2020 CDL season was a hell of a way to kick things off. But the 2021 season
We'll just have to keep a lookout for
we go in our time machine, taking a step out of Modern Warfare,
some
stepping into 1980
tech trash.
And the Cold War. Here's a look at everything that's new in the CDL in 2021. With a new year comes a new title. Black Ops Cold War is sure to deliver old school action and brand new badassery. The League will be switching from console to PC, replacing domination with control as the third game mode, and switching the League format so that every team will be at every event. But the biggest change of all might be going back in time yet again. The CDL is switching from 5 starters to 4v4, promising cleaner action, more space for miraculous plays, and oh so much more. With the shrunk rosters, Rostermania...
I have 6,000 metal fragments on me right now, Keith.
6,000?
Empire bid farewell to their veteran leader Clayster, now on the New York Subliners, who, in turn, said goodbye to the duo of attach and accuracy. FaZe added fan favorite Arcity to rejoin the Tiny Terrors. Rocker and Legion went full sail.
I just have that high quality metal. I don't know what to do without it.
While the Surge and Gorillas, looking to reverse their fortunes, kept only 1 player from last year's squad. And that's just a small taste of the new faces in new places.
Oh, so what'd you say? What was the other one? Key?
Speaking of old friends, Scump and the boys are
2025
as Chicago completed their
Is it level 1 is where the armor is?
The metal plate? I don't know if it's level 1 or if it's level 3.
competitive COD. So, There is a new game, new players, new teams, new memes, new game modes, new PCs.
But I do have it
and
learned,
so
so it's either
much
one
more
or
to
three.
get excited about.
But I think it's one.
2021 has looked to the history books to usher in a new badass era, and we can't wait to get it started.
I can't find it on one. I want to get third.
All right, it's now time. We finally get to crown a preliminary King of the North here at the
No, it's definitely not 30. I guess I'll go into.
It's an absolute delight to watch Minnesota Rocket, Toronto Ultra go at each other here in the Kickoff Classic. Breathe deep, friends. We're almost ready to get this one. I believe the game is actually ready, Chance. I think it is. I'm ready to go, baby. I'm ready to rock and roll. Let's do this. Can we get a 1 in chat if you're also ready to rock and roll? That's not rock as in R-O-K-K-R, you know? Rocker and roll.
I was gonna say, I'm amazed you passed up the opportunity to say rocker and roll or something along those lines.
I've done it. I did it last year. You know, we've got to find new ways to keep things.
It's too easy.
It's too easy.
Oh, I can't find
fruit,
it.
brother. Low hanging fruit, but still we can dig up this year. The whole season of puns and fun and all sorts of mad. You know, let's get it.
From the heavy plate stuff.
Here we go.
Cause that makes you slow, right?
That's the black armor.
Hard point.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, I think Rocket
It
still
is
a
not.
very, very
I
competent search and destroy team. Let's see what they've got off the rip.
That's the slow
Toronto,
shit.
with that bomb in hand, it's on Kleenex now, but Vance has already made his way right through the center of the map.
It's called metal face mask, metal chest plate.
Major Maniac trying to fill in that role towards the bomb. Vance making sure he takes down the barrel. That way, when they go for the plant, they're a little bit safer.
See, when I type in metal though, it don't even pop up.
Crazy on the map. It's really about the chemistry between accuracy
I
and
found it.
making sure they get the call outs for when this bomb plant may go down.
It's level 3.
Ross able to spot one. Free first pick for him. Great start for Rocket.
It's just patience more than anything at that point in time for Priest. He just has to wait for that player to enter his line of sight. 40 seconds now remaining. Kleenex still has the bomb. He's transitioned over towards lights, and there's a battle in the vents. Major Maniac comes out on top.
Oh, it looks like Rockers.
31 seconds now remaining in the round. Major Maniac finds another one there, so it's all on the methods. 4v1. Methods. Back to the vents. Retrieve the bomb, potentially pick up a kill or two here if he checks right, but no, Priest finds another event there, and that's a very
first
clean
one,
round
4-0 wipe.
Patience pays off, 1 on the board.
It's rough.
And honestly, the way this map has developed is on offense.
They say
you're
use
just looking
the
for a
heavy
solution
plate armor and
to
heavy plate helmet, which
really
are the ones that
just
slow
this
you down.
problem, in all honesty. I
Use
mean, I think
those
there's a few problems
when
worried
you're
about going for
defending
the
your
cross
base.
and people playing square, but there's just a few very specific things that you're just looking for an answer for. See if Rocker have
road
anything
sign
cooked
stuff.
up of their approach to be.
They said it's
They
good
have a
mid game
solution to
armor.
Vent's problem, or if they're able to get some picks on the players that play tank in the back.
Here,
of the
it's
map.
But for late game
Check out
stuff,
their
you want
approach,
metal
but
face mask, metal
that's
chest plate.
certainly the focal point of this map.
On board now with P-Dog Priest.
But it does say use the road sign kilt with it. And gloves too, because there's no gloves for it.
Of approach right now. Rocker are very, very slow in this one. Oh my god. Kleenex is down there. Priester may have heard it, may have seen it. He doesn't want to make the push. Kleenex still holding the entry defense. That's one way to deal with that position. Methods is going to throw a bit of a cheeky stun, try to slow these players down.
So he should end up making heavy plate metal and jacket to defend our base.
They do think, for what they're saying on here, for the base defense, that's the best armor to use. Just be in a small area that gives you a bigger advantage because all the protection you've got.
So all I need is the gloves and skirt, right?
Now given away.
Is that what you said?
Yep.
Of road sign.
Yeah. It doesn't take much at all to make all this heavy plate armor.
This is what he is paid for. It's time to earn that
12 high
salary.
qual metal and then 4 sheet metal.
Catwalk area. He has no information on the other player.
That's just if you want
Doesn't get the
to
spot,
start
he's
researching
making
those
so
too.
much
I mean,
noise,
we
he's
could
gonna
always
get
use it.
trapped in and taken down. No 1v3s today, at least not yet.
Yeah, try to have a few, like, you don't have to right now, but eventually have like 3 sets
instead on
of them.
defense, there is no opportunity for Rocker to put something together.
Yeah.
The aggression from Cammy and Kleenex, because right now you saw it to the side of your screen. Cammy was back in the spawn. Kleenex making the.
I have you 2 hollow sides too,
You don't
TJ.
have to go for those stagnant setups. Obviously, they are powerful.
I think it's time to take our
You do
LRs
have
up north.
options.
I'm thinking I'm taking mine.
Take mine too.
Yeah, I
with you.
don't. Where's yours at?
Mine's in the same chest as Essence's, I think. If not, it's in one of the other chests in there.
And hello. Accuracy finding the kill at great range.
I
As well. This is a
gotta
fantastic start
empty
here
my
from Rucker.
inventory real quick
Resurgence, Major Maniac finds another one.
Yeah, I do too.
Is doing what he
to
can
make
now
some
to
of
make
the
this
stuff.
1v4 a reality.
I also am going to take all the shotgun
Scoring
traps up
quickly, he
there.
could find a few more. A lovely effort, but not enough to get it
I don't know
done.
how to wire them though.
Rocker
I'm just
now
gonna
starting
take them
to
up there.
the lead, 2-1.
Yeah, I don't need it.
And Major Maniac, how many kills did he get in the first search and destroy? I know he broke double digits. Was he just right at 10?
It may have been 10 or it's 11. I think it was 11 on Moscow.
11? There you go.
Oh, here. Can
Double
you
digits on Moscow.
how much
He's certainly keeping pace
metal
as
frags
well.
do you have?
3 kills he's
Got
able
probably
to
a
find
lot.
this round and securing
I
the
got
last play. Once again, XM4.
5,808.
If you haven't tried
He ain't
this
got enough
gun
for
out,
everything.
it feels great.
I have
I
have some for you to carry.
Oh,
6
Jesus
kills
Christ.
for Major, who I assume
How many
just
more did
rocking
you
a
just give him?
74 just to be a little bit
390.
off spawn. I assume
Back
he's
up to
gonna
over
make the swap,
6K.
once he gets
It's right here
into
behind you
whatever
whenever.
spot he wants to head towards.
How many of the skirts do I need? 3?
Maximize. Look how clean that
Yeah,
is, man.
just for us 3.
Switches the classes into the slide.
That's like sleight of
Nice and
hand,
clean.
dude. That was like a magic trick. You blink like, oh wait, I thought he was running an AK-74.
And then 3
Kleenex in and out of the
gloves.
Yeah. And next time we come back here, we can make the heavy armor.
Back to take care of him. 2 players now down and out for Ultra Cami. Back in the events we go. This is gonna be the position.
Keith will need to make that other stuff though.
The metal stuff, yeah, I can make that. No problem.
He jumps out.
I'm getting on
tier work
soon.
top up?
I may not stream the optic one and just watch it myself. And just
Cami able to find one. 2v2 now.
Nervous right there.
The bomb goes down to the high ground position, and it's going to be Cami, maybe back down in the event.
I mean, they're all in Florida. I mean, no.
Wonderful stun check.
Dallas.
Lucky, no, man.
But it doesn't matter. Priester.
It's like
Yeah,
Florida.
that's
1v2
Oh, it sounded like you said Florida.
Alright, 1v1. That was like
I think I did say Florida.
seconds on the bomb. Priester's going to have to go for the check eventually, but wait a minute, the timing of this could be great. Methods, gotta peek it, gotta go for something, and this could be it.
Hey,
I don't
right,
think it's
some
gonna
of the
happen.
stuff.
There's the shot
Oh,
from Priester,
yeah.
eyes on the bomb.
and Rocker took it.
No
Priester.
idea where he was coming
Priester
from.
messed up.
Chance, another good round for Rocker.
Yeah, good try for Methods, but again, just think about the thought process he has to go through. He's like, all right, bomb's planted, and where it got planted for, gotta be worried about vents, floating tank, top green, everything.
Put your hollow shots up here.
To kill on Major.
Yeah, it is.
He knew
Those are mine.
Priest was around vents, but
thank
who
you.
knows where the hell he ran to. And Priest is just going for the reposition towards the middle of the map, so
I'm gonna put my
coming out from Minnesota Rocker, Priest about
wooden
to
armor away then.
Back on the attack. Minnesota's been very happy with the patient setups. They spot Major Maniac out into the vents. Doesn't mean he's easy to deal with.
Oh, here's these metal frags. You just left them laying down here, buddy.
Constantly worry about vents at all.
Oh, I didn't know you dropped him.
Because this season, like, that's going to start to become a detriment to our gameplay. But
Jesus Christ.
Phoenix, waiting for the signal. Put it down. Watch out for the bomb. Out for the barrel. Watch out for Major Maniac. There's a lot going on here. Priester does find one, and that's a decent amount of damage.
Here, Rex.
Quite get the kill. Here come the nades. Accuracy from back end.
Oh wait, never mind. That's not good.
Just in the nick of time.
I already gave you a skirt, right?
5 seconds now remaining. Priester lovely shots at that range, and that's going to be Kleenex, the last player left alive, and Chance once again.
Here.
Rocker.
4-1.
Just closing these games out.
Dude, I'm telling you, I think Rocker is a better.
No, they're definitely a better
team.
entity. Yeah,
Or a theme for
definitely.
this team throughout the entire year. Of like maybe the respawns, they can be beat even if they're strong. If Vance is throwing up a 1.7 KD among the hard points, there's only so much you can do. But when it comes to search,
Dang, accuracy and attach really haven't even done anything.
Right.
It's all been Major Maniac and Priesta.
Putting on a show. Major Maniac taking a little look.
Vance has had a real rough one too.
Kleenex has returned home. They have been very aggressive from the flank side of Vance. This time, no aggression needed. Priesta doesn't even check it. And Kleenex will be happy to get that first.
Very, very much confirmed the bomb there. Another nade comes through. That's going to be accuracy taken care of there. And Chance called it. Minnesota.
Oh, I didn't think they were allowed to do that.
Five. They're the ones you want to watch out for. Major Maniac does get the kill there with the barrel. That's the bomb site barrel. The 3v2 situation. Major Maniac now doing what he can to make this a bit more interesting. Cammy with nice shots down range. Ooh, he does get.
Honestly, I'd just throw my off, like just get killed at this point.
Maniac, very difficult situation to win. Methods just with the eyes on him. Gets the drop. Gets the kill. Gets the round. 2-4.
Good stuff. And I think, I'm not entirely sure. Priestley just had to have expected. I'd assume a teammate called out the cross to vents, and maybe Major Maniac, when we saw him peeking over, just didn't see anything.
Yeah.
So
Are
he
you
assumed
sure?
that it was safe, or maybe
Yeah,
he
I'm
was
gonna
getting
go over
ready
here to
to
this
check and
helicopter.
check and was getting
Try and get
caught
some
square.
loot.
Who knows, but
Be
either
careful.
way, Kleenex, again, very happy just to get that first blood in vents. So you talk about the
What do you mean, be
position of the
careful?
map, the problem that needs to get solved. Both teams having quite a big benefit.
It's PvP.
Vents on defense.
No, it ain't. I mean, they don't do PvP. I do.
In the middle of the map. And maybe Method's idea.
I think it's free game though, ain't it, Key?
So close to the dig.
Yeah, but they like they don't attack
Who is it?
down here.
A
The
powerful two-piece
helicopter.
split under the double-digit kills, and
When we go to it, they never attack.
And methods just like that. Like, where are my teammates? How come everyone's dead?
Somebody
There's
shooting
gonna
down?
be 3 to close out the round there.
We're shooting it down right now.
You're gonna need a lot of ammo and a lot of explosive ammo.
He's too good, man.
Well, we've got wheelie shots, all.
I think he's played
Make sure they're okay with sharing it, because they may not. Once that goes down, it's PvP
if you're
area.
thinking about, again, just trying to figure out how to get those.
No, I
players
don't
to
have
vents,
any wheelie.
A good way is just to try to push out through square, and then you just have them trapped in.
So just make sure that you guys can get one of the chests in, you know.
That game sense, the
Rocket
shot
launcher be
calling,
clutch as
whatever it's
fuck.
gonna be.
We've got rockets.
Now he just knows to help pick up the middle of the map, and 11 kills to his name, double digits once again, having himself a field day.
We're close.
Unreal. What have we got now in this final round, potentially for Rocker to try to close out the series?
I usually bring back every bit of clothing I find.
Found him. Vance with the lovely shots to start this off. Priester now Kleenex, mid-map. No one in vents just yet. This is actually the round we have seen no one go into vents. Everyone's worried about it. Schrodinger's vent player. Kleenex finds another, and nice answer back from accuracy. Now it's a 2 versus 3. Ultra with the advantage for now. Accuracy and Priester certainly worried about the situation they're in. Priester with the bomb still towards the entrance to the vent. Able to possibly make something happen, and Accuracy watching the flank. Again, fear now starting to set in for Rocker. Where are these players coming from? They have so much more of the map to work with. There's methods up top, the shots from ringing out there, just enough to let you know. Priester now, it's a rock and a hard place, but I will say, making a very, very difficult fight. And he is. Nade's going to go through, and up over.
I thought he was about to pull that out.
Keeps the dream alive for Ultra.
For real though.
Not out of it yet. Still around, man. Ultra working on this comeback.
Optic was
Seems
supposed to
honestly
play
a
at
theme for them on
Six.
defense. They've been nice and aggressive.
But every game has went so long.
Every game's went around 5.
Yeah.
He's worried about getting full flank. He's worried about.
Because they were supposed to do the announcements and stuff.
Anytime they're able to get sort of.
Or not announcements, but like the scheduling.
On the map. Ultra have been able to get.
Oh yeah, the team pick or whatever. The
Yeah, it was supposed to be like 4:30.
Beneficial as well.
Not 4:30, but like in between.
New attack comes in, Nade's out. Again, the question just seems to be, how do you deal with Vance? How do you deal with Major? And this time, they had doubled up under Vance. First time we've seen this from Rocket.
Oh, here we go. Nice first blood. First shots in. Damage is already dealt. Ultra now on the return. They're going to push on back. Major Maniac still watching the back. It's the 2-man vent push. Vance is going to be there. Vance with a 2-piece in the vents. Good night, Vents players.
dang.
That's pretty big.
Now for Rocker.
That was.
Go for the barrel at the very least. That's one thing. Hoping to catch someone, but no. Kleenex finds him on the transition.
Boys.
One round at a
Oh
time.
Yom just offered to sell me a rocket launcher for 35 high
how he doesn't get play of the game. I guess Kleenex got 2 as well.
Yeah.
But again, it was Vents.
Do you
that
have
was the
35 high
problem.
qual?
It was Vents where the first.
I don't know.
And I just
there might be
that's
some
the solution, man. I guess if Rocker, or excuse me, if Ultra's having any problems, put Vance on the case.
Because I thought you guys got it all out to make that armor.
Major Maniac causing problems, let Vance get the.
The armor don't need any.
Let Vance go handle it. If you need someone to drop 37 kills in a hard point, Vance has your back. Of course, Kleenex is 9-6 with on a 4 streak, so he's doing a little bit better in the game. But again, credit where credit is due.
Major Maniac and Priester, the former Atlanta FaZe players, both sitting at 11 and 5 each. They're having a great time. Can they find something here? As Garrison is getting that bit more interesting. I wonder if we can get a petition to just name this map, rename this map to the Vent map. That map with all the vents. A lovely, lovely part of the map that now has a Toronto Ultra player loaded up in it. 3 of them really sitting on towards the A side of the map. But Kleenex has managed to get down there. He's having a little look around. No guarantee whatsoever that he is in there again. And now you have to double check that every time. But there it is, Major Maniac with the first blood.
Yeah, because it costs 40 high qual metal and 4 metal metal pops.
And here we go. Ace come through. Kleenex finds another. 2v3. Cammy finds his kill. It's going to be a 3v2 right now. And Minnesota Rocker, it is starting to get difficult. Can Accuracy win the fight against Methods? No, he cannot. Major Maniac goes down. And just like that, Chance, we're going around 11.
My God.
11, man. Minnesota Rocker, they're doing
my
their
God.
best 2v4 impression, but they're getting no
Round
involved.
11.
10 rounds in.
I know, it's crazy.
His second kill. It really just has been the former FaZe players putting on a show for the current Rocker team, but that is quite a few rounds back to back to back for Ultra. And they are going to be on offense for the final round. They have been pretty consistent of stacking mid off the rip, trying to get those nades out to catch the players that are trying to slide into vents. And again, that mid-map pressure paid off for him last round when Vance was able to get through and pick up 2, and CleanX was able to get towards lights. This time it maybe looked a little bit less towards mid-map and maybe just a straight-up A hit. They might be taking a shot.
They're taking a shot, dude, but I will say you've heard enough.
We have 34.
Put up 3 players at the top.
How much do they want?
Drop down. We've still got a lot of map presence being felt. Accuracy's going to get the first.
3v2.
Positions on the second, but it's going to be the CleanX now from top green to do what he can against Itachi. He knows he's down there.
Oh, and Ultra has the plant.
He's starting to get a little bit hot. Still got Methods up on top cap, watching this now. Again, waiting for someone on Rocker to make a mistake. That's the game plan right now for Toronto.
Do you have one
Don't
F's?
have the numbers to work.
3v1. I don't have any high quality.
A massive kill at long range. In all the silence, now it falls. CleanX, he's your man. Can he get the 1v3 now for the win?
I'm gonna go to Trev Space and see if he has one.
GG's.
He gets himself his second kill of the game, and what an important one it was. Rocker finally closed out the series in what was an incredibly exciting run. Our current Kings of the North. Crown them, Chance. Crown them, baby.
I don't have a crown to give. Congratulations on the title at the very least. If nothing else, I think it's what Latitude reigns supreme. Making sure that the true most northern city gets that dub. But I mean, if nothing else for me, man, again, this is just for fun. Just that early indication. You get a Game 5 round 11. Could you ask for anything more between these two teams? Again, every single series throughout this weekend, except for one, has been a Game 5. I just think that's an indication of the level of competition we had this year. Man.
Oh, I mean, I think I said it 400 times yesterday, but we're in for a good year. I mean, whether it's game types being very fun, the maps being interesting to play, the weapons, whatever it may be, the competition this year is looking to be as spicy as ever.
That sucks.
Screen there for the Garrison Search and Destroy. Round 11, all the way. Shout out to CleanX for those big kills, 10 and 7, but again, Minnesota Rocker.
Keith, I have your stuff here, by the way, at the main base.
But that's that. The Battle of the North decided for now. They will be meeting
The skirt and the gloves.
No doubt in
I'll be right back.
No doubt whatsoever.
Yep.
But we'll see how that one goes. That is that for our second series of the day. Chance, I think we're going to dive into our Scuff play of the game. It's going to be round 7. This was a very fun one from Major Maniac again. Brilliant showing once again. Your Scuff play of the game, Major Maniac, on an absolute
you can
rampage.
set Parsec to only operate in Windows.
Honestly, Chance, it was.
This looks a little bit different than round 7 for me. That looks strange.
Major Maniac's looking a lot like Nameless, but I'll tell you what, mate. That was honestly like. It was a little weird to watch, like Just Priest and Major Maniac go rampant there. It was like Attach just couldn't find any kills, and he was in positions where he's trying to find he's trying to open up plays for him, he's trying to create opportunities. Just like, I'm in a 1v3 again. What can I do? Like, I've got to try to get a kill. I've got to try to transition across from bottom square, and there's just dudes all over me. But ladies and gentlemen, now our Scuff play of the game, round number 7. Major Maniac, an absolute nightmare on the map, doing what he does best.
Oh, and this is just the round where he just gets the free and easy kills. And again, it's just the different positioning that he takes that catches the Ultra off guard. Players trying to cross, and he has the perfect angle to get the job done. And again, it's not even just the gunfights that he wins. It's the fact that he's played in vents 2 rounds, top lights 1 round, and just mixing it up. And then he gets that or the fourth and final kill, but third for him that round to seal the deal. It's just smart gameplay. Even just using the 74 just to get that extra little jump off the rip. All of the little details.